eat the good stuff.
That totally makes sense. Are those the only two ingredients in a successful?
Good morning, everybody. Hello. Oh, my God. It's so great to see all of you. Everybody that's in the studio right now.
Oh, and also with you.
It feels good, yeah.
Yeah, I love you all.
What? Are you high? What's happened?
What? What's going on?
Father, you've never said that before.
Are you quitting tomorrow?
Yeah,
I'm trying to be positive.
Did you win the lottery, dude? And this is your last day at work? What's happening?
Guys, got an announcement.
Oh, man. That'd be so cool.
First off, joining us, our good buddy, the king of the clowns, Clownvis, in studio.
Good morning, Rizzuto Show listeners and friends.
I tell you what, I love when you're here and we have a guest, and the guest doesn't know you're going to be here.
It's a good dynamic, yeah.
Because we have Hockey Hall of Fame goalie Ed Belfours stopping by. He has no idea.
It's even better when it's a guest that we've never met that we have no idea how he's going to be.
He seems like a guy that might be into clowns, huh?
Does he?
No, I mean,
I can't wait.
He was a very serious goaltender, known for breaking his stick after losing a playoff game.
That's right. A man with a temper.
Yes. Well, he's promoting a thing up in Macadoodles, and I've been up in Macadoodles
That's
before,
right.
So we got that in common.
That's right. So
The Macadoodle connection.
Ed Belfours coming in. Mike McKenna's going to be with him.
Connection.
Oh, is Mike going to be here? Great.
Mike's going to be with him. Mike McKenna's going to be there with him. So
He'll be the ambassador between.
yeah, he's got to stand between you guys. Yeah, I was trying to think of different guests that have been on, not knowing Clownvis is going to be here. The last one you reminded me of, Lern, was David Koechner.
Oh, yes. Oh, that was the best.
That was pretty fun.
Champ Kind from Anchorman.
I was talking to David Koechner about Earth funerals as you snuck in, and his back was to the door. And to watch him think, am I hallucinating this clown?
He was trying to give you all of his attention. He goes, is there?
I'm sorry.
Are you guys noticing a clown in the corner?
Do you guys? There's an Elvis clown in here. I think is what he said.
Yeah, and we think David had been up from the night before as well, so he may have been hallucinating that. Not sure.
That was great. Because he was so engaged in what you were saying.
I know.
He was just like, I can't hold it anymore.
Oh, you were here for Bob Saget?
Yeah, Bob Saget. And he didn't flinch. But yeah, Bob Saget didn't think twice about me. He was just a professional.
Almost as if it's happened before to him.
Yeah.
I've seen him before.
Wheeler Walker Jr. was definitely.
Wheeler Walker Jr. was
that
great.
one was incredible.
Yeah, that Wheeler Walker Jr. was a little standoffish.
At first.
Yeah. I remember he said something to the effect of, what are you supposed to be?
Right. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah. I feel like he's the one who's like, there's only one comedian that's allowed in a room.
What do you think I'm supposed to be?
Yeah.
What are you supposed to be? I don't know.
I loved when David Koechner was here, and it was almost like you were an imaginary friend. And you go, I'm Clownvis. And you sounded so kind and I don't know. I felt like my soul was pure hearing you say "Hi, I'm Clownvis," and I'm like,
I have to be disarming in a lot of situations. People.
Well, I felt like I was watching Chris Farley and Billy Madison run in a field with a giant penguin.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Did you find that out the hard way, by the way, that you had to be disarming? And is it because of some people's aversion to clowns, or is it because it's?
No, yes, 100% that. Yeah, I mean, I just roll up to the. Take a bank teller by surprise, I gotta at least put on a charming voice. Where
do you think it
hello,
keeps his money?
Hello, ma'am.
I don't know, a mattress. Clowns don't have
Eye
a bank
contact
account,
Clowns have bank accounts. They're people too.
Okay.
How dare you?
Through your sunglasses.
I'm sorry.
Interesting. Social security number and everything, huh?
How dare you?
They use Zelle or something. I don't know. I don't know what.
Clowns don't Zelle.
I'd love to follow Clownvis around for a day and see where he goes.
Zells.
You should.
I should.
Because you guys went through a rough patch.
Clowns, yeah.
In general, I guess when it came out, the new iteration of it.
Yeah. 2015, it got kind of to the height of. Those were the bad years, and it's taken a great turn since. I mean, 10 years later, and I mean, there's just kind of. Clown fallout everywhere. You go on Instagram, it's like an onslaught of these clown babes and stuff. So
it's like a clown renaissance.
Yes, clown renaissance for sure.
How do we feel about the remake of Killer Clowns from Outer Space coming back.
Yeah.
Because that was awesome back in the day.
There's going to be a remake of that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wait,
didn't we just talk about that yesterday?
Oh, yesterday. Oh,
He doesn't listen.
Am I hallucinating?
Ryan
yeah, no,
Gosling's
I'm
a part of it.
I'm
Ryan
all right
Gosling,
with that.
that's right. I do remember you saying
I'm
that.
all right with that. You know, they don't. I mean, those were kind of fun, scary clowns. I don't think anybody was too scared of those.
Yeah, it was kind of cartoony in a fun way.
And Bozo's back. Bozo was at Coachella. Did you guys see that?
Right,
Oh,
yeah,
my.
came out.
Oh,
in
David
November.
Arquette.
Bozo on stage.
Right,
Was it with Yo Gabba
doesn't
Gabba?
David Arquette own that?
I mean, if you want to break down the fourth wall, you can say that it's David Arquette. But yeah,
What
I said
are
it's-
you doing?
Bozo the clown, who I have a new single with. Maybe we could drop that new single later in the show.
Get on out of here. Get
I
on
would
out of
love
here.
to.
That's the
Oh,
fifth one
my
of those.
gosh.
I would love to.
What?
But-
Who did he come out with? Because it was like 4 or 5 guests came out with
He
one.
came
artist.
out with Yo Gabba Gabba.
That's
Oh,
right.
that's
Yo Gabba
right.
Gabba said at Coachella was the thing everybody's talking about.
Dude.
Weird Al came out and sang with them.
That's
Bozo
One
the
connection
Clown.
away from Weird Al.
Yeah, and Bernie Sanders.
That's
And Bernie
cool.
Sanders. That's
He
right.
sung too?
Bernie Sanders
He
is a
came out-
Misfits fan.
He
you guys,
came out
and
with
it's
Yo
sweet.
Gabba Gabba too. He helped.
That was
he helped
him in
sing
that
the
big
Rainbow
orange
Connection.
costume.
Well, Clownvis is here. What are we promoting?
I'm doing a show Friday night. That's tomorrow night at the Mill in Granite City.
Whoa, the Mill.
Yeah, and a lot of people are saying Granite City, the new Las Vegas of the Midwest. People are
Absolutely.
excited about that area. And the Mill, it's a lot of fun. I was out there around Christmas time, and I'm going back. So come out and see me tomorrow night in Granite City if you're listening across the river or if you're close.
I've heard some great things about that place, the Mill.
It's amazing. I mean, it's like a state of the art. I guess it used to be a church or something, and it has that kind of beauty to it. But then it's got a state of the art sound system. It's so comfortable, an amazing bar, a wonderful place to sit and watch and get into the mix. It's a great place.
We've had the mayor of Granite City on with us, right?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
He was on.
Oh, when the Van Halen guys were here,
Oh yeah, a lot of mayors.
who I think were playing them. I think were they playing the Mill?
Probably so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably so.
yeah,
We love Granite City. Our boss is from Granite City.
yeah. I love it too.
Hey, somebody on the Coleman's Campers text line said when Clownvis has to give over his Social Security, he just says, "Clown emoji, clown emoji, clown emoji,
Yeah.
clown emoji, clown emoji, clown
Poop
emoji,
emoji.
beach ball."
I want your guys' opinion on this. I'm going to play a little piece of audio. It's a woman calling into a radio show in Canada. Got my hands on this, and she is very upset with her husband. And I want your thoughts on this. She's complaining that her husband didn't cry at their wedding. But did you watch golf over the weekend, Clownvis?
Of course, I didn't.
Oh.
My people.
What? I mean, you know about the Masters, right? The Masters golf tournament?
Oh, I thought you were going to say of the universe. Yeah, sure. I know the Masters Golf Tournament. Yeah,
Who won?
Tiger Woods.
Nope.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Hey man, with
The-
confidence,
Tiger Woods.
I believe you.
And you know what color jacket they get when they win the Masters, right?
Gold jacket,
Gold,
green
no.
jacket.
Green jacket.
Who gives
Yeah. No, as far as golf goes, this is I guess the Masters would be like the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Like if you're going to watch one golf weekend, it's going to be the Masters.
Oh, okay.
If you're going to watch one football game of the year, it's going to be the Super Bowl.
This is the thing that's in Augusta, right?
And this is the thing that's at Augusta. So there's a woman who called into this radio show up in Canada. She's complaining that her husband didn't cry at their wedding, but did when Rory McIlroy won the Masters.
I understand.
Hey, here she is.
We got married 2 years ago, and he sees me in my wedding dress coming down the aisle. This man does not shed a tear. My dad gave this beautiful speech on our wedding day. Nothing. Yesterday, he's watching this golf tournament, and he cried when whatever his name is, when he won, he cried over a golf. It is the maddest I've ever been.
The maddest she's ever
Awesome.
been.
Okay, I would encourage her to look at it like this. He's matured since you've been married. Oh. He's opening
Evolved.
up. He's evolving and
Hey,
becoming
that's-
more of a connected man, a more mature human being. And I'm sorry that it didn't happen prior to, but at least it's happening.
Wow.
Right?
Okay. That's a great way of thinking about it.
Great wingman.
Maybe, here it is. Encourage him to be a part of, obviously, to be a part of renewing your vows. And then I'm sure waterworks, bro.
Yeah, and wear a giant golf ball whenever you walk down towards him on the aisle.
Yeah, dresses Rory McIlroy.
Let him wear a green jacket.
Yeah, put on a green jacket and then walk down the aisle.
That
There we
is
go.
so hot.
You hate that, huh?
Renew the vows at a putt-putt place.
Yeah.
Do I hate it?
Tower T, renew your vows.
I mean, I don't know if I hate it. Do I think she's overreacting? 100,000,000%.
Oh, no. I'm saying you hate the renew your vows thing. You went, oh, God, as soon as I said it.
No. I went, oh, God. No, I don't care about the renewing your vows thing. No, the oh, God, like, hey, we're going to renew our vows, and you better cry.
Oh.
Well, yeah, you
Like, I feel like there's a lot of pressure on this man.
You can't put it down. You just have to.
Have
I
you
feel like
ever-
there's a lot of pressure to.
Did you cry at your wedding?
I'm sure I did. I cry at all weddings.
Do you cry? Did you cry like when the Blues won the cup?
Have I cried at a sporting event? No.
You don't like sports?
You never cried at a sporting event? I don't think I have either, but
I didn't. I know I did not cry when the Blues won the Stanley Cup. I know plenty of people who did.
Yeah.
I think I've cried when the Yankees have won a World Series when I was younger.
Yeah, as I say, I feel like that had to have happened in the early 2000s or something.
I've cried at the end of Rudy.
Which is a sporting event every time.
Like, I understand this guy. Like, I didn't cry at my wedding, but I get choked up watching like people win. Like, I don't give a damn about sports, but I'll watch like the last of March Madness and see these kids just so overcome with emotion, and I'm like kind of an empathetic crier, so I start getting choked up and excited for them, you know.
Yeah,
So
and
I understand this.
There
guy.
could be a deeper connection with why he's crying. You know, this could remind him of a friend or a family member that has passed, or perhaps a goal that he never achieved himself in life. You know, it could be deeper than just he loves golf.
All the
is
times he's
something-
beat by stick.
Yeah, grow up, lady. You
There is
suck.
something about man achieving something grand.
Yeah.
That will give you the tingles.
I cry at Globetrotters games every time. Stuff those guys do is
If
amazing.
if the Generals won, I would cry.
It'd be a very sad day.
If the Generals win,
The
if they
Generals
beat
have
the
worked so
Globetrotters,
hard.
I will cry.
They've worked so hard, been beaten down, and they still show up every Globetrotters game.
The fact that she
finally
also
gotta
said,
win.
I've never been more mad.
That's
Yeah.
That's hyperbolic.
Oh, what a charmed life that is, huh?
You don't think you're being a bit dramatic? She's like, hi. I just wanted to put a pillow over his face.
Yeah, well, it happens. That's marriage.
That's marriage, I guess.
Hello.
Oh, man, people on the Coleman's Camper text line are saying, oh, maybe he bet his life savings on somebody else, and that's why he's
Could be.
Could be. Or he won. or he bet on
Mm-hmm.
McIlroy to win. I don't know. Just leave the guy alone.
Leave him
The guy's
alone.
actually showing some kind of emotion.
Yeah, let him have a
You
good
guys
time.
are always complaining. And when I mean you guys, I mean you, Lern.
Thank you. Hi. Here I am.
Celebrate the little wins.
Can you show some damn emotion every once in a while? And here's a man crying
Well,
in
it's not-
front of his lady.
It's not the emotion we want.
Oh,
We
yeah,
want
so
a different time to be emotional.
But
you
it
know?
may be just the tip of the iceberg.
He's in trouble for not crying in this scenario,
Yes.
but now he's in trouble for showing emotion in this scenario.
Yes.
And
We
she's just
can't
jealous.
win.
Be confused.
That's true. You can't win, so just stop trying. Thanks. Back to you.
She's jealous of the tears. That's what it is. Why can't those tears be for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She could make him cry.
Maybe he's just really happy and, like he doesn't have anything to cry about. That's a good thing.
It's not even a happy thing. Like, that's not a happy cry.
No, it's you're caught by surprise typically, and that's probably one of the biggest differences too. Is those kind of scenarios when you do get emotional, it's because you weren't expecting it.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Whereas,
also
like,
invested all this time watching this golf this weekend.
yeah, wedding day, I've been spending every
Ignoring
minute
you.
and dollar, like getting ready for it. There's 1,000 things going on in his mind, I'm sure, and.
She was probably all pissed off the whole weekend, going, here's my husband. This guy's ignoring me all weekend just so he could watch a bunch of guys hit a little ball with sticks into tiny holes.
Whoa.
And now at the end he's crying. She just doesn't understand. That's what it is. They should get divorced.
Yeah, they should.
What?
Yeah. Oh, she's awful. I mean, this is
She's
just
awful.
what a
No.
nightmare of a person.
She's having a week.
They should just end the marriage. Just call it.
I don't like watching TikTok vids of women walking down the aisle and you can tell that the guy is like really mustering up the tears.
No, they're fake.
Like, and it's like
Crocodile
it's
tears.
like this whole put on. I mean, I get if you are overcome with emotion, that's beautiful, and I love it. But I feel like if you put a expectation on a man to cry at you as he sees you, that's you're setting yourself up for a disaster.
And then to be upset when he doesn't.
Right, that's what I mean.
It could be everything went off without a hitch. Your wedding, you planned it out, everything was good, the food was great, the church was great, the reception was great, and then you're looking for those small little things of what went wrong. Oh, you didn't cry?
Yeah.
You couldn't put an onion in your hanky, pal?
Yeah.
Come on.
Like a normal person.
Some eye drops, so those fake it.
I don't know why they don't see it as, wow, he's not crying, so that means he's really excited about this moment. If he's crying, he's remembering like, oh no, I'm no longer single.
I
and
can't bang
it's over.
no more chicks.
Yeah, this is done.
You know, I cry at weddings, but I didn't cry at my own. But I didn't think there was anything wrong with that because, like, I was just so overwhelmed with happiness.
Well, it moves so fast, too.
But it didn't, like, hit me in my heartstrings, you know? But you take me to anybody else's wedding, and I'm a freaking mess. I don't know what it is. What is that?
I don't know. Did I cry at my wedding? Sure, I did.
I love it. It's great.
I cry at all weddings, Clownvis.
I believe
That's
it.
a thing I do.
I believe it. I'm just glad this woman took it to national Canadian radio.
Yes, that's right.
Let us talk about it all over the world, all over
That's
the
right.
globe.
I thought Canadians were supposed to be happy all the time.
And
Polite.
where's her A's and her boots?
I don't
Hey,
know.
by the way, I have a Canadian wallet that my friend Scott gave me, and it has the flag of Canada on it. And
I love it.
Every time I get it out, people are like, hey, are you from Canada? And yesterday I finally lied and told somebody, actually, I went to Canada. I've never been to Canada. I had this entire conversation with this guy
that
at lunch.
you've been to Canada.
Yeah, I've been to Canada.
Well,
He goes,
where did
have
you
you
say?
been? I go, oh, yes, I've been to Toronto. And he's like, oh, what's up with Toronto? I'm like, poutine, dude. And he's like, what's that? I go, gravy on fries. He goes, tell me about Toronto. And I'm digging up lies.
Is
Like
it
some
poutine
kind
a
of
Toronto thing? I thought that was a Montreal thing.
I go,
It's everywhere.
I
It's
said,
everywhere.
Rush is from there. And he wasn't a Rush fan. And I go, you can go hiking. I was like pulling out anything I could.
They love hockey up there.
I said,
Yeah.
it's just like us, only it's
They have
Canada.
buildings and stuff.
So anyway,
I hope you see.
bad.
I hope you see this guy every day for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Well, Ed Belfours coming in, and I think he's Canadian.
Oh, I'll
Yes.
get my wallet
Where's it
out.
from? Saskatoon?
He's
Wear boots.
New Brunswick?
he's from Canada.
Wow.
Yes.
America's hat.
Very cool.
If anybody
Which is
ever
what
asks
we
you again,
refer.
you just say Toronto's like, hey, it's like Chicago with different money.
That's what I said. I go, they say "hey" a lot. And I'm like, can I just have my food? I need to leave. Like, I can't hold up this lie. I'm terrible at it.
Well, you lied, and now you have to live with that. So
Yes.
there you go. Did you hear about this conspiracy theory with the Katy Perry space flight thing?
Yeah.
That it was fake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. And here's where I'm confused. Is the conspiracy that the entire thing was fake or that only the Katy Perry aspect of it was fake? Because that's what I was
Katy Perry
gathering.
seems to be
the center of the target.
the main character in the whole women going up in the penis-shaped rocket thing.
Well, she's the one that everyone knows the most, I think.
I guess so.
I think she's also the one that upset people the most with the
With her antics.
with the if people are looking to find something to be upset with, like she's kind of, I don't know, I hate to say like being the face of the controversy, but her holding up the flower and going, I just wanted my hair to look nice or whatever
Her
it was.
kissing the ground.
Well, I saw that the astronauts are in space for however many days last year. Remember that, like for about a year or something. And they're watching her kiss the ground when she's been up there for 10 minutes. They're just like,
You have no idea.
Yeah, she was up there for 11
Son of
minutes.
a
She came
gun.
down and kissed the ground. And like those two that were trapped at the space station for
Right.
9 months.
They've gone
They're like,
gray.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like emaciated.
Yeah.
aged 50
Just
years.
watching her.
Yeah, I had to be in a wheelchair for a week because my bones have not
Yeah.
My
My bones
spine's
are brittle now.
have not felt gravity in 9 months.
Uh-huh.
And you kissed the ground.
So what is it? Is it the conspiracy that they sneaked Katy Perry into a back door and she actually didn't go up there, or
They said it was just a fancy elevator ride. I don't know.
Well, did you see the whole door thing?
Well, I'm going to talk
Okay,
about
okay.
that,
That's
Scott.
what I thought.
yeah? Give me all the
Did they go
all
up
the
to space or not?
conspiracies.
Was it all? Were we watching just AI?
Nah.
Were we watching AI?
Gail was too afraid.
She's not a good
She
actress.
wanted you to think.
No,
She
she's
was
not a good
afraid.
actress. Gail was terrified, and I feel like that to me is enough realism right there.
I'm sorry. Is Gail King? Is that Oprah's friend?
Yeah, best friends with
Why are you
Oprah.
putting friend in quotes?
Is she anything else? Is she an actress or anything? Or
She's on
She's an
the
anchor.
morning show on CBS.
Wow, she is in a few things.
Okay, good.
So April 15th, so 2 days ago, Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket took off in Texas with an all-female celebrity crew. Now, you can't call them astronauts.
Right.
I thought we could. Oh no, you said space travelers.
They're space travelers.
But I thought
They're tourists.
They're juggernauts.
No,
Because
because
they have jugs.
remember
I love it.
Pretty funny.
the original definition was somebody who has traveled or is trained.
According to the FAA, you need to qualify to be considered an astronaut.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, because when we originally looked it up, it was someone trained to be in space or explore space or something like that.
You
So
learn how to
technically,
bounce.
since they went above the Kármán line and they were out of gravitational pull or out of the atmosphere or whatever it was, and that they were trained, we thought,
the
I
whole
guess
thing
they're-
is that New Shepard spacecraft was designed to be autonomous, meaning nobody on board controlled any aspects of the flight.
Oh, okay.
That makes women ineligible, or the women, not women, period.
Whoa.
What?
You got to read the article, not your emotions.
The women
not loud
that were
and
on the Blue Origin ineligible for official astronaut status. They are technically classified as space travelers.
Pretty
Which
cool
is,
title.
Okay,
I was going to
still
say,
rad.
that's still rad, dude.
That needs to be a super group. The Space Travelers.
So rocket takes off in Texas, all female celebrity crew, Katy Perry, Lauren Sanchez, who's Jeff Bezos' fiance, Gail King, and 2 other women. They did the whole weightless thing, parachuted back down, everybody's clapping, yay. The internet, as always, is watching with eagle eyes. Maybe a little too much free time. Somebody noticed in a viral video clip that the capsule's door opened a little too easily from the inside. Like before Jeff Bezos even got there with his, quote, special tool to open it from the outside.
Right.
So conspiracy theorists, it's fake. Katie and the girls opened the door from the inside, then shut it real quick so Bezos could come over and pretend to unlock it. If that door is supposed to be pressurized, why does it look like my cousin's camping tent?
Okay, good question.
Pretty sure real space capsules don't open inwards, bro. Which I love. Everybody's now an
Everybody's a
expert.
professional.
Everybody works for NASA now.
Because airplanes open.
So the internet detectives are acting like CSI, Space Edition. Even pointing out how the capsule looked way too clean after landing.
Was not
Where's all
burned
that
up.
space dirt?
Like, shouldn't it be scorched from re-entry? But someone's like, nope, just looks like it rolled off the showroom floor. Look, it's not dirty.
Was there any other? They didn't go that high up, right? So, would there have been burns coming back?
Yeah, well, a real, actual scientist, here's what they said. People love to question what they can experience themselves. So, like actual space. And Blue Origin's New Shepard, doesn't go deep into space like the SpaceX rockets do. It just barely crosses that Kármán line, the edge of space for those playing along at home. So it doesn't need crazy pressurized doors or heat shields, and the landing is basically a gentle bounce.
That's what they want you to think.
And the flight lasted 11 minutes, just enough time to float around in space, snap a selfie, and then make the internet lose its collective mind.
Yeah.
Yep. And also that door, I would imagine it could open from the inside in case they needed to, upon entry. So I bet it's that symbolic thing more of anything is that he wanted to be, symbolic of him unlocking it. So
Right. It's his rocket. I want to open the door.
Yeah, I think probably the bigger conspiracy with most people that are chattering about it online. I think they just don't believe in space in general.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a, there's a lot of things they don't believe beyond just poor Katy Perry being the scapegoat here.
Right. Stanley Kubrick, the Earth is flat.
Oh, the Earth is flat. So did Katy Perry go to space?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, was it the moon landing? No. Was it fun?
Was she a firework?
Was it a fun,
Thankfully not.
slightly bougie thrill ride? Yes.
Yes.
Was the door thing weird? Yes. Was it fake? No.
Did they pay?
Allegedly.
Or was this a promotion?
I think it was free.
Yeah.
Did anybody say she kissed the ground and she liked it?
No, they did not. And you know what?
They
I'm
did
glad
not.
somebody is asking.
All right.
That sounds dirty.
Listen, I don't have a problem with it because people are like, oh, it's a waste of money, whatever thing that's going on in the world.
I always love that argument.
Here's just rich people going, space tourism. I don't care about that. He's rich. He can do whatever he wants with
Right.
his money.
This is rich people doing whatever the hell they want.
And the more they do it, the closer we are to getting to do it,
Sure.
Us non-rich.
And it gets cheaper.
I don't have a problem with that at all. Again, you're rich, spend your money however you want. My whole thing is they made such a big deal out of how groundbreaking it was. Mm-hmm. Like, the first all-female space tourist. Is it that big? That's not that big of a deal.
Well, right.
Female?
I mean, it's female. Yes. Hello. You learn about like the actual female astronauts, like the Sally Rides and different people.
That impresses me.
It impresses you, and so we were already impressed. This is celebrities doing rich people stuff,
Right.
And there were some normal like astrophysicists.
Nobody's talking about that.
Nobody's and that's okay because they deserve to be up there and got to go hopefully for free and got to be researchers and whatnot.
The science I want to know is how gravity affected Katy Perry's giant knockers.
Well,
Did
sure,
we-
and that's why she went. So
Did
those
we
the
study that?
celebrities? Can we just talk about this? Why those celebrities? Like, if I were going to pick people to throw up into space, like it wouldn't be Katy Perry as the
I know.
pop
Moon
singer.
and I were talking about this in the kitchen before. Like,
Who would you put up there?
and no shade to her, like Scott and I know her well enough, and have. I'm not trying to insult her or any of that, but who did they ask?
Right.
They had to have asked Taylor Swift. She had to have said, "Get out of here."
Right.
I don't
Right.
need that.
Yeah.
throw
She's a
Taylor
flat
Swift
earther,
up there
probably.
with a guitar and have her be the first person to play a song on an acoustic guitar in space.
It
I don't know.
felt-
Yeah,
It
I'm
felt
not
like
trying to
discount
shade her.
celebrities. Like-
Right. I'm not trying to shade
Yeah.
her, but like, didn't she not do great on this last record? There's a couple other pop stars that are on record cycles right now. Like, it seems like a
Throw
strange
Lady Gaga
time
up there.
Yeah.
Well, no, you
and
know
a
what
strange
it is?
way to promote
She's on
whatever.
TV.
It's like
Yeah.
primetime TV people that we don't care about. Like, we're all on our streamers and watching Netflix. We're not watching like NBC with The Voice.
Oh, wait a second. She's on a show still.
She's on American
She is-
Idol.
Or American Idol.
Unless-
Look, I don't even know what the hell show she's on. I'm just saying it's like a B-side celebrity. Like, I would rather have somebody cooler go up there. And we've probably been talking about this completely
I
differently.
hate to say it this way.
That makes more sense, though.
I hate to say it this
Go.
way. But it's like of all the pop stars, just in case something goes sideways, who can we spare?
You could be right.
Maybe.
You could be right.
Who could we spare?
Hang on,
no,
that
no,
TV
no.
thing makes a lot more sense.
It's all part of
Yeah.
the promotional work.
Okay, so maybe young people aren't watching NBC and CBS and whatever, but like, guess who is? Probably Jeff Bezos and that
Astronauts.
whole scene. The people with all the money that are deciding who to put up there.
Yeah.
So if Katy Perry's still on TV, Gail
And then
King's-
Gail's on CBS.
And who else was it?
Lauren Sanchez.
Yeah, that's the girlfriend.
That's the
but
girlfriend.
what about the other
and
two?
two other
She's a
people nobody
shoo-in.
knows.
Right.
Yeah, but maybe they're on some TV thing.
No.
No, they're not.
They-
They're just the real like
PBS.
scientists, like they're astrophysicists.
What? No. There was. I thought there was two more semi-famous people that I'm
No.
supposed to know.
No.
No.
Really?
Unfortunately, we should know them, but we don't.
Wait a second. We're not accounting for some people.
Allie Wynn or whatever her name was, and
They interviewed two people when they were here and we were watching it in silence, and they talked to Gail King first, I think, or Lauren Sanchez first, and then Katy Perry and Gail King, and then they talked to those other two gals. They have to be somebody relevant to
Maybe
this.
Xena, Warrior Princess. I'm just looking up
possible
celebrity
people.
ladies.
And maybe they're TV people.
From what year?
That makes more sense actually as to why Katy was there.
Yeah.
Now I see. I forgot that she's on American Idol. That
Like,
that
put
makes
Howard
sense.
Stern in there and shoot him up to the moon, or the Lady Gaga, or
Well, we were talking about this in the kitchen with Courtney, and she was like, when they put up Shatner, like that like made sense.
Yeah.
Like the whole world was like,
'Cause he's,
oh,
Star Trek?
Star Trek guy
He's
gets to go to
90.
space. He's 90 something. How cute. Like
Right.
all of us were
We
kind of
were
like
cool.
rooting for him. Nobody's rooting for any of these people.
right, because it's annoying. It's very annoying.
I wonder what
She's
William.
annoying.
Wonder what William Shatner's knockers look like in space.
They looked
Ooh,
great.
Yeah. I just feel like Oprah.
Sorry.
Oprah was the one they originally wanted, but she's like, no way.
Yeah.
Gail, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to do it, Gail.
Starring
I don't want
Oprah
to.
Winfrey.
Here's the audio I really wanted to hear
Gail,
about
this is your chance.
about Blue Origin. Because yes, the rocket did look like a penis. Hang on, it's going up. The rocket's going up.
Some fast forward.
Colonel, you better take a look at this radar. What is it, son?
I don't know, sir, but it looks like a giant dick.
Yeah.
Take a look out of starboard. Oh my God, it looks like a huge...
Pecker!
Oh, yeah.
Wait, that's not a woodpecker. It looks like someone's...
Privates! We have reports of an unidentified flying object. It is a long, smooth shaft, complete with two balls.
What is that?
It's perfect.
That looks just like an enormous...
Wang, pay attention.
I was distracted by that enormous flying...
Willie. Yeah. What's that? Well, it looks like a giant... Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there we go. That's it.
Nice.
That's the Blue Origin.
Some of the best writing in Hollywood.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yeah, so rich people doing rich people things. That's what it is. I don't know if it's because Katy Perry's on American Idol. She's probably friends with the Bezoses.
Allegedly, she's not on it anymore. She was on it. Now she's not. I don't know.
Well, she's
We don't
friends
keep up
with the
it.
Bezoses, and that's why she got up there, okay? And she's
Yeah.
annoying. We know that. She kissed the ground, held the daisy, had her boobs look in space. I don't know. Show me pictures. Rich
All
people
about who
doing
you
rich
know.
people things.
Yeah.
All about who you know.
Yep.
Here's another thing. Rich
Okay.
people. Apparently, scientists are mad because rich people are collecting T-Rex fossils that should be in museums.
Yes. Now this is something to be outraged about.
It should be in a museum.
Yes.
Get it in a museum.
Not allowed to own that.
I don't know. Last night I'm lying awake in bed going, what's going on with these famous T-Rex fossils? And I looked it up this morning.
Oh, okay. Finish your story. I have an answer here.
Okay.
Let me guess. She's friends with them.
No, it's a film producer who did The Automatic Hate, This Changes Everything, and a movie called Lily that came out last year. That's Carrie Ann Flynn, fourth crew member aboard Blue Origin flight, was a film producer. The next one is Aisha Bowe. She is the former NASA rocket scientist, entrepreneur, and global STEM advocate.
Very good.
And then the final one is a astronautics research scientist.
Yeah, these are real people.
That's the Harvard grad and all that kind of stuff.
doing
Nobody
nerd
cares
things.
about them.
No,
But
I
yeah.
mean I do, but we just don't know them.
The film producer who produced 3 movies that no one's ever seen, she was definitely lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
You know what? I would watch the cast of Shark Tank in space. That'd
Me
be fun.
too.
Yeah, Mr.
Cuban up
Wonderful.
there.
Oh
We
my
sent,
gosh,
if we just sent that
Lori.
panel right up to space, and
That's
they just
right.
program from up space. That'd be great.
So, I guess there's a paleontologist that's calling out this growing problem. More and more T-Rex fossils are ending up in the hands of private buyers instead of public museums.
So this is like full on, like femur bones, teeth, or the whole skulls. Because didn't Nicolas Cage own a whole skull?
He
at
owned a
one
skull,
point?
but like illegally.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it was
paleontologist came
stolen
after
from
him, yeah.
somewhere, and it wound up in his house, and I think it wound up being seized.
Oh my gosh.
When he
Scott,
was
look that up.
broke.
Yep. I believe you're right on that.
So, private collectors and commercial fossil hunters are now own more scientifically important T-Rex skeletons, skulls, and bones than all the public museums put together.
Yeah.
And
And the scientists like, hey, this is stuff that actually matters for real research. You know, full skeletons, skulls, even smaller bones can teach about, you know, the dinosaurs' life and growth. And these rich people are coming in and they're buying this stuff up for their own collections at home.
Well, it's okay. So, is it because there's a market for this? I mean, you know, rich folks don't go to their basements to show their buddies' bones. You know what I mean? Like collections usually mean investment collections. So,
Well,
are they?
No, I mean, it could be like you walk into somebody's house and you got like a glass case with like a T-Rex skull. That's a good conversation piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also, can't rich
It's
people...
art.
It is art. And like how rich people buy art and then they loan it to museums for exhibits, can't these paleontologists go to the rich people and go, hey, we need your T-Rex skull for like a year. Can we borrow that again?
No.
Oh.
How much are they going to learn from looking at it more? I mean, come on, take a picture.
it does.
I mean,
last
these
longer.
I don't mean to come down on the
Here we go.
paleontologists, but they've had a long time to figure this out. These bones have just been sitting there for millions
Millions
if
of
not
years.
billions of years. And now all of a sudden they need it for another 6 months to figure out this T-Rex's life.
Good point.
They had it. They snapped a picture of it. They got some good data. Let a rich guy have a skull.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, make his house look rad. And Nicolas Cage had to return it to Mongolia.
Oh, so he had to return it to Mongolia because it was a stolen T-Rex skull that he paid a premium price for. How much did he pay
over
for?
$270,000.
So he paid over $270,000 for a T-Rex skull, which actually, to be honest with you,
pretty cheap.
Actually seems like a pretty good price.
That is a good deal. I mean,
Maybe that's
hey, get it while
Mongolian
it's hot.
dollars.
Oh, that could be.
Get it while it's fresh.
That seems like it's a pretty good price for something so rare.
Yeah.
How could he not buy it? And he's
Yeah.
probably like, this thing's going to pay for itself in a couple of years. And then Mongolia comes and reclaims it.
Hey, I wonder how that stuff works with when you donate something to a museum, or not donate, but you like loan it to a museum or an art piece or something. I wonder if they do that for protection. I always assumed, like, okay, if you're kind of new and you own a few pieces of art, well, first of all, you don't want to have the responsibility for the insurance or the protection of it,
Well,
right?
it's like putting it in a safe deposit box.
Yeah, so if you loan it to a museum, doesn't that kind of fall under the umbrella of A, their security protocols, and B, their maybe insurance policies and some other things?
Maybe, but I'm sure there are collectors that actually collect stuff that want to put it on display for people to enjoy.
Yeah. And then if you put it at places like the Getty, they can actually also, if it's starting to crack and stuff, they can restore some of that.
Right, yeah. Dana Barrett is in there, cleaning it up.
Yeah.
From Ghostbusters?
Well, yeah.
Oh, I'll see what you did for Vigo.
Exactly. Brought that whole thing back to life.
So right now, this paleontologist who's kind of sounded the alarm on this says there are 61 T-Rex specimens in public collections and 71 in private hands. Of those, 14 are juvenile fossils, which are especially rare and valuable for understanding how a T-Rex would grow up. Scientists are frustrated because once these fossils are sold to private buyers, they're basically off limits for research. And, these fossils could fetch a pretty good price. Like a Stegosaurus sold at auction last year for $44.6 million.
Wow.
I mean, that is the second favorite.
The Stegosaurus?
Of any 80s kids.
They're so cute.
Yeah, I mean, come
It
on.
was probably T-Rex.
Then Stegosaurus, and then, as you know, the Triceratops. You just covered 89% of all 80s children. If you ask them, what's your favorite dinosaur? You name one of those three.
Triceratops, the T-Rex. I was an Allosaurus guy, honestly.
I love the
What are you
Brontosaurus.
talking about?
I was a Brontosaurus kid. Grew up. Turns out no such thing as a Brontosaurus.
Upsetting.
What?
They weren't real.
A Brachiosaurus.
Wait.
Google it. No,
So
never.
you're telling me
Brontosaurus. Every kid's the most normal looking dinosaur.
I am 46 years old.
Yep.
Yeah, not a real dinosaur.
And I'm learning for the first time right now on April the 17th, 2025, that there was no such thing as a Brontosaurus.
No.
Get the out of here.
Now,
Well, according to these Googs.
Yeah, it's back.
That's back.
It says it's now considered a real dinosaur.
Yeah, baby.
we're back, baby.
We got Pluto back. We got the Brontosaurus
Pluto's
back.
not back.
We're winning.
Pluto is still a dwarf planet.
Not to me. Okay,
man.
not to me.
Wait, who said Brontosaurus was off the
Scott,
Joe
said-
Rogan said
There
it.
was something after Jurassic
out of
Park
this.
came out, and they were talking about the Brachiosaurus or whatever. There was like this whole thing going around, like, oh yeah, remember we always used to call it a Brontosaurus, and that's not right. I do remember that.
So they just found. Are you telling me now they found another dinosaur and said we'll call this one the Brontosaurus?
Look, here's an
Better have
article.
a long neck.
As of April 7th, 2015, here's an article that says the Brontosaurus is back.
So for over, for just about 10 years now. We're almost at the 10-year anniversary of the Brontosaurus being back.
I smell a
casserole
rat.
ready.
I'll got to do my own research here. I don't know about this.
Oh man,
Google.com.
Brontosaurus, which translates to thunder lizard.
Which was a nickname
That's the
for
coolest.
Scott's penis in high school.
That's right.
Welcome to the
proud of that.
Thunderdome.
Oh man, that's why everybody
Still.
stayed away from it.
Yeah.
Get old thunder penis in
It's
here.
fun to go back to high school reunions and just hear
Here
it all,
comes
you know?
good old thunder penis.
Yeah, high school reunion, your name tag said thunder lizard.
How's it hanging?
Bam. But no, it's Elmer Riggs in 1903. He argued it was a juvenile form of an apatosaurus.
1903.
Yeah.
And then what? They just went ahead with it for 80 years until someone listened to this old timer, or what?
I guess so. I don't know.
He questioned that they were real in 03.
Well,
Yeah.
The Brontosaurus is back, guys. And,
So what happened was a wealthy person donated
Thursday.
I didn't even
theirs
know
to a
it went away.
museum.
What a Thursday.
What's an Allosaurus? What
It's
what
like
did
the
you say?
T-Rex.
That's
It's a,
Scott's wife.
Yep.
Oh, that's the smaller, spikier one.
No, I think they were not. They were not.
Scott's wife.
That's an Allosaurus. No, they look just like the T-Rex, but they weren't around at the same time.
Oh yeah, he's kind of
look a little
nerdier
dumber.
looking. Yeah, he's kind of. Why would you? Why? You just had to be different.
I had to be different.
He just had to be different.
Everybody was all T-Rex. I'm like, no, I'm Allosaurus.
Yeah.
What's up?
I'm an Allosaurus
Oh
guy.
look, it even translates to different lizard.
Yeah.
You're a different lizard.
Alba.
Yeah, and they were not around at the same time as the T-Rex. What's the one with the tail that's got the big thing at the end?
Ankylo.
Oh.
Ankylosaurus. That's right.
He's a good one.
Yeah, I like that
Hammered-
one too.
hammered tail.
I love
You
dinosaurs.
should buy some.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that dinosaur.
Buy 'em
money.
up
I got the
before
dinosaur
dude,
money.
you
You
got
have
that
tall
dino?
ceilings?
Imagine walking into my house and just seeing a giant T-Rex skull.
Hey, we were talking about that yesterday. You got the dino cash.
I
Come
got
on,
the
man.
dino
You're looking for
cash.
something to spend it on.
Before these paleontologists lock it up.
Listen, I'm gonna spend that retirement money. I'm gonna pull out my 401k money and buy myself a T-Rex fossil.
Yeah, man.
Put it in a femur.
For investment purposes. You know, with the market the way it is, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Got to put it in something.
Gotta put it in something,
Gold,
man.
silver, bones,
Who gives a
whatever.
crap?
But no, I tell you what, the scientists are upset about this. So
Oh.
that's it.
I want to see how they make their money. Let's see if that's why they're
I
upset.
don't know. Maybe you take off, take some of that tax refund money.
Because they'll make money. Okay, so if they get more of that, then they can get more money for research, which means they can make more money.
Yeah, follow the money. What do these scientists really want?
Hey, what did you say about Stegosaurus? You said somebody
Come on, scientists.
somebody has a Stegosaurus?
Well, somebody bought a full Stegosaurus, like fully put together
The
with
full-
fossils.
yeah,
Yeah,
like you-
$44.6 million.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. A private. Like somebody, like a private,
Where do you keep that?
you have to have a big
Garage.
garage or a big basement. I don't know.
What? How big are those in the real life?
Well, and also they're talking about, so rich people are paying fossil hunters to go and to go out to wherever these digs happen and actually pull them out of the ground.
Hey, we got some fossils.
Sounds like an episode of DuckTales.
My brother. By the way, they're about 21 to 30 feet. These Stegosauri. We were in. I think it's actually called Dinosaur National Park. It's out in the west, as everything is, and they've got they've got a bunch of different sites. And occasionally, like you kind of drive out, and it'll say, "Here's a site. You walk, 60 feet this way," and they'll have like a piece of glass like over the earth where they unearthed
Yeah,
something. And it'll be, individual bones and whatever. But then they have a whole wall where they found like 60 dinosaurs all died in a pile. You know what I mean?
Is
Like
that La Brea
dinosaur
tar
pile,
pits?
just like the band. What's that?
La Brea tar pits?
No. That's West Coast. This is like in, is it Utah maybe? I want to say Utah.
So it's fun for the kids. They get to go and they be dinosaur, fossil hunters.
Yeah, and it's amazing. But
and they probably get a little fragment.
well, when we were out looking at one of those kind of just individual ones, my brother and I, we're running around playing tag, doing whatever we're doing because we're not all that interested in what's happening. And we kind of slid down this hill, and my brother's like, dude, like something cut me. And he went over and dug it up, and it's dinosaur teeth. And now you're supposed to, if you find that stuff, like find a ranger and tell him. My brother pocketed.
No, you put that in your pocket.
My brother pocketed those things, and we got them in a curio cabinet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the ranger's going to come and go, I'll take that, and then you get some,
You get nothing.
You get a
And then
T-shirt. I found a
his
fossil
edge.
at, Fossil Park. Get the hell out of here.
Yes, and it's like highly against the rules, but I think the statute of limitations on dinosaur theft is so if
When
anybody's looking to collect,
When it comes to archaeology, they abide by one rule: finders keepers.
finders, keepers,
That's
losers,
losers, weepers.
I want to be a fossil hunter. It sounds easier to kill than a regular hunter.
Well, bottom line with this whole thing, the scientist is saying, the private fossil trade is hurting science, and the more fossils that disappear into private hands, unless we all get to know about how these things lived.
What more information are we looking for? What's it really matter?
Are they trying to find
What
DNA?
more
I don't know,
do you
Clownvis.
want?
How's it going to change my life if I know how a baby
I don't
T-Rex
know.
grew up?
here it is, Dinosaur National Monument. It's on the border of Colorado and Utah. You see this? I mean, like this is all as it was found.
Oh, they just left it in there.
Yeah, and they built a building over the big one.
That's sweet.
Because at the tar pits, they have them all pieced out and all this stuff.
I don't know. Maybe we read these stories and go, "Oh, cool." You know, this dinosaur, this color skin. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what we're learning.
That's the one piece of information we're looking for. Were they purple or something exciting? Is the only information that we don't have.
Yeah. So. Is Barney technically correct in the way it looks?
I would imagine.
Scientifically accurate. Well,
I don't know.
Funny.
Here's the thought I had yesterday, and I'd like your help on this. Is kind of out of left field. I was sitting on the couch yesterday. I just watched the new episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah.
The first one?
The first one of the new season.
Heavy, boy.
Dude.
It's heavy.
What happened?
Oh, man.
You can't
You
say
got
anything.
it. You got to just watch. You got to just
I've never
start.
watched Black Mirror.
Oh, it is so
It is.
well
it is our
done.
Twilight Zone.
Is
It is
it?
this generation's Twilight Zone, without a doubt. And Rashida Jones is in the first episode.
I love Rashida Jones.
So is that feller from Wedding Crashers. Nope.
No,
Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids.
Yeah.
The Irish guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's great.
Who's in it?
Cop?
That guy's in a lot of the cop from
I love that guy.
Bridesmaids. He's in a lot of stuff. He's very funny.
Yeah.
But this is for sure. And Rashida Jones is known for comedy, and so is this other guy. This is not funny
Not
at all. You'd love it.
Great.
I mean, you
I
gotta
love
be,
not funny stuff.
You got to be ready for darkness because this is a dark show.
Oh, and I Clownvis, you watch Black Mirror?
no, I keep it light.
Yeah, I
Keep it
can't
light.
You don't
imagine
light
you
at
sitting
I don't
there.
want you. I don't want you watching this. Okay.
Yeah.
I just have Tom and Jerry on in the
I
background.
don't want to see
while I
you
work.
sad. I don't want to see you sad because there was definitely like a sadness at the end of this.
No,
thing.
yeah, I don't need that.
Yeah, until Black Mirror is ready to use the sound effect that. I don't.
Yeah, I got home. I got home around 1 o'clock yesterday, and I was like, "All right, it's too late for a nap." So I'm just gonna sit on the couch. The house was empty. Nobody was home.
Yeah.
I put this thing on, and at the end of the episode, it was like 57 minutes long. End of the episode, I literally just shut the TV off and sat there.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Wow.
Oh,
I
dude.
can't wait.
There was one in the second season, and I was going through something gnarly at the time. There was one that hit so hard that I had to turn it off. And you remember that?
I was with you.
I just sat.
What
there and was like,
episode was it?
Oh,
Yeah, you
I
don't
shouldn't.
say
Yeah, I shouldn't give that away. But it was.
What? How am I going to watch it?
I'll tell you which one. I just don't want to say. 'Cause
Okay.
It would kind of give away what I was going through, but it was brutal, and I had to like cleanse and
the
just
house
sit
went
there.
from a really fun night to all
Well,
of a sudden he got real
I was
quiet
like,
and
I'm really
disappeared.
no,
sorry.
and I sat
that
there.
affected me horribly.
I sat there so I turned the TV off and I'm sitting on my couch, and the house is silent. The dogs are sleeping, and the house is silent. And I just started to go into like a really weird kind of like. I got my notepad out, and I started writing stuff down. And I don't know why I thought of this. If I could put a curse on my enemies, but it could only be a minor inconvenience, what would they be?
Well, that first episode would be gnarly.
Yeah.
Because it's.
Dang it.
I mean, do you want to say kind of what it's about? I mean, that doesn't give anything away.
Well, it's so Rashida Jones is this guy's wife,
Right.
and she has is it like an aneurysm or some kind of cancer, like
Yeah,
brain
tumor.
cancer.
A tumor.
A tumor.
They don't really go into it too much.
And she's basically brain dead, and she's at the hospital, and they come to the husband, who's the Irish guy, and they say, "Hey, listen, she's not going to wake up. She's brain dead. She's dead." But there's a startup company that the nurse says, "Hey, there's a company that could bring your wife back to life."
Reanimator.
Well, it's more about they had like a technology where they could put something in the brain that then would replicate whatever part of that brain that
Died.
that was damaged, that was died. They could replicate that in a cloud system, basically, and send the consciousness into her, and therefore letting her live a normal life. The problem is, it's like a cell phone company, and all your stuff is in the cloud. It's a tech company, so
You don't own the information anymore.
so they can turn you off anytime. And if you roam out of the area, well, you have to pay for a higher plan.
Yeah, let's
And,
say your plan is AT&T, and you're out of the AT&T's coverage area.
Yeah, I'm in a roam zone.
yeah, sorry, you can't go to Kansas anymore.
Oh.
Because as soon as you
Because-
cross the border, you shut off.
You shut off.
And I just turn into schlop on the ground? What
And then
happens?
it's basically now you don't own your consciousness. A company does.
Ah, yes.
And the company is now offering upgrades and just like it were like an app. So your brain is an app.
So they give you something that you need and that you love, and then they charge you more for it and charge you more
so
for
you
it.
could pay for like a package of like trivia night, expert in trivia night.
Yes.
Well,
hold on.
Actually, they go into that.
They go into that. I don't want to give too much away.
Okay.
It's Chris O'Dowd, by the way.
Chris O'Dowd's name. Dude, it is.
Sounds fun.
They make you need. They make you need something, and then they charge you for
No.
it. It's brilliant.
Do they still have free will?
Yes.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
do
yeah.
have. In certain circumstances, they don't.
They do take it away eventually.
They do take it away if you don't pay for an upgrade. It's.
You know what I would do? Because I don't want to put any bad things on me, and I've been really working on just like, woosah, just forgiving anybody that's wronged me in my past, and digging out of that. But if I had to find something that would inconvenience people,
minor inconvenience. So if you're to put a curse on your enemy, but it can only be a minor inconvenience.
I think I would start with your feet, and I would either have your shoes always be untied, or a pebble in your shoe.
Wrote those down.
Wow, pretty good.
Dude,
yeah.
I wrote a bunch of stuff. I had like, I was creative.
Good for you.
You just go person by person, like, what would I give him? Or
Like I was creative. Like for example, like every time you go to sneeze, it disappears at the last second.
Oh,
Every time.
Yeah,
That's
never
what
have a
the
cleansing
first one
one.
I thought of had to do with sneezing. Yeah.
Your phone charger only works if it's held at a weird angle.
Oh no!
Like if your phone
Yeah.
charger's going out, like you gotta like
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
it. And you're like,
I know all about. I think somebody put that curse on me.
No, these are only minor inconveniences. Your socks are always damp no matter what. That was my sock. That was my sock one.
Dude, that I couldn't. I wouldn't. I just wouldn't.
Every time you eat chips, the bag opens up down the side.
That one is on me for sure. Somebody got me early with that curse.
Like if you open a bag of chips, it splits down the side. You go,
Go get a Ziploc because the chip clip ain't gonna fix
Yep.
this.
yeah.
And if it happens my house, somebody always puts it back. I go, who did this?
Right.
Yeah.
I go, who did this?
Inconvenience.
There's someone in my house that has issues with that.
There's only 2 people that live.
Allosaurus has a problem with what's going on.
Those bags are tricky.
Every pen you pick up is out of ink, but you only find out after you start writing. Every time you order fast food, you're missing one item. Your glasses fog up every time you walk inside, no matter what. Every time you walk inside, your glasses fog up.
Man, you know what's been happening to me, especially since we had that. Remember that weird storm that came in? There was like dust everywhere that came from Texas or something. Dirty windshield. For
Yeah.
some reason, I keep running out of windshield wiper fluid, which has never happened in my life. But that's my new curse. And a dirty windshield is maybe one of the most annoying things ever.
Every playlist shuffle that you put on, your least favorite songs at the top. Again, these are minor inconveniences. Every time you type like a text message or something for autocorrect, it changes love to live every single time. Every single time.
Autocorrect.
Oh man, at least you know it's coming. I can't. For some reason, my and I've reset. You can reset the keyboards.
Oh.
But for some reason, every time I've reset it, congrats always goes to co, and then it rats, or it always puts a space in congrats. So I just don't congratulate anybody anymore.
Yeah. Every time you try to use self-checkout at the grocery store, in the middle of you scanning, the machine says needs assistance.
Ooh.
Every time.
Yeah.
Every time you use it.
So inconvenient.
Let me see here. What else did I write down? You can never find the end of the tape or the start of the cling wrap. Every time.
Annoying.
Yeah.
Every time you can't find the start
is-
of the cling wrap.
Kind of real, anyways.
Every time you open a bag of salad, it explodes all over the kitchen. Let me see here. You always get and whenever you get a song stuck in your head, it's always one you hate.
The salad thing is the worst for me because I don't know about you guys, but 5-second rule, there's only a couple things that it doesn't apply to, and lettuce is one of them. If lettuce hits the ground, it's over.
Yeah.
I mean,
You can't just wash it off.
I for some reason I can't. There's too many crevices and nooks.
5 second rule?
No, 5 second rule does not apply to salad.
Dude, I just read something about that today.
About salad?
The 5 second rule.
Oh man, I'm telling you, if I open one of them bags,
salad spends hours and hours and hours and hours and
it's back.
days and days and days in the ground.
oh, it's probably the nastiest thing ever, and everybody's touching it on the way, into my mouth and whatever. But like I'm telling you, if you open a bag of salad and it flips out, whatever doesn't land on the counter, it goes straight in the trash. I could drop a ton of chips. I'll pick all those up. And eat them
I don't know.
right
I'm
away.
biased. Like if it's a pretty good piece of spinach that's perfectly edible, like it's not weird and wilted. And it's still very crisp.
good
Like it's going in my mouth.
romaine.
It depends on what kind of salad you're talking about. If you're talking about finely chopped, I understand it's hard to clean off. But yeah, a big old leafy piece of spinach, you could just.
It's
On that
irrational.
tip, as far as inconvenience goes, anytime you drop toast, it always lands butter down.
Yeah.
Butter side down.
Boo.
No, but seriously, everybody knows the 5 second rule. Like everybody knows the 5 second rule. It says when you drop a piece of, delicious food, as long as you pick it up within 5 seconds, it's fine to eat. If it's something less good like a circus peanut, man, you should probably toss it. But a microbiologist just put the 5 second rule to the test. So he put a petri dish on the ground for various time limits, ranging from 0 seconds to 1 minute, and then cultivated the samples to see which one develops bacteria. And in his experiment, every sample had evidence of microbial growth, showing that no amount of floor time is safe when it comes to contamination.
Darn it.
Well, there's different types of floors. A clean floor, a dirty floor. My floor is clean enough to eat off of.
Dance floor.
I don't know about this scientist floor.
But I mean, some are better than others, right? I mean, there's a but ... in this, is there not? Give us some sort of hope
Is he just
here.
using moist
There is
food?
no hope.
Oh,
Whatever, dude.
It says right here on the paper, there's no hope at all.
There's no hope.
So if it drops,
Man, that's
The 5 second dish had about the same amount of microbes as the sample that was left on the floor for a minute. So it doesn't matter.
man, those microbes are
Did
fast.
he test?
They're fast.
Did he test it just going through the air without hitting anything?
He put it down on the floor from 0 to 1 minute.
the real question is how much microbes can we handle?
That's a good question.
See?
I don't want any microbes. I'll be honest
we do
with you.
want them because, we have the gut biome.
Yeah, you need a gut bio.
we've had about 50 people just text us over on the Coleman Scamper text line and say Mythbusters did this test on the 5 second rule 20 years ago, and not one of them has texted us what they determined on the Mythbusters episode.
This microbiologist did this last week.
Yeah.
And
I'm telling you his results.
Wait, he's a
And there's
small
no hope.
biologist.
Tell us the results here, guys.
I think all the Mythbusters died.
What?
No, they didn't.
Nah, they just hate
That's
the
a
guy
myth.
with the hat?
They just hate each other,
They just hate each other.
Oh.
which is such a sad thing.
They hated each other during the show,
I
too.
know, it's so
That's
weird.
so-
They really did a good job not
They're almost like
showing that.
entertainers.
What's up with that cool chick that was on the show? Had
Oh,
the red
Carrie
hair?
Maxim.
Was that her name?
Carrie, dude, she is awesome. I think
Really?
she's still going. She and that Grant dude, I think, did another show.
Once they started getting the chicks on doing the science, I was out.
Oh, wrong.
Well, no.
She's amazing.
You don't need to announce. We know you're out. The WNBA, no thank you.
Dude, she was my favorite. They were all so good. That
I
show-
don't
that
trust.
show was
I
spectacular.
don't trust women
I don't
in
trust
science.
No, female Mythbusters.
They're going to, no.
Next thing you know, you're going to tell me that Katy Perry actually went into space. No, thank you.
No thank you on this show.
Not on this show. All right, let's do this. And it's brought to us by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, the official sports bar of the Rizz Show and home to St. Louis sports fans since 1990 from beautiful Union, Missouri.
Yeah.
Kiri Seavey is our
What's up?
Kiri Seavey. Cannot start the day without this here radio program. She's thankful to the show for helping her get into the groove for the workday. Appreciates King Scott's faith, Moon's musical talent, Rafe's smartestness, Lern's badassness,
Oh.
and my hate for people, which I...
What?
It's quite a spread.
What?
She covers all the bases there.
I don't hate everyone. Kiri's excited to finally become a Team Rizz member, and she actually dreams of one day actually being on the show with us. Scott, you're out.
What?
Kiri, you're in. Kiri Seavey from Union is our Team Rizz Member of the Day. Get super sweet Team Rizz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. Guys, Clownvis is here.
Yeah, baby. Monday morning. It's not Monday. What is
It's
it?
Thursday.
It's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Thursday morning.
And tomorrow you will be at the Mill.
At the Mill in Granite City, baby. Get there if you can. The new Las Vegas of the Midwest, Granite City.
Granite City. Good old GC.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no.
What?
Grant Imahara died at the age of 49, suddenly following a brain aneurysm.
Oh, my God.
I was right.
From Mythbusters.
You killed him.
I busted the myth.
Dude, he was on that White Rabbit project. It was on Netflix. And
that's the Asian guy, right?
A whole bunch of other stuff. Yeah, and then it looks like
he ate something off the floor.
Jesse Combs from Mythbusters died in a jet car crash attempting a speed record.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you. Yikes.
But the two main guys, Adam Savage and the guy with the mustache. Mustache guy. They're still
Jamie,
alive.
That's debatable. It's debatable. I don't know. We haven't checked on
He
that.
wore the beret, the mustache guy, and his weird hat.
That's Jamie Heineman.
Jamie Heineman. That's right. Crab on Celebrities next, 7:08. Thursday, traffic and weather. First look, Moon's coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We got a lane block due to a traffic signal failure. 141 Woods Mill Road, both ways at Burgundy Lane. Your point forecast, morning storm, then windy. High of 77 right now. It's 55th.
55, yeah, thank you. Okay.
55th.
All right, Lern, what do you got for us?
We're going to talk rock biopics. Woo, it's exciting. Who's drunk in public this week? Move over, Nick Cannon. There's a new top daddy in town. And did these shows stay good the entire time?
Okay, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays, the porno birthday, and what is the one album everyone should own? We'll chop it up next. Stay there. About Patricia's It's Where Fun and Fantasy Meet. So you're thinking, I'm never going to go into one of those stores. Well, what do you mean by one of those stores? You're thinking one of these seedy roadside, ooh, this place looks boarded up, floors are sticky, dimly lit sex shops. No, that's not what Patricia's is. Patricia's, it's classy, well lit. Employees there are great, willing to help you with anything you need. If you are planning a bachelor or bachelorette party, this is where you go for your supplies. Like for bachelorette parties, ladies, if you're looking for the naughty dice, if you're looking for the corsets, if you're looking for the penis-shaped stuff, this is where you go. You go to Patricia's. Sexy lingerie, stiletto heels, men's and women's adult toys, male enhancers, lotions, lube, stuff for the expert, stuff for the novice, and everything in between. And you got 3 very convenient locations. In St. Peter's, right there at the Cave Springs exit. In the city, at the corner of Grand and Gravois and on Page, 3 miles east of the Westport Plaza. For all your fun and adult toys, it's Patricia's. It's where fun and fantasy meet and where naughty is nice.
Ever found yourself in the middle of your daily deuce and thought, I wish this was funnier? Today's your lucky day. Welcome to the Number 2 Show. I'm your host, Rafe Williams, stand-up comedian, plus-size male model, and co-host of the Rizzuto Show on 105.7 The Point. What is the Number 2 Show? Well, it's me on the toilet talking to you on the toilet, just like it sounds. In each episode, we'll plunge into riveting topics that'll have you rolling in the stall with laughter, so much so that it might freak out whoever's sitting next to you. But I say, hey, lean in and make a friend. Sometimes it's just me. Other times I'll have interviews with special guests. Not now, obviously, dumbass. This is a promo. I'll also have musical performances. Ever heard of tiny desk concerts? How about tiny stall concerts? Like to see those nerds over at NPR try that. Is this a genius idea? I don't want to toot my own horn, but you're goddamn right it is. Enjoy the number 2 show. Don't forget to wipe.
Check this out. There's nothing. Nothing. It's a blank canvas.
You see that? The plants are coming in nicely. Come a long way since last year. Oh, hey, you want to come in? Let's go. It's night and day for what you guys saw before. I mean, this is an actual house now with rooms all framed at. But here's the cool part.
Lowe's knows. Lowe's knows how to help you save, especially for spring savings. And the spring savings have sprung. So if you're looking to get all your landscape needs fulfilled, well, right there, Lowes.com. Pardon me. Now, a lot of times you're not thinking about Mother's Day necessarily when you're thinking about Lowe's, but they have some incredible deals. And, I'm kind of looking at some of this patio furniture to surprise my wife with for the pool deck, because that would make me a hero for the year. I mean, they have so much at Lowe's and so many incredible deals going on. I'm looking at up to 40% off of select patio furniture and accessories. And then, of course, coming up April 19th to the 25th, it's just a few days away. That's the Missouri Show Me Green Sales tax holiday, and Lowe's knows how to help you save on top products during that as well, up to 35% off select Energy Star appliances. You got money off the LG 24-inch dishwasher, a LG Turbo Wash front-load washer and dryer. Remember, at Lowe's, we help you save, so check them out during that Missouri Show Me Green Sales tax holiday. I love Lowe's. We all love Lowe's here. We're a Lowe's show because Lowe's knows. Lowe's.com.
All right, it is Memorial Day weekend. We just got up to the farm. Job number 1, feed the chickens. Let's go.
There's 1 turkey. 2 turkeys. Yeah. All right, come on. To the chicken house.
Okay, gotta feed the chickens. Here's what they eat. Look in here. Oh. Come here, camera guy. There we go. All right, chickens. Here we go. Who wants to eat? Welcome back to the farm, and I think it's time to check out the chicken house. All right, welcome to the chicken house. Let's see inside. Check this out. Look in the nest. Duck eggs, those will hatch in about 28 days, and we'll have 5 more ducks hopefully on the farm. So here's the pen. The ducks hang out here, the chickens hang out here. The door's normally open because they just wander around. But this is home base. And that little door there closes at 7 o'clock automatically, so everybody better be inside. So now you saw most of the animals. Next week, out to the field. We got to do some work. Thanks for coming to the farm.
Bar and Grill. We love Hot Shots. They are proud to be an official battle bar and partner of your St. Louis Battlehawks for the 2025 UFL season. So join fellow Battlehawks fans at any Hot Shots location, catch every matchup, home or away, and experience the best cacao party in town. The Battle Bar watch parties will be packed with giveaways and prizes and more as your St. Louis Battlehawks charge towards their first UFL championship. Bring your loudest caw and cheer on St. Louis's favorite football team with Hot Shots. In fact, there is an official Hot Shots Battlehawks watch party this coming Saturday. You got 2 locations, actually, at 11 a.m. Hot Shots Lindbergh and Hot Shots St. Charles. Again, specials on food, specials on drink, and prizes to be given away. So join Hot Shots on special Battlehawks days. Celebrate with fellow fans. Enjoy the Battlehawks game day specials and cacaw with pride. Hot Shots, the official sports bar of the Rizz Show and home to St. Louis sports fans since 1990. HotShotsNet.com.
Will there be celebrity guests on this show? Who does number 2 work for? Have you ever wondered what your boss's bathroom routine is like? Well, me neither. But we might find out today whether we like it or not on the number 2 show. In the wild ecosystem of the workplace, there's a unique species we've all encountered and have to navigate. The boss. Ugh. Just as David Attenborough would guide us through the behaviors of lions and gazelles on the African plains, let me take you on an office safari. You won't need binoculars, but perhaps a strong cup of coffee or a sneaky sip of the flask you keep in your top drawer, Frank. That's right, Frank. We all know about the whiskey. Get a handle on things. From the prowling micromanager to the elusive Captain Cryptic, here's a glimpse into a few of the bosses you're bound to run into during your 9-to-5 jungle adventure.
Fat. All right, welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Coleman's Campers text line, 314-649-DUMB. The Make Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials, at RizzShow. Show your emails, RizzShow at 1057thepoint.com. Clownvis is here.
Yeah, baby.
See him at the Mill tomorrow in Granite City. Hall of Fame goalie Ed Belfours. He'll be here at 8:30. You could see Ed Belfours tonight from 6 to 8 at Macadoodle's in Darting Prairie. That is on Bryan Road. He'll be out there signing bottles of his Belfours Spirits liquors.
Nice.
So Macadoodle's beer, fine wine, and spirits, 1555 Bryan Road. He'll be out there from 6 to 9 o'clock at Belfours. You don't need a ticket or anything.
Just show up.
Just show up and hang out with a Hall of Fame goalie.
You been to Macadoodle's?
I have not yet.
Oh,
yeah, you've been there.
It's so cool. So fancy. I mean, I would just hang out there. If I lived closer to that, I'd just hang out there.
Hey, speaking of hockey, they did announce the Blues' first playoff game will be Saturday. Game 1, Blues, Jets, Saturday, 5 p.m. in Winnipeg. That's the only game they've announced so far is just Game 1. The rest of the Round 1 game times will be, I think, later on today will be released. But they're worried that I think Games 3 and 4. So when would that be? So Game 1 would be. Do you have all the game times, Moon?
Yeah, I believe so. Let's see.
I just saw Game 1. That was it. I could be wrong about game.
Well, most of the times are TBD. Pardon me. God dang.
Want to do a little vocal exercise or
Oh,
something?
hey, la, 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 blues. Yeah, the only thing I have is oh, cool. It just locked me up. No, they have not It's all TBD as far as times go. It's just the cities that have been put up in the days.
I just read game one's going to be Saturday at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, hang on. I have this. I have this information right here. Once it.
Well, so next Saturday is Cat Williams at Enterprise, and I've got tickets.
Look at
Are you
you.
kidding
Look
me?
at the big tickets on Brad.
I've got tickets, and they're saying maybe one of the games. I think Brooks and Dunn are there the day before.
Yeah.
Brooks and Dunn. Wow, both of them.
Brooks and Dunn are there Friday.
You're right. They don't have dates or times. It's just Winnipeg, game 2, game 3 and 4, St. Louis, game 5, Winnipeg, game 6, St. Louis, game 7, if needed, Winnipeg.
Listen, I finally got tickets for something, and I'm excited to go.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
Cat Williams
I'm proud of
shows
you.
are legendary. You're gonna have.
I know. That's why I just got tickets because it's Cat Williams, and you never know.
Yeah.
Hey, are you like this, though? And I feel like you are, and I wanted you to
Go ahead.
hear. You're excited to go. You have tickets to something, you're excited to go.
Yes.
And you're excited to go every day until the day of.
That's right.
And then you get there and you go, God, I
Why
really
am
don't want to
doing
go to this.
Why'd I sign myself?
I've been excited for 3 months to go to this thing, and now that it's here, I really don't want to go.
Do you remember when I
anywhere
got tickets? I'm like, I'm going to Cat Williams. I'm getting
Yeah.
tickets.
You've been excited every day, and I'm just wondering, are you going to be excited that day?
Well, and then I read yesterday, I think Jeremy Rutherford from The Athletic was like, they may have to move some things around at Enterprise because of, Blues playoffs. I'm like, oh, man. And Cat Williams was one of the things on that list that may have to be moved. I'm not sure.
Interesting. And there's some concert up at that Winnipeg Arena as well.
Nelly.
Yeah, that's right, Nelly. And it was Chris Kerber yesterday said something about, they get fined.
They're supposed to hold dates.
Yeah, they're supposed to hold the dates and not book anything. But I wonder what that fine would be. I'm really curious. I don't know why. Really curious to know what the fine would be, and if it's just a smart gamble to be like, we'll pay the $20,000 fine at the chance to make $200,000 on this show.
Yeah, Brooks and Dunn is the 25th, so Friday. Cat Williams is the Saturday.
By the way, that feeling of being excited for something and then losing that excitement is called a gumption trap.
Gumption trap.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know.
Or an adrenaline crash. So there is like a scientific phrasing for it.
There's a lot of things that I get really excited about every day up until that day.
Yeah.
I go, man.
What the hell did I sign up for?
Yeah, why'd I do this?
Yeah.
I'm going to stay excited because I got Dwight Yoakam next week.
You got Dwight. You're going to see Dwight Yoakam?
yeah.
Where's
At
he
Enterprise?
No, he's over at, I believe, the Family.
Oh, Family Arena?
Get out of here, really?
playing? That's nice.
Yeah.
All right, well, again, we're waiting for so we know Saturday, 5 o'clock is game 1 of Blues Winnipeg. Other games TBD. So I guess Kirk Hammett was being interviewed, and he was talking about the albums that influenced him personally and professionally. And he said that everyone should own this one record. This one record should be in everybody's collection. If ask Kirk Hammett one record, what record should everybody own? And he said,
Iron
what?
Maiden. He probably said Iron Maiden or something like that.
You know the answer, Lern, right?
Black Sabbath?
No.
Like
no.
It's got to
Probably-
be a Beatles thing.
I would say he probably said the Misfits.
He's going to say
He
something
did
about
not.
Zepp.
No, not Zeppelin. Not the
Was it,
Misfits. Nothing obscure. Nothing crazy.
The Monkees.
Eagles'
Was it-
greatest hits.
No.
What era was it? 60s?
70s.
70s.
It was a debut
70s,
record. It was a debut
70s.
record from a big band.
AC/DC.
No.
Kirk Hammett.
Kirk Hammett.
70s. Judas
The Eagles?
Priest?
No.
Did you say Iron Maiden?
Not Iron Maiden.
70s.
Van
Van Halen.
He said everyone should own Van Halen's 1978 self-titled debut.
That's a good one.
How'd they come up with that title, I wonder?
He explained that Eddie Van Halen was able to write all sorts of songs with all sorts of emotions and all sorts of feelings. Mm-hmm. And it just rips.
It does rip.
I need to give it a listen.
And he said that's the one record. If you could have a million other records, but that's the one record everyone should own.
Yeah.
So what do you think? What's the one record, in your opinion, everyone should own?
You know, I thought about this, and yesterday was the anniversary of Temple of the Dog's only record. I feel like that album is so special, and everybody should have that. But I know that's not like a great one, but I think that it's perfect from front to back.
I'm imagining, I mean, there's a big, a lot of different people in the world. I'm imagining like the little old ladies having to listen to Temple of the Dog.
Yeah. You can get down to it. Grammy will love
I
it.
have to have this, I guess.
What's the one? So for you, it's Temple of the Dog.
Yeah, I guess for today, I feel like this is changing every day. Like if you asked me this question every day, it would change. But yeah, I'm kind of stuck on that
Moon, what do you
one
think?
today.
What do you think the one record? And it could be pop, it could be rock. The one record, or give me one of both.
I don't know, man. My mind's been racing all over the place. Because anything I say isn't going to be something that I necessarily think is my favorite or something that I listen to often, but it's something that's kind of like all-encompassing as far as the genre. And pop record, you might be surprised to hear me say the Justified record from Justin Timberlake is one of the
that's
best
interesting.
all-around, full front-to-back, just like spectacular pop record.
Crimea River?
Written by Pharrell and Justin and a couple other people, but produced by Pharrell. I think it's just
Even
like...
more so than like Thriller from Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Which is,
I mean,
to me, if you were to say pop records, that is the
Essential.
one.
Right.
If you were to own one pop record,
I understand.
That's the one.
And Justified is just Michael Jackson wannabe. I mean, it's trying to emulate a modernized version of that. Rock record, again, I don't know where to start. And I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm not even necessarily a Zepp guy, but that Zeppelin 4 is probably on the list. I hate to say, I was going to say whatever Van Halen record you lean towards. Pearl Jam's 10, I hate to be that nerd that just goes straight grunge guy, but that record is pretty perfect.
Pretty killer, huh?
Yeah. Right? I mean, I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know.
It's a hard question.
Album.
It's a very hard question. I mean, do you go like, all right, everybody's knowing like Abbey Road from the Beatles, or Dark Side of the Moon from Pink Floyd, or
These are the big 10.
Rumors from Fleetwood Mac, or
can it be a greatest hits record?
But it has to be rock, you said?
No, rock or pop, whatever.
Because Marty Robbins, the gunfighter and ballads and trail songs, that's the album of albums. That's like the pinnacle of music. It peaked then with that album.
My husband says Huey Lewis and the News Sports.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great record.
It's a great record.
Yeah, that okay. I might be on Tim's team here because you cannot listen to that record and not be in a good mood.
That's true.
That's a good mood record. That will,
Actually, there's a few Beach Boy albums that.
I have a contender here. It's a little early. History might tell a different story, but I'm going to go ahead and put on the list the new Bozo the Clown 7-inch called Let Your Clown Out featuring Clownvis.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Well, I guess if you are a clown,
get your clown out.
That sounds awesome.
It's called Let Your Clown
Let your clown out.
Yeah.
Get your clown out.
Get your thunder lizard
Put that
out.
clown
Come
back
and
in your
get
pants.
your clown.
No greatest hits. You can't put greatest hits on this. So maybe Queen's A Night at the Opera.
Oh,
There
you're
you
right.
go,
You're
yeah.
right. You're right. You're right.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back to that. Yeah, it's a Queen record.
Queen's A Night at the Opera. That's the one with Bohemian Rhapsody on it. Or U2's Joshua Tree.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I think Willie Nelson's Red-Headed Stranger is one of the most
Yes.
perfect albums.
What about, I guess cliche would be Nirvana. Nirvana, never mind. I don't know.
Well,
Nah, it doesn't sound like
Stones.
those people.
Stones, Exile on Main Street. The Clash, London Calling.
Clash was on my mind.
Boston's first record is still my my favorite record to listen to on vinyl. It's a time capsule, and at the same time, it's timeless. It's just so beautiful. And I know you hate Boston, but God dang, Boston.
For you Pink Floyd fans, we got to pick one. Is it The Wall or is it
You Were
Dark
Here.
Side of the Moon? Oh, Wish You Were Here?
Well, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying,
You gotta pick
it's
one.
Dark Side of the Moon. It has
Is it-
to be.
yeah,
No,
I think so.
I would say The Wall.
Really?
Yeah.
You would, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I would say Dark Side.
Yeah, I like Dark Side.
No, Dark Side, well, I won't say anything bad, but I mean, it's almost cheesy at some points of that album. You know?
Like The Wall isn't?
I mean, well, no, I think the Wall has more depth, is what I mean.
The Beatles, if you had to pick, hey, all right, we got to have one Beatles record on here. What is it going to be?
The Anthology.
The White
Yes.
Album.
No greatest hits.
No greatest hits.
The White
Probably
Album.
Abbey Road.
Okay.
Hell,
Tom Petty, Wildflowers.
Oh, duh.
What about
But I'm
Damn
also
Torpedoes?
shocked you didn't say this. Radiohead, OK Computer.
Get out of here. Get out. You leave. You leave.
Shocked you didn't say that.
just took a pay cut.
Carole King's Tapestry, somebody said, or Madonna's Like a Prayer.
Yeah, those are iconic.
Nothing Shocking, or one of those Chains Addiction.
Slippery when
Ritual?
wet.
Ritual, that's what I was thinking, yeah.
You know, and as the preeminent Jane's Addiction fan in this room, like hardcore, love Jane's Addiction, grew up, high school, ever since they got into that fight on stage and Perry Farrell punched Dave Navarro, I've been skipping my Jane's Addiction songs.
Really?
Disenchanted.
Nice.
Yeah.
What, you can't divide the people from the music?
It really disappointed me.
They didn't need to be still playing these days. I mean,
Like I really am disappointed.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Like I would have like a shuffle of my favorite songs on, and a Jane song would come on. I go, I can't.
That's
I can't
weird.
Do it.
You don't strike me as somebody who's done that with like MJ's music. So is this because you got to see the violence firsthand and you know it's true, and that's why you are able to divide it, or you're not able to listen
He's
to
finally emotionally connected.
Are you?
I've always been emotionally connected.
Not to Michael Jackson.
Not to Michael Jackson, not like Jane's Addiction, like it was a part of my...
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you're always like, I separate my politics from my chicken, and like you're one of those guys. But now you're not, because you're actually emotionally involved.
There you go.
Yeah, there are certain things that I'm emotionally attached to.
And Jane's Addiction is one
And
of them.
Jane's Addiction...
Chicken and Michael Jackson isn't it.
do you feel Perry's kind of turned into a villain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't want that.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
And not that I don't want that. I'm seeing that it's reality.
Yeah.
Like, what a dick.
Yeah, it wasn't alleged. It wasn't like a he said, she said. It's like you actually did see the drama unfold on stage, so maybe that's impactful in a different way. Whereas, like, for me, I had a really hard time listening to Marilyn Manson and Brand New and all the different allegations, like the sexual misconduct and stuff that was coming out, where I was like, I just can't handle this. And Michael Jackson's music, I'm like, I just got to back away for a while. But those are all allegations before, until they're proven and whatever. And this you actually saw in the flesh happen. So it's a little different.
Dang.
You know?
Dude, I'm emotionally tied to my music. If I know a band and they're great guys, even if it's not my favorite music, I'm all about them. And if there's a band that I used to love and I listen to and I get to know them and they're dingles, I hate it. I just don't support it.
Lern, you're a big classic rock fan, obviously being on Casey for all those years.
Yeah, man.
All the stuff.
All the stuff. Aerosmith, trust me, my relationship with Aerosmith
Jimmy
has been a
Page.
freaking mess.
Everything.
Rolling Stones.
Yes.
I mean,
What
there are
controversy
some
do they
skeletons in those closets.
Absolutely there is. It's tough. It's like, oh my God. We won't be able to listen to anything. Think about it. Think of all the hip hop, like all the P. Diddy music. Just there is so much controversy in creativity. I don't know if that's because these people are so free and they just have money and they can do whatever the hell they want. But yeah, if we had to start eliminating who we listen to because of the controversy, we wouldn't listen to anything.
Right, but this one, the Jane's Addiction one, hit me.
Can you play the scenario and tell me if it would be different? What if the guy he attacked on the stage was some no-namer? And of course, you know the band, but let's say it was a bass player, some bearded bass player that's been in the band for 15 years. You don't necessarily know his name or know anything about him. Was it a different thing because he was being such a D to sweet little old peaceful Dave Navarro here on the side? Because
No,
he's
I
like,
think if he
hey, man, you know what I mean? Like, I swear that plays a part because Navarro comes off as such a, like a peace guy.
No, because the whole Perry Farrell thing was like, he's all about peace and love and just chilling and being spiritual. And then you find out, man, the guy's just an a-hole.
Well, typically people that are like going for that kind of stuff, or not typically, but often people that are really leaning into that are leaning into it because they need it the most. So maybe he's genuine about it.
I had my blinders on.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is just a period in his life in which he's having real difficulties.
I know what's going on here. I know what goes on behind the scenes.
I'm kind of for you forgiving him and being like, I'm rooting for you. I'm still going to listen to you. Oh, bummer.
You need to take your time.
I need to take my time.
Still upset.
I'm hurt.
Processing.
I'm hurt.
Yeah.
Well, my first hint should have been the first time I ever got. Okay, so I am a 19-year-old, 20-year-old Rizz. Just fresh in the biz. Fresh in the biz. I was a huge Jane's Addiction fan in high school. Bought all the records. Even went search for bootlegs. I was in. Would go to the concerts, all that stuff. Was even into the side projects and stuff. So I finally get to be in a room with Perry Farrell. Mm-hmm. This is it, man. I made it. I did it. I can't wait to tell all my friends, all my fellow Jane's Addiction fans, I got to be in a room with my hero.
So cool.
And it was just me and him in the studio, just him and I. There were no record people. There were no other radio station people. here's my chance to tell this man how much I appreciated his music.
Yeah.
And I said, nervously, sheepishly, I said, Perry, if it weren't for your music, he turns to me and he goes, what, you'd be dead?
Oh.
I go, wow.
And then he punched you in the face.
Yeah.
I go,
Who's dead now?
no, I wouldn't be in radio.
I wouldn't be as cool, man.
Just the way he turned and like this flash of like, what, you'd be dead?
Arrogance. That sucks.
Was this on air or is this
No,
private?
this is private. This is a private moment. This is a private moment. This is the moment I had been dreaming of.
And he
Like if
just-
you would have told 16-year-old me, like, hey, one day, in just a couple of years, like you will be in a room with like one of your musical heroes.
And that just deflated you.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I don't
No
like
freaking way.
I don't like what he's become now either, man. I mean, he's just
Well,
he seems bad in all cases here.
never meet your heroes, guys. That's it. That's the lesson. That's the lesson here. Never meet your heroes.
They were not super kind to us when we played with them back in the day.
Well, and even after that, I was like, okay, it's cool, man. Maybe he was having a bad day. Maybe he was having a bad day.
Yeah.
Fine. Still love your music, buddy.
Everybody has
Do
bad
better,
days.
though.
So this is strike 3 is what you're saying.
This is it.
Yeah.
All right, today is April the 17th, back in the day, 255 years ago. I'm sorry, 235 years ago, my mistake. 1790, old Ben Franklin died in Philadelphia. How old was Ben Franklin when he died?
36.
27.
See the one that died?
Really?
No, he was 84.
No. That's what 27-year-olds look like with their glasses.
the
Part of the
27
27
club,
club.
dude.
That's
Struck
right.
by lightning at 27.
It's him and Cobain.
Did he
Jimi
die
Hendrix.
same day as Jefferson?
No, John Adams died the same day,
that's
on
right.
July
Yeah,
4th.
Yeah, they were buds. That's right.
I thought they were
That
enemies.
is beautiful.
They didn't like each other, but they happened to die on July 4th.
No, can't be.
One of them punched the other
Adams
in the
and
face.
No, all those guys were
Jefferson.
all friends. They were all
No.
just hubbubbing around.
No, Ben
together.
Franklin was 84 years old. And here is Ben Franklin's wise words of the day. Ready for this? This is a quote from Ben Franklin.
All right.
If you would have not, If you would not be forgotten as soon as you're dead and rotten, either write things worth reading or do things worth the writing.
I'm sorry. Say again. I wasn't listening. Or writing it down.
If you would not be forgotten as soon as you are dead and rotten, either write things worth reading or do things worth the writing.
Wow.
Okay.
So live loudly. Do things with purpose.
Or do
Live,
something
laugh,
remarkable.
Yeah.
88 years ago, 1937, Daffy Duck made his debut in Porky's Duck Hunt. 65 years ago, 1960, rockabilly pioneer Eddie Cochran, Summertime Blues, died in England from severe brain injuries sustained in a car crash. Gene Vincent was also seriously injured in that accident.
And broke his leg for the rest of his life.
By the way, Daffy, one of the more underrated ducks.
Love Daffy.
Yep.
Love me some
Doesn't
Daffy.
get enough credit, really.
61 years ago, 1964, Ford unveiled its newest model, the Mustang. It's officially unveiled by Henry Ford II at the World's Fair in Flushing Meadows, New York.
What's this that I'm seeing about this SUV Mustang thing? Do you see that? It's dope looking, whatever it is.
I don't know. I like that Mach-E.
Yeah, my friend has one in England. She loves it. Loves it.
I thought Mach-E was a razor. No?
Mach-E.
For men?
Oh, yeah.
Like
That's
something from the
MAC.
Gillette company.
Yeah, like they keep putting razors, like 10, they're rolling 10 deep on a
Mach-E.
razor. Mach 10.
32 years ago, 1993, hundreds of angry rap fans went on a rampage at California's Six Flags Magic Mountain, vandalizing and looting shops when they couldn't get into a sold-out show by TLC and Paperboy.
Wow. Okay. That
40 people were injured in the ensuing chaos, so the park announced there will be no more rap concerts. 32 years ago, 1993, Bengals' Susanna Hoffs married the director of Austin Powers and Meet the Parents, one Jay Roach. Today is their 31st anniversary. I'm sorry, 32nd anniversary. 27 years ago, 1998, Linda McCartney dies in Tucson, Arizona after a long battle against breast cancer. 19 years ago, in 2006, Melissa Etheridge announced that she and her partner, Tammy Lynn Michaels, were expecting twins. They didn't say who the father was. We later found out it was a walrus.
Yes, David Crosby.
And 14 years ago, in 2011, Game of Thrones premieres on HBO. And that's what happened back in the day. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
Well, there's no question that the story of Van Halen would make for an entertaining biopic. I mean, obviously, if it's the #1 album everybody should have in their collection. But Eddie Van Halen's
What's he doing here?
first wife, Valerie Bertinelli, has no interest in it. She was on the Drew Barrymore show, and she says, "Oh, God, I hope that they never do one on Van Halen. Make sure I'm dead. I told our son, Wolfie, make sure I'm dead." Now, Drew suggested that Selena Gomez would be amazing in portraying Valerie Bertinelli, to which Valerie said, "Selena, don't do it. Please don't do it." Now, Alex Van Halen has chimed in. He loves Queen's biopic that came out a couple years ago called Bohemian Rhapsody, and he'd love to see one on Van Halen, but he says there's obstacles. Here's a little Alex Van Halen for you.
It's the who owns what, where, when, what, and it's my way, and I want to do this. You know, the Queen movie took 30 years to come to fruition. I'm not saying that's how long it will take us. And those guys are very civil compared to who's in this band. But, you know, it's just right now, I think things are so much in flux. It's not a great time to start a new project in terms of getting the people it takes to put the whole thing together. And again, it has to be the right combination. The Queen movie went through several incarnations with the people who were involved making it.
Yeah, originally it was supposed to be Sacha Baron Cohen as Freddie Mercury, but the band is like, nah, we want it to have a happy ending.
Yeah.
Who would be David Lee Roth?
Yeah! Someone who wasn't born yet.
David Lee Roth will be played by David Lee Roth.
Glenn Powell. That would be excellent.
I can see Bill Hader doing it.
Bill Hader as David Lee Roth?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I think it's too tall.
That's the only thing that would make me interested in it.
Somebody posted an AI-generated image of what it might look like if we had the Mount Rushmore of white rappers. And it was Eminem, Mac Miller, Paul Wall, and Russ. Now, Machine Gun Kelly is upset.
Oh.
Because he got wind of it, said, where am I?
Where are the Beastie Boys?
Get out of here.
Exactly, where are the Beastie Boys?
Where's Snow?
Vanilla?
Where's Snow?
Where's Snow?
Where's A$AP Rock?
Informer.
Where's Vanilla Ice?
Where's Vanilla Ice?
Where is
He's
he?
#1.
He is #1.
I hate to say it, but Eminem's on there, and then Eminem's on there again, and then probably 2 of the Beastie Boys.
Lil Dicky.
Oh, yeah.
Lil Dicky's on there, too. Dave?
Lil Dicky's on there?
No, should be.
Lil Dicky's great.
Hobo Johnson?
There's 3 Beastie Boys. Hate to say it. Do they go on there? Because, I mean, they should. So do you make a single meld of their face into one face?
You know what
or
you do?
all 3 of them?
I know exactly what you do. It's a totem pole head. So it's one head, it's Mike D.
On top of the other.
Ad Rock.
Interesting.
Let's go.
MCA.
That's a
MCA.
neat looking mountain we're making here.
Yeah. It's a little tall on the one side with 3 Beastie Boys, but you got to put Vanilla Ice on there. Come on.
Yeah. Third base.
Word to your mother.
Yeah, he walked so the rest of them could run.
MGK has no business being upset about nothing. I don't know what he's talking about. Is he even a rapper? Like, I look at him as like a pop star. I don't look at him as a rapper.
Yeah, I mean, he did those rap records. So when we first played with him, it was on Warped. He was on Warped with Creekfire in 2012, and it was all the rap stuff. It was very rappy. And I'm pretty sure he did that for a while, and it didn't go anywhere. Then he did that, not that it didn't go anywhere, but it didn't, like, propel him. And then he did, like, a diss track on Eminem. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Then he started a fight with Eminem.
Yeah, and then he did the pop-punk thing with Zach and that whole thing, and that's what took him off. So, like...
Zach who?
The dude that helped produce and mix his records. Like, he kind of shifted gears and went into that pop realm. And that's what propelled him. So, like... That's who you are. You're not a rapper anymore.
Right.
You're a pop star guy.
Right.
Pop rock, emo.
He doesn't deserve to be on the mountain. I don't like it.
No.
But I like what we did.
You can't have it all.
Spencer on his feedback says, Paul Wall sucks ass.
Cool. Thank you for your comment.
Let him know.
Guys, I don't know who Paul Wall is.
You know who Paul Wall is.
Name a song.
I can't, but I can name... I've danced to Paul Wall on the landing, I'll tell you that much. Guys, I know you're going to be really disappointed in this next news, but Firefest 2 has been postponed indefinitely.
No.
Oh, come on.
So when is my refund coming?
Well, never, because we know how this goes. So an email was sent to ticket holders on Wednesday saying that the festival had been postponed and a new date will be announced soon. But in the meantime, ticket holders will apparently be issued refunds. Once the new date is announced, at that time, you can repurchase if it works for your schedule. So doing things a little bit more
That's the guy, Billy McFarland's like, oh, yeah, it's happening, Firefest 2. We're going to do it at Island Mujeres in
Mexico.
Mexico. And Mexico's like, no.
We don't know anything about it.
We don't know anything about this. But he's like, no, man, it's happening. Really, it's really happening. happening. It's going to be May 30th. And, dude, it's happening. And now it's not happening.
And now it's not happening. Serena Williams said her crip walk at the Super Bowl halftime show was absolutely not intended as shade towards her ex, Drake. In a new interview with Time magazine, she was asked if her performance was meant to diss the Canadian rapper, and she said she'd never do that, and it was sad that anyone would ever think that. She was mocking her ex. She says, I respect how they could, obviously, but I can see how somebody would think that, but absolutely not. The tennis star added, I have never had negative feelings towards him. We've known him for so many years, and she revealed that she had taken 2 shots of tequila beforehand and insisted her appearance was rooted in friendship and Lamar's storytelling. Nate Bargatze has been selected to host the 2025 Emmy Awards, so congratulations to him. That will air on September 14th. He says, I'm beyond excited to work with CBS to create a night that can be enjoyed by families around the world. Dan Aykroyd's original Conehead from Saturday Night Live is hitting the auction block. Aside from some dry bits along where the appliance was glued to his head and blended to the actor's face around his eyes, it's in
conversation piece that would be.
Very good condition.
Put that on a dino skull.
How much was the dino skull? It was like $200,000 that Nick Cage bought. How much do you think the original Saturday Night Live
First
edition
Conehead cone
that is worn by Dan Aykroyd multiple times? How much do you think this is going to be on the
dry
auction
skin
block?
still on it.
Clownvis, how much are you paying for this thing?
I would give, I'm going to say low, 25,000.
25,000.
Oh, I thought you.
Mooners.
It's a great bid. I'll say 30,000.
30,000. Rizz.
20.
Scott.
Give me $600,000.
Wow.
A lot of money.
Okay. Some of you are in the ballpark. So it's going to start at 5,000. They're expecting it to go between $20,000 and $30,000.
Okay.
We were all right in there.
All right.
Let's pitch in and buy it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down.
And I'll get it Mondays.
That's what
And
Mondays,
Wednesdays before 4.
I'll meet you in the parking lot and pick it up.
Dude, that's a fairly flawless movie as well.
I love Conehead.
Conan's the movie?
Yeah.
I don't think
Oh,
that's
it's so great.
Farley,
I've
whenever
never
he rolls
ever
up.
heard that described as flawless.
Are you
Go ahead.
serious?
Go
It is
ahead.
hysterical.
It is
That movie
awesome.
is
I mean, it's good.
freaking amazing.
I love
It
Chris
is.
Farley's character in that
Dude,
movie,
it's
too.
so good. Have you seen it recently, man?
No.
Watch
Okay, watch
again.
it.
Rewatch
Watch
it.
it again, and
So
it will click in a few things, and you will find yourself quoting it over the course of a year.
Will I watch it with the family and
Yeah.
100%. You'll be losing your mind.
Dude, every time you take your family to the produce section and see an eggplant and go, I mean, just for that alone, I do that every time I go to Schnucks.
I've been referring to my parents as my parental units since the movie came out.
For sure.
okay.
Watch it with your family this weekend, man.
It's a good rec. We'll try it. I'll try it out.
Haley Joel Osment, guys, has been arrested again. This time it was earlier in the month at Mammoth Mountain Resort in California.
He's just a kid.
He is just a
Not
kid.
anymore, Clownvis. He's all grown up.
Can't arrest a little kid.
He was allegedly intoxicated at a ski resort, booked for public intoxication and possession of a controlled substance, which the cops sent to a lab to determine what it was. In his mugshot, you can see him smiling real big for the camera. And here is a quote from him in the jail cell, actually, from that night.
Okay, this is Haley Joel Osment.
I see drunk people.
I was not expecting that. I thought you were going to do the gallon space from yesterday.
No.
Haley was released shortly after his arrest. And now the DA will decide whether or not to prosecute him. But sources familiar with the situation say that he's been going through a lot after he lost everything in one of the wildfires. He had recently found a suitable replacement home, but he was unable to get an insurance company to pay for it. So he literally lost everything. That sucks.
I don't blame him
he's
for
doing all right.
going to a ski resort and drinking.
I don't
Let
either.
the guy, let him drink.
Let him live there and just be
Let him
there.
live there.
Come on, man.
Let him, hey, let him live there.
Let's do it.
What resort was he at?
This was at the Mammoth Mountain Ski Resort in California. Mikey Madison. Anybody else seen Honora? We watched that last weekend and it was really good.
I don't.
Oh, no. I'm waiting to be in the right mood.
Yeah, it's on Hulu, I think.
Is it heavy?
No, it's actually funny. There's heavy parts to it, but it is funny. It's like a dark humor.
Okay.
Lots of boob in it.
So would I
A lot
like
of
this?
that ass.
Would I like it?
I think you would. And honestly, I think Meals would like it too because a lot of Russian is spoken in it. And she could
Just because
translate.
she's Russian?
Yeah. Wow. If I were Russian, I'd want to have a Russian movie that I can understand.
That's what you think.
What?
Like Russian
Wow.
people just like Russian things?
No.
That's so
She's
cultural.
going to play with her nesting dolls while she watches.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and eat borscht?
Eat borscht and watch Honora. Damn it. Well, Mikey Madison, who is Honora in that movie, was offered a role in a new and untitled Star Wars movie directed by the Deadpool and Wolverine filmmaker Sean Levy. She ended up passing on it. Now, Ryan Gosling is the only confirmed name in the film so far. And the movie's said to be a standalone project that isn't really connected with the Skywalker saga. So why do you think she would have passed on it?
Because she doesn't want to be involved with garbage.
Oh, hey, whoa.
We know what Star Wars
But
has
why
turned
would
into.
Ryan Gosling want to be involved in
We know
garbage?
what it's turned into.
Stop it. Stop it.
We know what it's turned
There are
into.
still
Let's
good
not-
things being made.
I think you're in denial.
Somebody has
I'm not in
integrity.
denial. What are you talking about? These are all standalone things. Each project is different.
I'm done.
You can't.
It's Ryan Gosling.
I never started.
You can't compare a
I
Book
love
of
Star
Boba Fett
Wars,
to
and I think
Rogue
it's been
One.
ruined.
Well, did she get a script or not?
It has not been
I mean,
ruined. They're just
I
casting a
don't know.
wider net.
I feel like she did. I mean, if you're
That could be a thing where she just saw
She
her
read it and
character
was
look
like, I don't
dumb and
think
was
this
like,
is it.
nah.
Somehow you've made a Star Wars fan from childhood uninterested in Star Wars.
Yeah, but that's because you're turning into this curmudgeon-y.
I'm going to watch Conan
You
this
have to
weekend.
deliver
It is a
everything
lot.
for me every single
Now
time.
listen,
and
this-
they're casting a wide net. Sometimes they're going to catch some crappy fish.
Is this project is supposed to be the next Star Wars film following The Mandalorian and Grogu?
It's called Star Wars Babies.
I'm not curmudgeon-y all the time.
Okay.
Muppets babies.
It's them in the womb before they
Yes.
came out.
Star Wars Babies will make your dreams come
So
true.
it's like a young Luke Skywalker, like a young Darth
Same thing.
Vader.
It's like
Same
Rugrats
thing.
meets
Baby
Star Wars.
Chewbacca.
Awesome.
Oh, baby Chewbacca.
Baby Darth Vader.
I would
The
love
baby
that.
Ewoks?
Baby Vader.
Baby
So-
Groot's really cute. And so was Baby Yoda. I would love to see a Baby Chewie.
The
I don't
first
like
three
it.
were basically Baby Vader.
Guys, Amanda Bynes is now on OnlyFans.
Sweet.
Says she's not going to be doing any sleazy content. She's wanting to hang with her fans.
PowerPoints and stuff.
Yes, $50 to interact. Which, if you're a fan of Amanda
TED
Bynes,
Talks.
dude, What a Girl Once was a great movie back in the day. You guys never saw that movie, but it's where
Amanda Bynes, I'm sure I have.
The
She was
title
a-
didn't speak to me.
she goes over to England and hangs with like her dad and stuff.
She was a cute
She was super cute.
girl, and now she got a face tattoo.
She's got a face tattoo now. Had some mental illness issues. That's all right.
Yes,
She's doing well.
Which is, I know she went to like fashion school, and so now she's doing OnlyFans, but no.
No sleazy stuff, she said. She's just on there to interact and make some extra money.
Okay.
Hey, subscribe.
Several rock documentaries are going to be highlighted this year at the Tribeca Film Festival. Billy Joel's documentary, And So It Goes, is going to kick off the festival on June 4th. The Piano Man is expected to perform after the screening, and then HBO will air it later this summer. Billy Idol and Eddie Vedder are also expected to perform after screenings of their respective documentaries. Billy Idol Should Be Dead and Matter of Time. Members of Metallica are going to host a panel for their documentary called Metallica Saved My Life. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, where it's essentially the impact on Metallica fans told from their perspective with the band involved.
Right.
And the
Cool.
Counting Crows documentary, Have You Seen Me? And Depeche Mode's M will also be highlighted at the festival next month.
I guess
So
everybody gets one, huh?
I
Boy, the
guess
Counting
so.
Crows, they got an interesting story because lead singer guy,
Adam Duritz.
Adam Duritz,
Yes.
he was like a bartender at one of these famous LA nightclubs.
Really?
And he's got an interesting story. Dude, Counting Crows is good, man.
Have You Seen Me? That will be
That's a
the
good
documentary.
band.
That August and Everything After
Dude.
record is pretty perfect. And I saw them with Goo Goo Dolls, and I went for Goo Goo Dolls, and they were amazing live. It was
What's that one slow song that goes there?
Colorblind.
No,
Long December?
no, there's another one.
yeah. You're talking about the one on August.
Not Mr. Jones.
Round Here.
Round Here.
Oh, there's a
Man,
tearjerker. That'll make
That's
it.
one. Yeah,
that'll
play a
make
little
you
bit of
cry.
that. 'cause
That song-
I'm gonna give you a little.
It'll
Round
take you
Here.
right back to the 90s, that song.
Yeah.
That's like one of those time machine bops.
They got one of those.
door like a ghost.
That's
Round
it. Is he here?
He meows at the end. It's
They
great.
do have a live show that sounds so good though, and it gives you like feelings. You know what I mean? Like you kind of just feel throughout the show. It's great.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Around here.
It's coming.
Starts with 30 seconds of crickets. This is wonderful.
Starts with a bang. Really.
There it is. putting on the Lern liked playlist.
Every college-y band has been chasing this record.
Ooh, this'll make me.
Hey, your son's
This'll
driving
make me
next
cry.
month, dude.
Oh, my son's driving next month? This comes on after Forever Young from Rod Stewart. It's over. Over.
This weather today with this song right now, dude.
Go stand at the window.
Try not to put my hand on the window. Try not to drive off the road. Nice.
I'm so sad right now.
No, I don't want to hear about
Oh, God, the suitcase.
Yep, now I'm going to listen to them.
All right, let's pick it up. A crowd of Mr. Beast fans gathered on Tuesday to demand refunds for a 3-day experience in partnership with the popular YouTuber. Attendees paid $1,000 each for the Resorts World event that promised an immersive and unforgettable moments. Highlights were to include an exclusive mystery bag full of Mr. Beast branded merch and a potential $10,000 gift voucher. Instead, the bag was filled with $9 Mr. Beast clearance items like kid shorts, an extra small shirt, a hat, and a medium shirt.
Oh, an extra small shirt.
Yeah. And there were no meet and greets, photo ops, or games. And the hotel also told event guests to stay in their rooms for a mystery arrival. And some guests hung around for up to 2 days waiting
And they were
for the
thinking like
arrival.
Mr. Beast was coming.
Oh, man.
Which was a simple box of chocolates.
Oh, nice.
You know,
How
he's
much
like,
do these people pay?
$1,000.
every day he's probably like, man, I set the bar too high with giving this money away. I should have
Right.
dialed it back earlier.
He's going to give away $20,000 to each of us. It's going
Seems
to
like
be
a
the
nice
best.
guy, Mr. Beast.
It didn't happen. Guests want refunds. Some are planning to sue him.
Oh.
So
This guy made people stand in line for two days, and he gave him a box of chocolates, and all you have to say is, "He seemed like a nice guy."
I watched that Mr. Beast Games thing on
Amazon?
Amazon. It was good.
Yeah,
Was
is this
it?
the Perry Farrell moment now for his career?
I hate Mr. Beast now.
I hate him.
Just kidding, buddy.
Tainted.
We make fun of Nick Cannon a lot for having a zillion kids, but Elon Musk has 14 kids that we know of, and he may have more. The Wall Street Journal came out and says Elon has a bit of a habit asking women to let him impregnate them.
Nope.
Sometimes he even hits them up on Twitter, and he uses payoffs and non-disclosure agreements to keep them quiet. Now, in a text allegedly sent to one of his baby mamas, a woman named Ashley St. Clair, she said that he needed to impregnate more women because, quote, to reach Legion level before the apocalypse, because we're going to need the surrogates.
Okay.
And so she turned down $15 million to keep $15 million to keep her baby's paternity a secret. She turned that down because she didn't want him to grow up feeling like a secret. The kid's name is Romulus, by the way. So
Must be nice to have a lot of money.
there you go.
Man.
And finally, what TV show has remained 10 out of 10 through its entire run? Reddit put together a cool list, no real particular order.
Ooh, its entire run.
And its entire run. Like, what comes to mind for
There's
you?
two.
Yeah, go.
Shark Tank.
Actually, correct. Simpsons and South Park.
Simpsons and South Park.
South Park. I'll give you South Park.
Yeah, okay. That's good.
I'll give you South Park. Simpsons, I don't know.
It still holds
forever.
up. Man.
It really does.
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad was listed as well.
Yes.
Breaking Bad was good from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Dare I say-
Sopranos.
Sopranos also on the list.
Well, The Wire is the best, most consistent minute-to-minute show ever made.
Both on the list, yes.
The Wire is a perfect show.
What else?
Game of Thrones.
Game of
Seinfeld.
Thrones on the list.
I do
Seinfeld
think
on
Game
the
of
list.
Thrones. I do think Seinfeld.
Seinfeld from the beginning to end.
Yeah, Seinfeld wins.
How I Met Your Mother was a huge surprise.
Did you say
wasn't
Game
on
of
the
Thrones
list.
was on the list?
It is, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Everybody
controversial.
says that kind of dropped off the last season.
I'm not of that camp. I think it was great.
I think it was great too.
I liked it.
It changed gears, but I liked it.
I liked it, but people do say, "Oh, it
well, they
should
say that about
ended."
The Sopranos as well.
Do they?
Yeah, the end.
Who are these people?
Idiots.
No, they just say about the last episode.
Same,
but that means that they did not last the entire time. Like it had a crappy. They say that about Seinfeld too, that it didn't have the ending that people loved as much.
What about Frasier?
Frasier not on this list, but there's some other
Gilligan's
NBC.
Island?
Friends, no. But 30 Rock was on this list. Golden Girls. Mad Men.
Oh, Mad Men. Yeah.
Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, what about Sons of Anarchy? Nobody talks about that anymore. That was really good in its moment.
I lost my
Bernie Mac.
Bernie
Mac show. I don't know if that made the list.
Severance is on here, even though technically it hasn't ended
Still going.
yet. Fleabag, Better Call Saul, and Deadwood on this list.
Deadwood.
Oh, yeah, I never watched that. And that is your crap on celebrities.
Celebrities celebrating her birthday on this fine day. Rooney Mara. It's the girl with the dragon tattoo, American version. She and her sister Kate, they do acting and they do really well. But did you know that their dad owns the Giants? Their mom's family, the Rooneys, owns the Steelers. So they are NFL royalty.
Dang.
Rooney Mara is 40. Luke Mitchell, that's somebody from S.H.I.E.L.D. and Chicago Med and Blind Spot. They're 40. Victoria Beckham, Posh Spice, is 51. Jennifer Garner is 53. Redman is 55. Adam McKay, the director, is 57. Liz Phair is 58. Henry Ian Cusack. That's Desmond on Lost. Marcus on the 100. Also, Russ on MacGyver is 58. William Mapother, Tom Cruise's cousin, also has a small part in Mission Impossible 2, but you probably know him as Ethan on Lost. And when you look at it and you go, oh my gosh, that is a cousin of Tom Cruise, you can see it. He is 60. L. Scott Caldwell, that's Rose on Lost. That's a Lost birthday here. Is 75. Norman Boomer Esiason. Boomer Esiason is 64. He's not in the he's not in the Hall of Fame, is he?
I think so.
I don't think he is. He's on that pregame show on CBS. He's 64. Sean Bean, also known as Sean Bean from Lord of the Rings and Ned Stark on Game of Thrones, is 66. And David Bradley, that's Walder Frey from the Red Wedding on Game of Thrones. He's also a Hogwarts caretaker with the cat in Harry Potter's movies. David Bradley is 83 years old.
Boomer Esiason is in the Suffolk County Sports Hall of Fame.
That's the one that counts.
Long Island. In September of 2004, Boomer Esiason was named as a senior player nominee for the Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2025. I guess he's not in. Huh. All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Juliet Sheridan. And today's birthday girl's been in 33 fine films. Not that many, but she has made an impact. She was in Booby Delicious 22, Fists of Fury, Flesh Peddlers 9, Houston's Big Boob Brigade. She was in Scott's favorite, Knee Pad Nymphos 3.
It's a good one.
It's a volleyball movie.
Yeah.
Lern's favorite, Smothering Bitches 11.
It's great.
My favorite, The Sopornos 2.
Sopornos.
Oh.
Toe Tales 70, 72, 85, 86, 89, and 93.
85 was my favorite.
She was in the Ultimate Strap-On Super Slam 4, and who could forget her role? In 2001's Clownvis's favorite, The Adventures of Frick and Frack.
Yep. Just because it's so rewatchable.
Juliet Sheridan is 56 years old. It's porno birthday. Those are crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with your emails. Remember, Ed Belfours is going to be here at about 25 minutes. We'll chat with him. He's at Macadoodle's from 6 to 9 o'clock tonight, signing his Belfour Spirits whiskey. Traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We have average speed down to about 25 miles an hour, 270 eastbound between Gravois and Manchester. Your point forecast, morning storms will end, and then it's going to be windy. High of 77 right now. It's 57 at the Point Studio.
All right, we're here at the Burton House in Eureka, and I've been talking on the air about how they want to get rid of this almost 100-foot tree, 110-foot tree, something like that. My tree guy, Tom, he's almost 77. He's cutting the sucker down with our buddy Ryan. And I got my friend Brad over here helping out. So we're hoping it falls that way, and not that way, or that way, or that way. And I asked him, is it going to go that way? And his wisdom was, that's the plan. So we'll see.
playoffs are heating up, and Underdog is the place to make your entries even more exciting with the brand new Extender promo. That's right. Here's how it works. Start your playoff series by using your Game 1 boost, and with each game, your boosts keep growing as the series continues. The longer the series, the bigger the boost. It's that simple. Underdog is one of the fastest-growing sports game apps in the country, and you can play right now. Millions of fans have already won billions on Underdog, and with over 100,000 five-star reviews, the app speaks for itself. Here's how it works. You download the app, pick a player, decide if they'll go higher or lower on stats like points, assists, and more. It's easy, and you can start playing with as little as $1, and if your entry is perfect, you can win up to 1,000 times your money. Imagine turning just $1 into $1,000 with your hoops knowledge. Underdog is easy, it's fun, it makes watching the games even better. So download the Underdog app now, sign up with promo code Rizz, R-I-Z-Z, unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. That's promo code R-I-Z-Z. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/extend.html for details. Concern with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Some don't day, yeah. Cause when you get something that's a tough day, oh, yeah, even flow. Got a horse and a butterfly. Ooh, he don't know. So he marries a new guy.
105.7 The Point, everything alternative. We are backstage. We are at Busch Stadium. Kirk Hammett from Metallica joining us today. Thank you. It's absolutely an honor to get the chance to meet you.
Cheers, likewise.
All right, so first we're going to talk about things that are not music related.
Okay.
I saw your Instagram post on Friday night about coming to St. Louis, looking for some comic book spots.
Yeah.
Did you find any?
Well, I found one spot, but you know what? I didn't have time enough to make it to the place.
Sure. It happens, I'm sure.
Or in other words, I had every intention on going today, but, I made the mistake of picking up my guitar in my hotel room, and
there
2.5 hours later, I put it down, and I thought, there went my gallivanting around the city time.
Well, when I'm buying records, I find days where there's things where I either have it or just don't want it. Like with the collection of memorabilia and comics and things that you have horror related, do you have a tough time sometimes finding things you need and that you want and that aren't already in the collection?
Well, I just kind of leave myself open to just anything when I'm just out there and just out and about. It's crazy because just recently on the East Coast, I went out to a comic store to buy some comic books that I knew had just come out. And I found...
You know that 9 Mile Garden is the perfect spot this summer for all your friends and all your family. Get together, catch some of the area's best rock bands outside. And if you don't know, it's because you haven't been there. Well, Saturday is a perfect opportunity. Saturday, April 19th. That's right, just a few days away. A special performance from Lern and Lane Narrows. Noon to 3 p.m., you can catch some of the greatest rock bands out there all summer. And then, of course, sports and movies. We got playoff hockey coming up. Sports on the 325-inch outdoor big screen. You can catch City SC matches, cards games, Mizzou, more. And all the food needs are covered right there. Multiple food and dessert trucks, 40 taps, signature cocktails, even mocktails for the kids. And if the weather this Saturday is crummy, they're going to take it inside. No big deal. Cornhole, disc golf tournaments every week. You can catch all the stuff that's going on the website, 9milegarden.com. You can kick back the summer at 9 Mile Garden in After, Missouri. It's located on Gravois, 9 miles from the Arch. See some of the best local acts and just enjoy yourself. This is such a cool spot. Corporate functions, bring a group out there. Again, all the food's covered. Bring the kids, bring the dogs, bring whatever. It's so much fun. Lawn chairs and blankets are welcome. You just can't bring your own food and drinks because they got it all there for you. 9milegarden.com. It's the number 9milegarden.com.
Ever found yourself in the middle of your daily deuce and thought, I wish this was funnier? Today's your lucky day. Welcome to the number 2 show. I'm your host, Rafe Williams, stand-up comedian, plus-size male model, and co-host of the Rizzuto Show on 105.7 The Point. What is the number 2 show? Well, it's me on the toilet talking to you on the toilet, just like it sounds. In each episode, we'll plunge into riveting topics that'll have you rolling in the stall with laughter, so much so that it might freak out whoever's sitting next to you, but I say, hey, lean in, make a friend. Sometimes it's just me. Other times I'll have interviews with special guests. Not now, obviously, dumbass. This is a promo. I'll also have musical performances. Ever heard of tiny desk concerts? How about tiny stall concerts? I'd like to see those nerds over at NPR try that. Is this a genius idea? I don't want to toot my own horn, but you're goddamn right it is. Enjoy the number 2 show. Don't forget to wipe.
We are backstage at Point Fest, and what a day in which this has been already.
Oh, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, joined by Hailstorm.
Yeah.
Thank you
Hi.
so very much.
Hey.
It's great to see you
We're
guys.
invisible third member. Yes,
Hey,
yes,
well,
yes.
how you doing?
We're the hail half of Hailstorm.
I have to tell you this, and I know you don't remember this because it's been years and years and years, and I don't even remember how many years at this point. But the very first time that you came through the Point, you were on my when I was doing mornings at that time.
Yes,
And it really seems like a decade ago, and it might have been.
It might have been. I don't know. Time is very elastic right now.
Absolutely.
It's like it went by like that fast, but it feels like a different
It was
lifetime.
probably 2009. It was probably the first album cycle.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And we were in the parking lot. And
Absolutely so. Absolutely so. Boy, things have changed mightily.
Yes.
New record is out. All
It
right,
is.
we're playing the steeple right now, which is
thank you guys for
fantastic.
spinning it, yeah.
But one of the things that I absolutely love about when a band has something new, I'm always amazed when I go see a band right after they have something new, and the guy next to me somehow already knows every freaking word to every. Like, dude, I've listened to this album twice. I don't know how you can, but like. How
Steel trap, man.
Right? How quickly, when you've got a new record out like you do you start to see non-radio singles getting yelled back at you?
It's pretty incredible. Not only the record wasn't even out a couple days, and we went out on tour, and it was like from the first day. People are.
I've used Woods Basement Systems, the all things basement-y experts, for multiple things, not just my basement and the waterproofing and, like fixing cracks and that kind of stuff to make sure that my house is doing well. But, last year they were able to fix my front porch situation. Big old slab of concrete was falling off the house, falling into the earth. And it was something that was temporarily fixed multiple times, and I was just so sick of worrying about it and thinking about, when am I going to have to fix this again? So I called Woods Basement Systems because I found out that they did all sorts of concrete work and concrete leveling, fixing driveways, fixing sidewalks. So they fixed my front porch. It was a big project, and they were able to install piers, so it's done for good. I don't have to think about it every couple years, and have that lingering over my head, which honestly just costs more in the long run because. Temporary fix. It's just stacks and stacks and stacks. Now, I recently found out that Woods Basement Systems actually gets called by MoDOT and IDOT to fix highways. So listen, if they can lift a highway and fix those big old slabs of concrete, they can do your driveway and your sidewalk. And yes, you can use it the same day. I found that out with my front porch. Woods Basement Systems, the all things basement-y experts, family owned and operated right here since 1986. There's a special offer waiting for you as a Point listener at moonloveswoods.com. That's moonloveswoods.com.
It's Rizz, it's Jeff Burton backstage at Wayback Point Fest with Vaden and Donnie from the Toadies. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
How you doing? Hello, how you doing?
See, this is not that bad. I mean, you guys are from Texas, so this swampiness is all right.
Yeah. We need just fine sweaters. This is sweater weather.
This is old hat for you guys. So.
He took off a cardigan right before we started rolling, actually.
I took off my shirt. That's my sweater.
So you guys were spinning some yarns before we just went on the air here. Do you realize?
Hey, have a good day. See you later.
All right, welcome back to the program. Clownvis is here.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Waiting for Ed Bell. Oh, they're here.
Okay. Oh.
Ed Belfours here.
That's me playing drums.
Hall of Famer Ed Belfour. He's going to
be
up here in just a second. King Scott's going to go get him. But, hey, Easter's on Sunday. And this is a story that's kind of fitting. Because United flight from Denver to Edmonton had to make an emergency landing after an apparent encounter with a bunny. You see, what happened was, shortly after the flight took off, the 153 passengers on board heard a loud bang and felt a, quote, significant vibration. And outside the window, there were blasts of fire coming from one of the engines. Pilots got the plane down safely after roughly 75 minutes in the air. Passengers were a bit shaken naturally. Nobody was injured. Footage of the panic on board when the fireballs were seen outside the windows. Passengers were put out of the plane. The grounded plane was inspected, repaired, and has since returned to service. So what exactly happened here? Authorities think a bunny rabbit got sucked up into one of the engines.
Oh, no.
Up in the sky?
Sky bunnies.
They think it was on the ground. And apparently this is not an uncommon thing.
Moon's face.
Well, I want more details.
Authorities believe a rabbit either jumped or was sucked into the right engine when the plane was on the ground and caused it to backfire during the climb. In fact, the pilot even said, rabbit through the number 2. That'll do it. Yeah.
Poor thing.
The pilot?
No, the bunny.
The passengers?
Everyone. I'm upset.
Actually, you know what? In general, wildlife strikes are fairly common. The FAA says there were over 20,000 in the United States last year. Most of those are birds. Rabbits are rare. There were only 4 rabbit strikes last year.
Man, don't they have those things, or is this a myth, like some sort of sounder or something that keeps birds away from
like those deer whistles?
Like the deer whistle you put on your car?
Yeah. Don't they have something like that on airport grounds? Like they're supposed to keep birds away?
They could probably put a little chicken fencing on there or something to keep them out, right?
They said it was maybe like sucked up like from...
Man.
Maybe it was on the periphery of one of the
runways.
All
I know is every time...
So close to Easter, guys.
Every time something gets sucked into a jet engine, all I think about is those videos of those 2 dudes getting...
Goo.
And one of them survived.
One of them got out the other side.
One of them survived, dude. He went through a jet, like a fighter jet, through the side, you know.
Thank God he was wearing a helmet.
And the helmet stopped the blade.
Come on in,
Somehow
guys.
Survived.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us in studio. We got two goalies, for God's sake.
Wow.
We're on the air, guys.
Hi, Mike.
Mike McKenna, and you're secondary today, Mike.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the legend, Hockey Hall of Famer, putting his bag down right now, getting ready to get on the air with us.
Oh, my God. Look
holding
at
a bottle of whiskey.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Look at
Ed
that.
Belfours.
It looks like they already finished one bottle off this morning.
There we go. Ed, get on the mic.
Drive over. We're Irish. Road sodas.
Mike, good to see you, buddy. Mike, owner and proprietor of Macadoodles in Darting Prairie, and Mr. Ed Belfours will be at Macadoodle tonight from 6 to 9 o'clock, signing bottles of the Belfours Spirits. Is it rye whiskey?
It's bourbon and rye whiskey.
Bourbon and rye. Well, not only is this man a Hall of Fame goalie.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Belfours Spirits, I mean, this is not just I'm a celebrity and I just slap my name on a bottle. This is a labor of love. Like your son is really involved in this.
Yeah,
in this company.
My son Dane and I started this right around 2015, and got right into it. Started doing all our research. Went to school to learn about how to make the juice and the
juice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so grew up in Canada drinking rye whiskey, so we wanted to make sure our rye whiskey was amazing. So I researched a bunch of mash bills and came up with a really good mash bill, and that's what this rendition here is that I had brought in.
Yeah.
And that's our limited edition with the cup on top and the...
Dude, look at the cup on
That's
top.
fancy,
See that
fancy, yeah.
Dude, look at that. That's a great bottle.
Yeah. So I made one of those for each one of my teammates in Dallas that we won the cup with in '99, and put their name and their number associated with the bottle that came off the line. So
that's awesome.
Like Mike McDonald got number 9 bottle and so on. It was a lot of fun, great project. It's been a whirlwind business.
Yeah,
I
watched a video of you and your son, doing some of these tastings, actually doing it. Again, a lot of these celebrities just slap their names, like, hey, do you want to be involved in this liquor company? And, a lot of celebrities just slap their name on a bottle. But this is, for real, this is your family doing this, and your daughter's involved too.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like I said, we went to school to learn how to do everything, every part of this business, and I've basically been running the business myself for the last year and a half. Designing the bottle, the labels, the juice, the mash bills, dealing with distributors, doing the bottle signings like we're going to be doing here tonight with Mike and at his store. Great partnerships like Macadoodles and Lore Distributing here in Missouri. You gotta work at those partnerships, and basically you're on tour, kind of like what we did with our hockey careers. And
I just want to read the bottle here.
It's a lot of fun.
It says, there are a lucky few who do what they love, not once a lifetime, but twice. Hockey Hall of Famer Ed Belfours translates his on-ice intensity into a new passion, crafting premium spirits using the finest ingredients, inspired by the lives of champions, warriors, and everyday heroes. The Belfours family celebrates the legends in all of our lives with every glass. BelfoursSpirits.com.
Epic.
Dude,
Wow.
that's
Have you ever met an Elvis clown before?
Hey. Honor to meet you, sir.
Yeah, you too. That's awesome.
You ever
Yes.
do an interview with an Elvis clown?
No, I
before?
have not.
That's
Well,
Clownvis, by the way.
Yeah, I'm Clownvis. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Excited to hear you're going to be at Macadoodle. It's one of my favorite spots. I was out there a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Beautiful out there.
Clownvis has his own beer.
Yeah, I just slapped the label on mine like he was saying. Though.
Oh, no, I thought you were in there doing it.
Yeah, I didn't take any testing or classes or nothing. No, I just...
It's a strawberry beer. We blew through about 10 cases of that right away, though. So
yes,
it's
sold.
It's delicious.
That's what
Popular.
counts. It's
Yep.
sold.
Dude, look how fancy this is. Speaking of your intensity, I'm going to take this opportunity to apologize to you because your intensity made me a huge fan of you. I was a St. Louis Blues and St. Louis sports fan growing up, and as a kid, I would go to a lot of games, and I am a fan of goalies, so I was always obsessed with goalies. Like here we had Joseph and Fuhrer and some other people, and in the video games, I always wanted to play with Belfours' team. But as a St. Louis guy, when I would go to games, I harassed the living hell out of you, dude. I was always yelling, and
You weren't alone, Moon.
every time you were in the building here, dude.
I know, and you know what, Ed? So you're in enemy territory.
Oh,
you know?
I know.
But that's the crazy thing. I was so conflicted because I loved watching you. I loved watching.
I'm telling you, I'm watching our text, our text line from our listeners and our instant feedback, and there are a couple still like F Ed Belfours.
Oh, I know. I was at the St. Louis Bourbon Festival last fall, my first time here promoting Belfours Spirits, and at the end of the night, there was this group of guys, and they came up for a tasting, and we were getting rave reviews all night long. And, these guys were tasting, oh, this is awesome. But there was one guy in their group, I'm like, would you like to try some? He's like, nope, I'm never going to try that ever in my life.
Wow.
He goes, you're a Blackhawk, and I hate you.
Wow, I mean, it's crazy.
I was like, oh, my God, that was a long time ago.
I mean, you've been retired since what?
I know.
There's been 6 administrations since that happened.
Right.
Yeah, you've been retired since 2014, right? So since 2014, you retired. When were you a Blackhawk?
I left there in 97. So
This guy's
It's been a
still
minute.
holding on.
Oh, I know.
Since
dude.
1997.
Yeah. No, but I loved playing here and engaging with the fans. In fact, it always motivated me to play that much better. And I still remember obviously them taunting me with the Belfours.
That's me. That was me.
I was doing the same thing. I'm so guilty of this.
The only people I ever harassed on the ice was you and Osgood, and it was the same thing. I was just Belfours and Osgood, and I just did it for
Right.
2 hours
No,
at a time.
it was awesome.
And I'm sorry. But honestly, you and Chelios were the only Blackhawks that we made an exception for as far as trading cards or any of that kind of stuff. Like we were not
Well,
allowed.
and whenever we'd play NHL 94,
Dude.
I mean, you were the guy.
You were the
played
guy.
as the Blackhawks
That's
or
what
the
I'm
Red
saying.
Wings.
Right.
Yeah, I was such a fan, and even with the trading cards or anything, we were not allowed to keep anything Blackhawks unless it was Belfours or Chelios.
Yeah.
Like, you were the only two exceptions. So huge fan. Thanks for being in here, and I'm
Thank you.
dearly sorry for all that I
Oh,
did.
no worries. Hey.
In the 90s.
The thing is, Moon, you weren't alone with this.
I know, but
we're the same age range in St. Louisans, and
Yeah.
Ed, I feel awful about it because I did the same thing. I know I shared an article I wrote with you, but you just your intensity when you played, when you're a kid watching this, you're thinking, wow, this is wild, right?
Yeah.
That's what I want to be.
But you really realize it as you kind of move on that that's what you need. You have to have that intensity.
Yeah.
Like if you go out there and half-ass something, you're not going to succeed in it, right? And that's kind of, I mean, the rebirth and what you're doing at Belfours Spirits is cool because I can see that same attention to detail, and that's like even the aesthetic of that bottle.
Oh,
if you talk about goalie equipment and innovation of goalie equipment, and this is super minute stuff, but Ed was at the forefront of this stuff, and things that directly affected me as a goalie was because of this guy next to me.
You know, it's intensity
like,
too.
Yeah.
You know, you try to teach your kids, you know, like to harness that intensity and to be your best and play your best. And you breaking the stick, another famous.
It's the greatest.
Yeah, Holly and I still laugh about that. I'm like, you interfered with me, and he's like, yeah, of course I did.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't it Jeff? It was Jeff Brown that scored.
Yeah, I think it was.
And you just mentioned you ran into him yesterday.
Yeah, ran into Jeff last night at Anti Guns. We had some good conversations. Always great to see.
Look at this guy going to Anti Guns.
Yes.
Look at this guy going to
He knows what he's doing.
I've been there.
Exactly.
Yeah, Lern wants to know what you ate at
What
Anti
did
Guns.
you eat?
I had a ribeye.
Nice.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Delish. Yeah.
Best.
Amazing.
Do you have any oysters?
Nope, didn't have the oysters.
All right.
Stuck to the beef.
Listen, I'm sure. Listen, knowing you were coming into St. Louis and being the villain. You know, we were talking to Chris Kerber about this yesterday. Like the villains are something that are missing from sports nowadays. It got us all kind of involved.
Yeah.
And we got to participate in the booing and the.
Yep. We were just talking about that last night, Jeff and I. The old Norris division. I mean, you can't beat those old rivalries, and that's something I think the NHL is missing. You know, at the end of my career, I'd look over at the other team, and I'm like, I don't even know half the guys on the other team. And of course, I was, towards the end of my career, but still, in the beginning of my career in the Norris division, those rivalries with the Blues and the Red Wings and the Minnesota North Stars and the Maple Leafs, I remember you could hear, couldn't hear a pin drop. It was so quiet in the locker room before the games. Guys were getting sick. And you didn't know what was going to happen in the warm-ups.
Because it really did mean. I know as fans, those rivalries meant everything.
Yeah.
But as a player, I mean, you guys actually felt that.
Oh my gosh, yeah, guys. Like I said, we're getting sick before games. Warm-ups back then, you had a lot more players on the ice, and you had the big guys. They were guarding the center ice line, and you didn't dare go across that or shoot a puck at the goalie skates or anything like that. Otherwise, there was a big Donnybrook, and that happened often. And guys were just nervous about that, and they were getting pumped up for it and getting ready, getting psyched up. And there'd be like 10,000 fans show up for the warm-ups on the edge of their seats.
Yeah.
And there was brawls many a times, and the fans loved it. They had their heroes on every team. And they had their guys they hated, like you guys hated me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a pro wrestling vibe, right? Like, why do people enjoy pro wrestling? Because you've got heels and faces. I cannot stand Cody Rhodes, okay? He's like the biggest heel in WWE, and I can't stand that. I stand up and boo him.
Yeah.
But deep down, he's the part of the show. He's why I love watching this.
Yeah.
Like, my respect for this person is immense, right?
But the fact that you could stand up and boo, now you're a part of it.
Exactly. You're invested in it.
Mm-hmm. And you're actually affecting.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got guys in the locker room throwing up.
Oh, yeah.
Because before one of these big rivalry games, and you guys are pro athletes.
Yeah.
And some crazy tough guys in that era.
That Chicago Stadium, with the national anthem, it just gave you chills. To this day, I think about it, and it just makes me feel, ready to go. Here we go. Where's my stuff?
You think you could throw the pads back on and?
I've been training. I'm going to training camp next year. Getting ready.
Getting ready to go back.
You can't tell if he's serious.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I can't tell if he's serious or not.
I mean, look at me. I'm back to my rookie weight.
You're right out of North Dakota.
Exactly.
Were there any players, during your time that, you knew you were going into whatever city and you're like, oh man, this guy's got my number? Who was the guy that had your number?
It was Brett, actually.
Brett All?
Well, I mean, he had a lot of guys' numbers, right? I was so glad when we got to be teammates.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Brett had that knack, obviously, of, he could just get the puck off his stick so fast, and that quick snapshot, and it would twist and turn and dive, and it was coming, at 100 miles an hour at the same time, so definitely tricky to stop his shots. And of course, I'd always keep my eye on wherever he was going to be on the ice because I knew Oates was going to pass it to him for sure. So I was cheating always a little bit. I'm like, you had to with guys like that. And same thing with Ovi. Ovi's over there on the right side. He's going to get the puck. And even though he's there, those type of guys just have that knack.
How special is that record, by the way, breaking Gretzky's record?
That's amazing. I mean, just unbelievable. The thing I say about it, though, is, Wayne played in a much tougher era. He didn't get the space that Ovi gets. And of course, with today's game, a lot more penalties called, it seems, a lot more power plays. It'd be interesting to see how many of those goals are power play goals. And he had that amazing shot over there. Wayne had that craft side to him. He just knew where to be at the right time. Great playmaker, of course. And he just saw the ice so well.
Do you think if Ovechkin played in Gretzky's time,
it'd be interesting?
It would be interesting to see because they did it in the same amount of games, almost exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it is exactly. But Ovi's got that grit side to him though too. Have you ever seen him fight? Like he can fight too. Interesting to see the guys like that drop the gloves and I think Wayne actually did that one time too, and he talks about it once in a while. I think it was maybe him and Neil Broughton, if I remember right.
You know who Hully fought? His one fought was Dave Gagne.
Oh, yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah, I bet.
Wayne Gretzky fought?
I think he did.
And his enforcers allowed that?
Well,
where was McSorley?
It was equal grounds, I think. Neil Broughton and him were both skill guys.
Right.
A couple of wiry fellas.
I think it was Neil anyway.
Now, listen, I got two pro goalies, in here, and you guys are a special breed, almost like the equivalent of NFL kickers. You guys are out there by yourself. Do they treat you differently in the locker room?
Oh, yeah, much differently.
Well, you guys are typically weirdos, right? You're the drummers.
Yeah. You're the drummers in the band.
The crazy ones.
We're the art kids of the hockey world, Rizz.
Hell yeah.
You guys, definitely treated differently.
Mm-hmm.
They leave you guys alone. There's maybe less hazing. There's I don't know. How would it be different?
So our routines, we can do whatever we want, and the team has to kind of follow a routine that the coach puts in place. Where, our routines are like, for instance, on a game day, if I didn't want to skate, I didn't have to. I had that with my coaches that I still thank to this day because when you're feeling good, when you're feeling off, and you know what you need to do to get ready for the game. Practices, same thing. For me, if I didn't like a drill, if it was going to create some bad habits, I'd just get out of the net and I'd be like, I'm not doing that drill because it's not going to work. And the last thing you want to do is create bad habits as a goalie. You want to create those repetitive good habits, visualization. I did a lot of work with the video coaches, and you're pretty much your own coach. And I was that way my whole career. I was lucky, very fortunate to have Vladislav Trechak as my goalie coach in Chicago. Fortunate to have him for about 10 years. And he actually helped me take my game to a whole new level. So working with your coach, you're with him. He'd come in for 2 weeks and he'd be gone for 2 months. It was a great system. After I got traded from Chicago, I was on my own pretty much. But I was used to doing that anyway. And the guys, on game day routines, they didn't talk to you. They knew you were in the zone.
Yeah.
They didn't touch your equipment, or at least when you were around, they didn't touch your equipment. I've seen some videos where the guys are like, hey, let's move Ed's pads over here and see if he notices. And of course, I would notice.
Why would they tempt fate?
Yeah, sometimes when you're on a winning streak, they'll goof around a little bit.
But I know athletes are very superstitious.
Very.
Oh
yeah.
Did you have anything that if you were on a streak?
Always.
Any special gear? Can you hear me okay?
What?
How do you feel?
Put his helmet on?
Any special gear or like anything that you were like real superstitious about not washing?
Do you feel safe right now?
Dude, I feel awesome.
Every time I put my helmet on, I felt like I was in the safe zone.
I feel so
Moon's got his helmet on.
Strong as an ox.
I always had a dream, like I played roller hockey here and there. I always wanted to be a goalie. It was like the ultimate dream because it's just this pressure feel. I love the pressure.
Right.
That whole thing just feels so cool. And the gear feels so rad. When you put it on, you feel like, you know what, everything depends on me.
Yeah.
I just love that feeling. Did you have anything that you didn't wash or that was with you no matter what team you were in, no matter what era? Like, do you
Yeah.
have some sort of superstitious piece of gear?
Yeah, so I was fortunate enough to play for the University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, my college career. We went 40 wins, 8 losses, won the NCAA as a freshman, and then I signed with the Blackhawks right after that. And, yeah, that was an amazing time. And so I had this little pad that was on my my goalie pants from the Sioux, and I took that little pad off and I wore it for my whole career. So that was the piece of equipment that I took with me for the rest of my career, and it was my good luck piece.
Well, that's
So,
awesome.
Wow.
Yeah,
Where is that today?
it's in my collection.
He's wearing it right now.
Yeah,
It's a cod piece.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, you got your helmet, and what year is this helmet from? Is this?
no, that's not mine.
So that one's
Mike's?
mine. That's from the season I spent in the Dallas organization.
Yeah.
So that's from 2016, 17. Now there's a couple things about it here that are
See the
really
back of it?
important. Right. First thing is we use the same helmet manufacturer, Warwick. But on
is
the
that
back is
Dimebag Darrell?
Dimebag Darrell from Man.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
I didn't see
And
that. That's
what,
great.
That's what I
Dallas
wanted to
guy.
ask you, Ed, about, Ed, was because when you guys won the Stanley Cup,
Oh, you went to Vinny's house.
Yeah, oh yeah, we've been to Vinny's house
that's-
many a times.
Oh, so that's
God,
a big
Yeah,
story.
down there in Dallas.
God bless Vinny. You know, he was he's up there in heaven watching down on us now. But
Okay, can I ask you though? Because there's before you say what actually happened there. I don't know. You know, Lern, you're a big Pantera fan too.
Yeah.
But so Dallas wins the cup, and you guys all go with the cup to Vinny Paul from Pantera's house.
Yeah, we did.
Did somebody throw the cup off a deck into the pool?
well, that was the story. I didn't see that happen. I wasn't part of that.
Plausible deniability.
I heard it hit the side. I heard it didn't make it into the pool. It hit the side
it was
and dented.
It was a ricochet. And now I got this story from Marty Turco, your former
Okay.
goalie partner.
Yeah.
Well, Turco was a rookie on that team as a third goalie. He was sent to fish it out of the bottom of the pool.
Oh my god!
So it hit, dented, went to the bottom, sunk, and Turco had dived down, pull it out, and they kept going.
Because that's the legendary story was
Yeah.
you guys went to the Paul house
Yeah.
with the cup.
Yeah. I heard Ludwig threw it off the top balcony. I didn't see it, but I heard Ludwig did it.
That's wild.
I heard Ludwig hopped the plane to see Metallica in Mexico during the playoffs. on
Well,
the day
yeah,
off.
I think that is true. And you know, he's that kind of guy. He'll just get up and go. You know, another story about that whole deal was we had this you know, music CD that we listened to before we went out to play the game and stuff, the warm-ups, and you have a routine just like we were talking about earlier, and that was part of our routine was that CD, and it had all the songs that got us pumped up on our, you know, our winning ways, and Luds forgot that CD in the locker room when we were on our way to, I think we were on our way to, it might have been St. Louis actually. It was either St. Louis or Edmonton. I can't remember which, but he calls Vinny. He's like, "Hey, Vinny, you got to do me a huge favor. Go down to the locker room, grab this CD." And Vinny was coming to the game on their private jet.
Bring the aux cord.
Wow. So Vinny shows up like 10 minutes before our warm up with the CD, and to keep the streak going. So hats off to Vinny for saving.
They really work close with you guys.
Oh yeah, I know he was a great guy. He's a huge supporter. Obviously, you know, made that song for us that they still play to this day.
Ed Belfours in the studio with Mike McKenna. See Ed tonight over at Macadoodles in Darting Prairie on Bryan Road, 6 to 9 o'clock for the Belfours Spirits signing. You don't need a ticket or anything.
Nope, free event. Come on in, eat some popcorn, bring your dog.
Yeah, bring your dog for sure.
Yeah.
So playoffs, you know, hockey playoffs start. I think when's the first
Saturday.
playoff game? Saturday. What do you think of St. Louis's chances?
Oh my gosh, they're on a run, right? That's amazing how they even made the playoffs. Like, what'd they win, 14?
And when what? It was 12 straight, and
Yeah.
then, you know, 14 of the last 16, 17 games.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, to eke their way in.
that is
But not
friggin'
eke. I
Are
mean,
you
they
still
came
paying?
awesome.
Are you still paying attention to all this stuff?
I watch a little bit, and of course the playoffs are my favorite time of the year. I mean, that's when you get pumped up for your you know, you want to play your best, and I love watching playoff hockey. It's just, especially the first round, you just never know what's going to happen. Exciting.
Yeah, looking back on your on your career, what advice would you give to, you know, some of these young kids, you know, playing? I mean, we have a lot of lot of youth hockey in St. Louis. It's youth hockey is huge. A lot of different organizations. What advice do you give to the young kids getting into it?
Well, first off, I always tell the kids have fun. That's the main thing, and that's how we grew up playing the game, just having fun, playing street hockey. And I see sometimes with the young kids, it becomes too serious at a young age, and some kids just they can't handle that. They quit. Just try to have fun out there, enjoy yourself. It's a great game, best game in the world. And then, on the training side of things, I do think that's very important, the core strength training for kids. I had a lot of back problems during my career, and if I had known about core strength training earlier on, I probably would have avoided that. It caused me a lot of grief, 2 back surgeries, and it's painful. So have fun and make sure you're training in the gym with the core strength stuff. It is hugely available nowadays.
Yeah, you got to also talk to the parents a little too. Like, hey man, relax.
Oh, I know.
Parents got to relax on these kids too.
Yeah.
Putting too much pressure on kids.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, my mom and dad were at games supporting, but they never really got into the fights in the stands like some of these fans do nowadays. Parents and
stuff. Mike's got kids in youth hockey. He knows.
Oh, yeah. So I just got I got a meme sent to me by one of our parents yesterday, and it was 3 deer jumping off of basically a bridge into a lake, and the caption was, "Youth hockey coach when that parent comes along."
Yeah.
And it's true, but I mean, you can kind of still, you have to try to cultivate the right feel within your team. But you do see this. I mean, you were at the forefront of training. I mean, you did triathlons.
Yeah.
Nobody else was doing that.
I think it was a little ahead. There was a few of us back then that realized that was a huge, important part of the game. I was doing triathlons. I played almost every sport I could in high school. So I was an all-around athlete. And, I really enjoyed playing a lot of different sports. Doing those triathlons really increased my endurance. Obviously, as a goalie, you got to have that endurance. To be able to play 60-plus games a year and play at the top level and then be ready for the playoffs, you got to have a lot of endurance. So the triathlons definitely helped me. I hurt my back pretty early on in my career, and then I started doing yoga and Pilates. And that was at a time period when nobody really knew what Pilates was.
That's so good.
Yeah,
that's all about stretching. Right?
It's stretching, it's strength, it's balance, it's everything. And it got to the point where I actually had a reformer in the locker room. The trainers allowed me to have that. So that was part of my pregame ritual and warm-ups.
Yeah, cool. I also don't want to gloss over the fact that you won a gold medal. Like, this is a gold medalist.
Oh, dude, I remember that's one of the facts I learned years and years ago, is that you're one of the only two or three players to win
2
NCAA championship, gold medal, and a Stanley Cup, all 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I was very blessed. I was on so many great teams, winning teams. Canada Cup, I was part of a Canada Cup win in Toronto in '91. High school championship, quite a few other championships, and it's always the same thing. You got great leadership, coaches and great teammates. When we won the gold medal, you look at the lineup. Look at the guys that were on that team. It was an amazing team.
Yeah, who was on that team?
Oh, Lemieux, Lindros.
This is 02, right?
Yeah, 02.
The 02 team.
Yeah, Sakic. I mean, we had an amazing all-star lineup, and it was just really a dream come true. Because I think we hadn't won a gold in 60 years for Canada at that time, and so it was huge for Canada to be up there in the finals and then become champions. I still remember it. Getting that gold medal put around my neck, and then it dropped on the ice. And I was like,
oh no way.
Gosh,
What happened?
What happened? I don't know, the guy didn't put it on right.
With the clasp on?
Yeah, it came
No.
Where is your gold medal right now?
Where do you keep it?
in the safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have that on display?
No. I don't. All my rings, everything are in the safe. Yeah.
Man, I'd have all that stuff
where
out.
exactly is the safe?
And what exactly is the combination for the safe?
Clownvis wants to know.
I forgot it.
Taking the van over.
So let's talk a little about the Belfours spirits. You have a whole line of whiskeys and rye.
Yeah.
And so tonight, what are we featuring tonight?
We're featuring our bourbon finished with Texas pecan wood. That's our #1 seller. It is a wheated bourbon, 92 proof. It is aged in Kelvin barrels, which is a really good cooperage out of Kentucky. Makes great cocktails. One of my favorites, Old Fashioned. Does really well neat, and it does also really well on a rock. That's the Gordie Howe hat trick of the bourbon industry. If it can taste great, neat, and then it can taste great in a cocktail, and then on a rock ice cube. That's what we try and achieve.
So when you drink whiskey, how many do you neat or ice cubes for you?
This particular one, I love it neat. But if we're drinking,
so good.
Yeah, my rye whiskey. That's what I call my cocktail rye whiskey. It's 94 proof, well balanced rye. A lot of people don't like rye, but try our rye. Trust me, people. It's very well balanced, very sweet, and it's got a little bit of the spicy notes that rye is noted for. But very toned down, very well balanced, and it makes the best cocktails. Love Manhattans. It makes
Manhattans.
Yeah, it makes an amazing Manhattan. So that's what I tell people about our rye. We've won double golds with our rye and golds with our bourbon. So, you know, it's been a lot of fun.
It sounds like a labor of love.
You're covered in gold, Ed.
Yeah.
That's great.
I love gold.
Yeah.
I love gold.
So, and Mike, anybody can come up. 6 to 9 o'clock, no ticket necessary.
That's right. It's going to be wide open. We'll have tastings going on as well. We've got another vendor in that's going to be slinging some dragon fruit margaritas before people even get to come in and see Ed and the whiskey there. So, yeah, it'll be wide open. Dogs are welcome. We're at the corner of Bryan and Feisey, just north of the Page Extension. And
you know, it's so funny. I got so many people contacting us, apologizing.
Yeah.
For their behavior when you were in town with the Blackhawks.
Yeah,
no! I love it. Don't mess. Yeah, right.
I'm just trying to get it off of my soul.
I was saying, apologize in person.
Yeah, I want you guys to come out and taunt me tonight.
Oh,
yeah. Yes, yeah.
Right
on.
See if we can get a Christian USA stick and you can demolish that baby out.
Oh yeah. So tonight, 6 to 9 o'clock at Macadoodle's 1555 Bryan Road. The great Ed Belfours will be there. The great Mike McKenna will be there as well. Talk trash to Ed.
Bring it on.
Bring it on. Bring something. Bring one thing for him to sign. You're going to be talking hockey. You're going to be talking bourbon.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys give tours of your facility down where you?
So I don't actually have a facility right now. We're getting ready to build one in Texas.
Nice.
And you'll have a destination. That's a dream that I've been working towards for probably the last 4 years. COVID really put a damper on that, but having a facility where people can come and visit you and do tours and tasting and stuff, that's definitely something that I want to achieve here over the next year. It's just it solidifies your brand.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun, and I'm all about having fun. And my son calls me the mad scientist, so I'll have that room where I get in there and do all this experimentation of the different charring and the toasting and on the barrels, and then the different mash bills. I try different mash bills. I enjoy doing stuff like that. Always trying to make the products better.
Yeah, go to the Belfours Spirits website. There's a great video of you and your kids on there doing the whiskey thing and doing the tastings. It's really, I mean, you guys look like you're really enjoying yourselves.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like I said, we started this about 10 years ago. And just like hockey, there's a lot of ups and downs. And, you learn your way and you get better at things. And overall, like, we're hanging in there. Building a brand is not easy, but the juice has won, like I said, double golds.
That's amazing.
And I tell people, I feel like I've been in the minors for like the last 8 years. I'm being ready to be called up to the big leagues. So that's having our destination at Belfours Distillery.
Well, it's a gorgeous bottle, and I can't wait to try it. We're going to pound some during the break, right, Clownvis?
Yes, sir.
Going to pour some out for all of us.
I already started under the table here, yeah.
Well, hey, listen, I appreciate you taking the time and stopping by, and I hope everybody comes to talk trash to you tonight at Macadoodle's, Darting Prairie, on Bryan Road. We'll put all the details. We'll push out all the details on our social media, and I just hope for the best for you and all your endeavors.
Awesome. Thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate y'all. And Gold Blues, right?
Yeah. I never thought of a Blackhawk saying that.
Holy
Mike,
smokes.
as always, great seeing you, buddy.
You too, Rizz.
And what
Everybody.
else is going on at Macadoodles?
Oh, man, events galore. April 19th, we got an adult Easter egg hunt. Clownvis, you can imagine what's in the eggs.
Oh, yeah.
No, we'll actually have some allocated bottles at that. We've got a couple of different tequila events, cocktail making classes.
Nice.
Go to macadoodles.com, hit the Dardine Prairie site, find us on the social medias. Tons of things going on in the next couple
It's
of weeks.
Clownvis approved. I'm in love with
There we
Macadoodles.
go.
Yeah.
That means something. All right, Mike McKenna, Ed Belfours. There you go. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Let's do some of those emails. It is 8:51. It is Thursday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. The highways are clear. Your point forecast, morning storm, then windy. High of 77. Right now it is 58 at the Point Studio.
Is our guest on the phone?
There's some guy named Bert on the phone.
Oh.
Bert.
Hopefully it's
That's the guy supposed to be calling, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Ladies and gentlemen, the machine, Bert Kreischer on the phone.
Hey, man.
That was well played, gentlemen. That was well played.
Well, we're expecting a call from Bert Cummings, too, so we're not sure.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
You know, it's funny. I told my son yesterday, I was like, hey, I have one of my favorite comedians on the show tomorrow. He goes, awesome, you have Kevin Hart on. I go, damn it.
My daughters and I saw Jumanji, the first one, for the first time. And I was like, I got out and I was like, God, I want to like text Kevin and tell him how great that movie was. And they're like, Kevin who? I said, Kevin Hart. And they go, you know Kevin Hart? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, Dad, come on. You don't have to lie to us. I was like, no, I know Kevin Hart. And they're like, Dad, how would he know a guy like you? I was like, you know he's a comedian, right? And they're like, yeah, but he does, like, big shows. I'm like, oh, my God.
Do your kids think you're cool?
Is important. You're adding equity back into your home. So let's say you're thinking of selling your house in the, maybe not near future, but in the future. Flooring is huge. People are going back to soft surfaces. A lot of us, we got on the hardwood train, which, trust, I'm still on. I love a hardwood. But a lot of us now are thinking of soft surfaces. So we want carpet back into our bedrooms. Or maybe you just had a baby or you're having a baby soon and you don't want to have to deal with rugs and you just want that baby's room to have, soft carpet for it just to roll around on like a drunk little tadpole or whatever they are. Michael's Flooring is there for you. 3 decades of creating beautiful floors to install efficiently for St. Louisans as well as business owners around the area as well. So go check out their products at igotfloored.com, whether it is hardwoods, carpet, they have tile, they have laminate flooring, luxury vinyl. They got something for every type of floor you are looking for. So Michael's Flooring, check them out. There's 3 outlets that you can go and peruse. There's one in Creve Coeur down here, the street from us on Olive. There's one in St. Peter's and Dardine Prairie. It's Michael's Flooring. Go check them out.
Yeah, I gotta say once again, thanks to Herb Equipment for bringing some toys up here to Rizz Farm. And we gotta do some mulching. So Mike and Chad here brought a tractor with them. And check this out. It says Captain Rizz on the side. All right, so we're gonna use this to get the mulch from and it's gonna go into the trailer. So I don't know how to use this thing. So who's gonna show me how to operate this fine piece of machinery?
I got you covered, Rizz. This is a 3046R John Deere 46 horsepower tractor. Hop on in, man.
All
I can
right.
give you a little rundown of everything.
Where's the air conditioner?
That's as fast as you go. It's the
Okay.
wind in your hair.
Okay.
Hey, the first thing you got to do is give it a crank over.
So I turn the key.
At that point, that selective control valve, which is that lever right there, that'll operate that front loader. Pull back, that'll raise up. If you pull it towards you, it'll tilt it in. There you go. And it'll do the opposite if you push it away from you. This will allow you to go forward, reverse. Very simple nowadays. With
Even I can figure that out. There's arrows. So the arrow pointed this way means go forward, and the arrow that way means go backwards that way. So where's the stereo?
The stereo, the next thing we're going to put in for you. Yeah, but right here, that's where you get all your RPMs. So when you want to hit it and get it, push things forward.
Oh, boy.
That's where all that horsepower comes.
So I would assume the rabbit is fast and the turtle is slow.
That's correct.
All right, mulch. Here we go. Yeah, baby. Bombs away! Now we gotta get that mulch onto that field. So I need to put that mulch in a trailer. So let's get the trailer down here. All right, so I need to hook this onto that. Thank God I have Chad Mike here from Herb to help me out. So.
Have you driven down your street and you're wondering, man, why is that person's yard so incredible looking and I see mine and it's embarrassing and I just want to keep driving past my house? Well, it's probably because they've reached out to Green Envy Lawns, who's been treating St. Louis yards for over a decade now, and these are true pros. They know what they're doing. In fact, they use a formula that is made just for our soil right here, our weather conditions, and even our turf types, and that's why their yards look incredible. When you see that little Green Envy sign in the yard, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. You don't have to worry about the weeds, and even with all the rain we're getting right now during the spring, Green Envy will help you prevent all the weeds from taking over and ruining your nice, comfortable yard to walk around. If you want to take your shoes off, go barefoot, and actually feel the grass, this is the way to do it. So reach out to Green Envy Lawns. They're open Monday through Friday, and they're easy to get a hold of. Their phone number is 636-655-3689. Or you can just go to greenenvylawns.com. Again, go to greenenvylawns.com. Make your yard look awesome all year. Reach out to Green Envy Lawns. That's greenenvylawns.com.
Hello, I'm Lefty Borton, here for you, your Valentine's 2016 holiday dating tips. Number 1, fireplaces are great, but don't get too close. Human hair is flammable. Tip number 2, a bearskin rug is romantic. Go with something dark. It'll hide most of the stains. Alcohol is key. Always check for an ID. If you don't know, the judge will tell you. Tip number 4, trash bags should always be within reach. I'm fine. I have mine within reach all the time. We're not going to get to all of them. I haven't even gotten to the clamps yet. We're out of time for this year. I'll see you next year with Lefty Borton's Valentine's Tips for 2017. Goodbye for now. All right, we're here at the Burton House in Eureka, and I've been talking on the air about how they want to get rid of this almost 100-foot tree, 110-foot tree, something like that. My tree guy, Tom, who's almost 77, is cutting the sucker down with our buddy Ryan. And I got my friend Brad over here helping out. So we're hoping it falls that way, and not that way, or that way, or that way. And I asked him, is it going to go that way?
Mine, Victory Men's Health. Victory can be yours as well. Get into any of the 4 locations. They're in both O'Fallon's. They got a Sunset Hills location where they're actually doing cardiovascular testing as well. They partnered with a brilliant cardiologist here in St. Louis. You can get that done down at the Sunset Hills location. And then me, Scott, and Rafe, we love going over to the Town and Country location. In fact, I'm there every couple weeks for these amazing vitamin drips. You can get these therapy IV drips that will leave you feeling what are the words? Replenished, recharged, rehydrated. I feel like $1,000,000, and I love it. I strategically, schedule those for when I'm going to need them the most. You know me. If you've been listening to the show, I got 15 jobs and 16 kids. So, I need to be vibrant in a lot of different atmospheres, and that's exactly what I feel like when I go into Victory. It's vibrant, it's awesome, it's badass. You sit in the Victory Lounge right there. I'm watching TV. I'm relaxing in a massage chair, getting this vitamin drip. And recently, I tried the Niagen Plus, and holy smokes, did I feel just absolutely amazing after that. Was sleeping better, higher energy. My mind fog was lifted. Listen, guys, maybe you need some hormones, maybe you need some vitamins, whatever it is you need. Care about your health, okay? It starts with your body. Victory Men's Health, victorymenshealth.com. Get in there now, victorymenshealth.com.
This is Rizzuto. Not only is he rich, but he also has a lot of money. And he's looking to invest in the next big idea.
Hi, my name is Rizz, and I have a lot of money. I mean, almost too much money. So I'm looking to invest, and I've asked the fellas to come on down to my office and pitch me their ideas. Do they have what it takes to be in the biz?
Meet King Scott. By day, he's the producer of the #1 morning show in St. Louis. But by night, he's not at work anymore. Interesting. He says that despite all of his shortcomings, his one long coming...
Buddy. All right, welcome back to the Rizz Show. Clownvis is here.
Hey,
Clownvis.
yeah, what's up?
See him at the Mill tomorrow in Granite City.
Friday night. The Mill in Granite City, the place to be.
What are you going to be doing?
I'm actually doing
song, dance.
I'm going to be dancing. Yeah, I'm doing a
He's
new
a song
dance.
and dance guy.
It's a new dance I made up. One step to the left, one step to the right.
Just doing, general Clownvis things.
Yeah, it's actually going to be really fun. I'm doing 2 sets, which I usually don't do. So it's kind of like just an evening with Clownvis. So I'll be doing more than I usually do. You'll see a lot more. If you've seen me before, this is a good chance to go out, and it's a deep dive in what I do. So come on out.
Nice. Your email's here in just a second. I want to tell you about this this one story here out of Bonita Springs, Florida. So picture this: you're just chilling at home. Somebody comes knocking at the door, claiming they're with a religious group wanting to spread a little faith and good cheer. Sounds wholesome, right?
Mm-hmm. Lovely.
Wrong!
Tell me more.
Wrong. Turns out all set up. Apparently this is a thing, a new scam. So beware when you get the knock at the door and somebody wants to, I don't know, spread the word of the Lord, or, what do they do when they, let me talk to you about Jesus.
Yeah.
So according to the Southwest Florida Crime Stoppers, this woman rolls into a private residence in Bonita, Florida. I guess whoever's house it was let her in.
Come on in.
Come on in.
Come on in. I don't want to stand here, so let's go sit down.
So the woman's in the house, and there are 2 people outside, I guess, throwing distraction, and the woman just robs the homeowner.
Okay.
Ransacked the place. $3,500 in jewelry, cash, snuck out a side door, made a break for it.
Wow. Next time they knock on my door, I'm just going to immediately go
knock them out.
Yeah. I know what you criminals are up to.
I know what you're here for.
So just be careful. Apparently, this is a new thing. They distract you, they get in your house, and they steal from you. Now, I'm not saying everybody who comes knocking at the door, but I just want you to be extra careful.
Most of them.
I just want you to be extra careful. Maybe put one of those no solicitation signs out front.
How do you not already have one? I feel like you have a brand. You should be selling them.
I know.
His
With
face
your
says it all.
it's your face, and the little bubble says no soliciting.
Yeah, we should just have a Rizz show or Rizz head, like a fat head, on the front door.
I swear I had a sign that said baby sleeping inside that I put outside the door so nobody would ring it, and then somebody stole it.
No.
Then somebody stole the sign.
It takes a lot of audacity to just knock on someone's door. You don't know what's going on in their house.
No, not just that, but then have the balls to steal.
Yeah.
While you're in there.
That's why you answer the door with the gun.
It does take a lot of audacity to knock on the door. I don't care what you're doing or, what you've been put up to. And that's kind of one of the reasons I do answer the door, because I feel like a respect, like, you know what, you had the balls to do
You know
this.
what, I do as well.
I'm going to open the door for you, because my wife
With your
sometimes...
robe wide open.
Yeah, my wife works from home, so a lot of times she'll be like, I don't have time for this. I can't, they're trying to sell me something, I don't have time. And I'm like, all right, I'll do it. And it's because, you know what? It takes a little something. You're 19 years old and you're selling siding or whatever the crap they're doing on their, because they're riding around on those, what do you call them? I feel like an old guy.
Segways?
Yeah, like a half Segway. What do they call them? That's not what they call them. Hoverboard.
Hoverboards.
They're hoverboarding around. They got their, their brand new blue shirt because they've only been employed for 3 days. And they got their little clipboard, and that takes some balls going up there and knocking on my door. So
I agree.
I'm going to answer and at least hear your spiel and give you 15 seconds and say, no,
now,
man.
if you don't take no for an answer,
No,
and
my
it starts
dad's not
getting
home.
annoying. If it starts getting annoying and you're relentless, like, all right, then I start to get. Hey, want me to turn on the sprinkler?
I let him
I'm
play.
gonna turn on the sprinkler.
I let him play the game, but I know some of my neighbors always ask questions just to put them on the spot, because they'll always say, "Hey, your neighbor over there needed a new roof, and we were working."
Yeah.
Blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah."
what
and
neighbor?
And they go, "Cool, what's his name?"
Yeah.
Like one of our neighbors is like, "Oh, that's my favorite. I'll ask him." "Oh, yeah, which address? What street is this? What number? Who was that? What was the wife's name?"
Bob.
Yeah, it's
There's no Bob up the
There's not a
street.
Bob. We
I
don't
meant
let Bobs
Mike.
in this neighborhood.
Let's get to some of your emails. RizzShow at 1057thepoint.com.
Food news alert. Learn.
What?
A 12-pack of Clearly Canadian at Sam's on Lee May Ferry for $20. I buy one about once a month. They're the best with half the sugar. You're welcome,
What is
Ben.
that?
Clearly Canadian. I don't think I've ever had this.
Oh, please have one this weekend.
I don't know what it is.
It's like a sparkling water. Before sparkling waters were huge, this was like a 90s sparkling water. Came in this itty bitty little glass bottle.
fancy.
Cherry, blueberry, blackberry. I mean, all sorts of flavors. And it has just enough fizz to it. Oh, it's so good.
I thought that
Perfection.
was Ed Belfours' nickname.
Wait a
Clearly
minute.
Canadian.
You're talking Costco?
They said Sam's.
Sam's.
But I bet
Costco
you
has it
it's
too.
everywhere.
I am one day away
okay.
from
I
getting
know
a
this
subscription
bottle.
to one of these big places.
It's got like a
The fat bottom.
fruit.
It's like a
has
fat,
like a little fruit bundle.
Has a
on
little
the front.
fruit up, on the top, so you know what flavor it is.
Yes, and also on the front label. Yeah, delicious.
it's-
What's I'm saying on the front of the bottle?
It's clearly Canadian.
Clearly, this is a strawberry one. There's a picture of strawberry on there.
We're trying to be as easy as
Oh
possible.
man,
here.
I tell you what, the bottle. That's a good swinging bottle.
Oh, hell
like
yeah.
If you grab
Oh,
it
yeah.
by the neck,
Can you imagine
that's
that?
a good getting clocked over the head with
Thunk
bottle.
the skull with that, man.
Ooh,
Thunk.
man. I bet you that's thick too.
It is.
Yeah, that's an unbreakable bottle.
Dude, I go to World Market and they have them in the cooler as you check out because it's luxury, and I get one every time, and it's riveting. It's everything that you want it to be.
Oh, they're
Clearly
everywhere. They're at
Canadian.
Walmart.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
What are you talking
Listen,
about?
I can't buy them in bulk at Schnucks, and that's what I'm really upset about because that's where I go the most.
World Market $9.99,
They got cases of it?
but in the can though.
Oh, well, no. We don't want that.
That doesn't work.
You don't want.
I don't want Clearly Canadian in a can.
Six
It's got
pack
to be clear.
beverage 6-pack can. No thanks.
No thanks.
Get out of here.
Hates it.
That's not why
Get
I'm
out of here. Next.
Point.
Okay, I'm gonna put this picture up right here.
Uh-oh.
This is the email. Hey, Rizz Show crew. This is probably one of the most random messages you'll probably get this week or just ever, but hear me out. It's also one of the cutest. There's a bobcat at a local wildlife rescue. His name is Rizzo. Yes, Rizzo the bobcat. The moment I heard it, I thought this has Rizzuto Show written all over it. It's destiny. The universe clearly wants you to be this majestic, spicy little guy's honorary radio family. The rescue does amazing work helping injured and orphaned wildlife, and they offer sponsorships to help cover food, medical care, and bobcat-sized scratching
Shall we
posts.
adopt this thing?
I think we
Yes.
should surprise Lern with it in the studio.
I am 100% down.
That's where
Here
I
it
thought this
is.
email was going.
Here it is. Bring Rizzo the Bobcat in as it tears Scott apart.
We all get mauled. Cool.
She says, I know this is a weird ask, but in the best way possible. If there was ever a radio show meant to have a wild mascot named Rizzo, it's definitely you. Let me know if you're interested in sponsoring him. It's a great cause, and honestly, just imagine the bragging rights. We sponsor a bobcat.
Hey, you know what? I'm interested. Send over a link, and we'll put it out on all the socials.
And we'll raise some money for
We'll
this
raise some
sponsorship.
money for the Rizzo the Bobcat.
And it'll be our official mascot.
It'll be our official.
We'll add it to the sticker.
It'll be our official RizzShow Bobcat.
You know what? I'm into this because the SIUE
the only
cougar,
one.
I mean, we already had the cougar that we were excited about. And
yeah.
We could maybe do a different version of the SIUE cougar.
No, this will just,
and it'll be the
this will
Bobcat.
be the official RizzShow Bobcat.
Fine.
Yeah, it's much cooler because Clownvis, Lern and Rafe, they're from Illinois, and they were talking about SIUE and all this. We were looking up their cool mascot because it's a cougar. Look at this bitchy-faced cougar.
Look at that resting bitch face.
That's the SIUE cougar.
It's like, and it even has its ears back.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
you know what that cougar's saying? That cougar's saying, now, picture this cougar doing this.
Yeah.
Oh, you're here to play volleyball?
Oh, Bob up the street got a new roof?
Sure he did.
There is no Bob up the street.
Yeah.
Get off my property.
I'd much prefer Rizzo the Bobcat as our official Rizzuto Show mascot.
No,
That's great.
No,
Add him
not
to the
official
sticker.
mascot, official Bobcat of the Rizz Show.
Fine.
Okay.
You don't add it to the sticker, all of our faces, our cartoon faces, and have this.
Let's slow our roll. Let's get the link. Let's raise some money.
Get some Bobcat tattoos.
Oh, dude, I'd do that
Yeah, I would too.
for sure.
Rizzo
We're gonna raise money getting
is the
tattoos.
official Bobcat of the Rizz Show.
Let's give the Bobcat a Rizzuto Show tattoo.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Now
dude.
we're
do
talking.
that. Yeah, now you're speaking Scott's language.
Yeah.
Next. Yes, please send a link over, and we'd love to put it out, and we'll all donate millions of dollars.
All right, well, let's keep talking about animals. Hey, Rizz Show, fellow podcast listener here. I was listening to today's podcast. This was in October, by the way. And I heard you talking about putting your dog bowls in the dishwasher. When
Yes.
Moon started talking about how weird gunk on the dog bowl, I immediately knew what he was talking about. The best thing I have found that cleans the gunk off dog bowls is white vinegar. Thought I would share with you all. Love the show. 3 out of 5 stars. Tisha, just trying to help.
Is it weird to put the dog bowls in the dishwasher?
No, but
Put
I
them on the
rinse
bottom
them
rack.
first.
I mean, I rinse them out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if there's gunk in there, they're gunkless, but they go. I mean,
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. We have
it's hot water.
We have a sponge dedicated for the dog bowl.
That's nice.
Yeah.
They go on the bottom rack. So it's a bottom rack only thing.
With other dishes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, if we do it, we do it in its own wash because
No.
I feel like it's just nasty.
That's a waste of water.
Mr. Gray's bowls get eaten up by the raccoons and the possums and whatnot. So what I have to do is soak those bowls in, Dawn detergent and then clean them out and then put them in the dishwasher.
And I get some people do consider it gross. I
wouldn't worry about it.
White vinegar.
whatever. And you know
apparently.
what? The people that consider it gross are probably the ones that let their dogs lick them in the mouth.
Yeah.
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 Dummies.
Thank you. Next.
Hey, you want to stay with animal talk or you want to move on?
I'd like to move on. Maybe.
Okay, I'm engaged to a guy who has been nothing but loving until last weekend. We went to a wedding expo, and at one booth with psychic readings, the woman looked at him and gasped and said, "You've been married before, and she's still with you." He got super weird, refused to talk about it, and he left early.
What?
Since then, he's been distant and cagey. I did a little digging. I found out his ex-wife died 2 years ago in their house. He never told me he was married. Now I'm wondering if he's hiding more than a ghost.
Oh.
Should I call off the wedding? Why would he not tell me that his wife passed away?
Right.
Oh, that's strange.
That is very strange.
Okay, let's slow down for a moment here.
Okay.
They go to a wedding expo. They
What?
go to a psychic booth. I guess that's there.
That's
Yep.
cool.
The psychic says you've been married before,
And she's still with you.
and she's still with you. The fiance finds out that he was married before, but the wife died. And he never told her.
Right.
That's strange.
Very strange.
How did the wife pass as well?
She fell into a wood chipper.
Even okay,
the
let's
worst kind.
Oh, no.
let's just assume it was a parasailing accident, okay?
Because it always is.
Who would want to talk about that?
Let's just assume it was natural causes like a parasailing accident.
Sure.
It's weird that you don't mention it.
Why is nobody mentioning it?
Because I thought that's how you swoon her over. You do the sad card, like,
Right.
yeah, my
My wife
passed.
died. I'm a widower.
Why didn't
Now I have a
other
lot of money.
people in the periphery of that first marriage who probably are mourning that, I don't know.
she
Her
died-
name is Joyce.
Maybe she died
Joyce is
20
gone.
years ago.
How did this phony psychic make such a good guess?
Well, I bet the
Yeah,
psychic
I
normally
have the psychic's
pers-
contact.
Let's
that person
leave her
said
out of
that
this.
to 75 men that day. And
It was the sister.
It hit once.
Also, I bet most of the time she's like, I have a feeling you're gonna be married in a year.
Whoa.
Wedding expo.
You're going to be
All right.
married within the year.
$20, please.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and assume that Psychic at a wedding expo is making a lot of marriage predictions.
Yeah.
Or throwouts.
I need to
see
know
you
how the
coming down
wife
in a
died
white
if
dress.
I'm going to get married.
Let's
this
just
guy.
say it was natural causes.
Joyce
let's say
sounds like a
it's not.
parasailer.
Let's say something happened.
For the hypothetically, let's just take it for just this one part right now. Hypothetically, it was nothing nefarious.
Okay.
Did he end up with her millions?
The fact that he didn't tell
It was only 2 years
fiance.
ago.
Oh, it was 2 years ago?
Yeah, the wife died 2 years ago.
What? This isn't enough time to have wife die,
That's what I'm
get
talking about.
engaged, get married.
That's
you need
what I'm
more
talking about.
time.
Yeah,
to
This
he's-
guy's a serial
That's
murderer.
not even the point of this whole thing. The point is he never told.
Is this the story that came out like earlier this week in the news where like some South City house, like there were bodies buried in the backyard? Did you guys see that?
Maybe.
Goodness. I'll have to check
We're
the date
living
on
in
the
a
email.
point
Netflix
is-
documentary right now.
The point of the story is not the fact that he's getting married too soon. The point is he never told the one he's going to marry now that he had an ex-wife.
So
don't
should
like
she
it.
That
call
died.
off the wedding?
Yes.
Yes.
Collectively,
For
yes.
all these reasons, yes.
And you know what?
But get as much information and email us all the
need all
details.
the
Yeah, we need all the details
Call it off,
before you
or
do.
at least postpone it until you
Yeah.
find out what's going on here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What's the reason why he didn't tell you? That's
Right.
shady.
Yeah.
He's one of these black widows, like that just
Yeah.
kills his spouses.
Why do you have to bring race into it?
No, that's a breed of spider. Listen,
Yeah, those are always females.
I don't like it. 2 years is not enough
male.
time, and we need more time at the very least.
We need
But
more time.
Honestly,
At
I
least
would
2.5.
run. I would run away. There's more people to marry. Go.
Give us the number of the psychic, too, while you're at it,
Yeah.
when they respond.
Yeah, what is a psychic doing at a wedding expo? I
I
guess
don't know,
maybe
man.
for
I
the
love
reception.
Ripping people off.
For the wedding reception.
Clownvis, you should have a booth at these wedding expos.
I'd be better than a psychic, yeah.
It's fighting words.
All right,
I'll
let's.
fight a psychic.
Thank you for the emails. We'll take a break. King Scott, you want to tell some jokes?
I do want to tell some jokes.
King Scott's got some jokes for all of us after the break, right? Headline goo. It's a special day. Clownvis is here.
Yeah.
Ed Belfours was here. Did they leave the whiskey?
He had a
Scott
huge
drank it all.
backpack full of every type
He's
of whiskey.
pulling them out.
Right.
Scott drank it all already. Damn it, Scott. I told you to leave some for everybody.
Wow, dude. Just because you're a redhead.
9:18. A Thursday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. The highways are clear. Your point forecast. After the morning storm, it's going to be windy today. High of 77. Right now it's 58 at the Point Studio.
We all need to know who this psychic is, who this good, great psychic is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Write us back. We got to know. All right, now stay there.
It's Donnie Fandango for 105.7 The Point, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be joined by Dan Auerbach, the frontman of the Black Keys. And Dan, we got a lot of stuff to talk about with a single and a new record coming, but I wanted to bring up a couple of things first that you have done in the last year that I just loved. And two of the things specifically, the covers record that the Black Keys did, I just adored because it introduced me to a bunch of songs that I didn't know, and I loved that. And then also too, I know you produced the Robert Finley record, and I loved that one too. I didn't know anything about that man until I saw that you had worked with him. So I just kind of wanted to start things off by saying, man, I really appreciated both of those projects that
Victory Men's Health, fellas. You know I'm on your case about this stuff. Frank, I'm talking to you. You're out there, you're driving that box truck around, you're like, man, my energy is in the gutter. Well, that's just part of being a Midwestern male. Well, no, it's not. That's that Midwestern male mentality creeping into your brain. You can care about your health. It's allowed. It's not illegal, guys, and your partner for that should be Victory Men's Health because they care more than you do about your health. They're the biggest cheerleader when it comes to making sure that whatever treatment they prescribe you, you're sticking to your guns and sticking to their plans. And they test your blood down to a microcellular level, and then they get you on a customized treatment plan just for you. And wherever you are, there's one near you. There's one in East O'Fallon, one in Town and Country that Moon and King Scott and I go to, and one in Sunset Hills that just added cardiovascular testing to the arsenal of things they offer, from testosterone therapy to peptide treatment to weight loss therapy. Whatever you need, Victory's got you covered. Don't wait. Take your health back in 2025. Go to victorymenshealth.com. That's victorymenshealth.com.
is a nerve-wracking day.
Why?
You guys and Queens of the Stone Age, back-to-back interviews. I'm already a high-strung person. Whew. I can't wait to have a beer when this is done.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
You don't need to worry about us.
Well, yeah, but I do though, because see, here's where the rub is with me and bands that I really like. If it's a band that I'm about, I can power right through. Mm-hmm. But then when it's a band that I really dig, then there's a bit of that fanboy stuff that starts popping out, and that's what I'm trying to control. So here, I'm bringing it down. I'm going to do my best professional interview as I.
You're doing very well so far.
Together, we can all do this.
We can all do this. So I had the fortune of seeing you guys on Saturday. I was in Austin at ACL. Oh. And I want to talk about this. I got to talk about this. Right. Because I know you guys had troubles. I guess it was with pedals.
With cables and amps weren't turning on, basically, yeah.
But from where I was standing and watching from my vantage point, it was a flipping phenomenal show. Like, I loved it. I thought it was great.
Oh, thanks.
So when you are, a few days away from that, this kind of already answered my question with your facial expressions, but do you look back at that and go, whew, I can't wait for this weekend and us able to do it again? Or do you go back and go, you know what, this song was messed up, but we powered through for the rest?
I kind of, when stuff goes wrong and breaks, I almost feel like I'm almost like, see, it can go wrong. And what we do is real,
Sure.
We don't play to a backing track or a click, and we just plug in and go. And when that breaks, it's proof that that we are taking some element, some sort of a risk up there.
Yeah.
And also, I think as well, when stuff goes wrong, it forces you to go in a different direction, and you have to dig from somewhere else that you didn't think you were going to have to. So I think, in the case of ACL, like, part of me was like incredibly frustrated because people would come to see us and shit was breaking. But on the other hand, the songs that we did manage to make stuff work for, I felt like I had this kind of whole new energy to them.
Absolutely,
it's exciting. It's like you want to see people on the cusp of losing their minds, which I certainly was at the time.
I saw a band once kick over a whole entire like amp bed, or amp rack thing, and it was one of the coolest things that I've ever seen. Like, that's the only time I've ever seen anything destroyed on stage. I got to say, I was kind of hoping for that with you guys too, just because.
He threw the amps over.
Oh, you did? Well, I didn't see that particular part of it then.
Yeah, I was pissed off.
Okay, well, see, I shouldn't make light of that. I apologize.
Well, no, it was, in hindsight, very funny.
Did you guys bowl in Kansas City last night?
Yes.
How'd you do?
Actually quite good. We were really drunk.
That helps your bowling game.
And, well, it did, I think. Well,
pretty good scores.
We did.
Well, do you remember?
I remember I came third and first. Mm-hmm. We played 2 games.
But, averaging of like 4 strikes a
4 strikes a game.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Didn't get any spares, but
no,
I got a lot of strikes.
Yeah. Which is better.
Legitimately one of the most frustrating games I think that you can play, because to me, I look at it and go, this is easy. I can do this. And then you start and you're like, oh, wait.
Yeah. You either have it or you don't, I think.
Yeah.
You either have a terrible game and you get 20 points, or you're just nailing it and you don't know where it's come from.
Right. Well, we had, the last time we went, I took my kids a couple of weekends ago, and so we had one lane without the bumpers, one lane with the bumpers. Mm-hmm. So you take one game without, and then, when you need to feel good about yourself, you just hop over to the bumper lane, boop, 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 and then it knocks them all over. One of the things I noticed that you do on your Twitter, which I love, is you just, and I don't know if it's a ranking necessarily, but do you, when you're tweeting out songs, and like you number a song, like 265, and then you tweet, is that just a song that you're...
That's a song a day that I'm doing. It also is on my Instagram. I put the cover of it, and it's just a song that pops into my head and I listen to, and I think, that's a good song from this band, but I don't ever... double bands up, so it has to be one song, one band.
I like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow. So you're not going to repeat, like you had Wolf Alice, I think, last week.
Yeah.
With their new track, so you're not going to...
Can't go back to them. That's done now.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah.
That is challenging.
It's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure.
There's a Spotify playlist with all of them on as well, if you want to...
Oh, I have...
You can see that.
Well, because I get excited when it's a song that I like. Yeah. I'm like, oh man, this is a good one. And most of the time, it's either something that I have or know, and then now it's to the point where if I don't know it, then I'm like, oh, I got to find out what the heck he's talking about.
Exactly.
Talk about your tour mates here, Queens of the Stone Age. How long have you known them? And I've read that there's been some drinking that's happened between the bands, so I guess you guys get along okay.
Yeah, so we've known Schumann, bass player, for probably the longest, because his other band, Mini Mansions, we toured together a lot. But yeah, this whole tour we've been... it's really been like the first tour we've done opening up for another band where...
FlyMidAmerica.com. I am trying to tell everybody about Mid-America St. Louis Airport. This is the gateway to easy, efficient travel. You can book your next trip on the website, FlyMidAmerica.com. Let me tell you, this is an airport that's on the Illinois side, so yeah, I know a lot of us St. Louisans are like, oh, I got to drive a couple extra minutes, but I'm telling you, you get those minutes back immediately. You park right there. It's an incredible parking deal, by the way. If you've ever gone away for the weekend and you've parked at the other airport, you know how expensive it can be. This is like a hardly anywhere near comparable. So much cheaper. Plus, you are right there. You walk right in the front door. No shuttles or any of that kind of stuff. And then you're, bam, right through. I mean, it is the most efficient and easy way I've ever gone through a TSA checkpoint and all that kind of stuff. Mid-America St. Louis Airport is nothing but convenient. It's amazing. Allegiant Airlines is offering service currently to 7 destinations in Florida: Fort Lauderdale, Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Punta Gorda, Knoxville, Tennessee, flights to Myrtle Beach, Savannah, Las Vegas, and now a new route to Gulf Shores. So you can have a direct flight. We now have one from St. Louis to Gulf Shores, which means everybody in there is going on vacation. So everybody's smiling. They have amazing concessions there, a cool little shop, drinks, and there's no baggage fees for veterans. What are you waiting for? This is your gateway to easy, efficient travel. So book that trip. Mid-America St. Louis Airport. FlyMidAmerica.com. That's FlyMidAmerica.com.
We are backstage at Point Fest, and I am absolutely honored and incredibly nervous, as a matter of fact, to have the pleasure of speaking to Alice in Chains. Gentlemen, thank you so very much. It's really great to see you here today.
Why is he nervous? Is he owes money or something?
I do not. I do not.
You slept with my wife, you son of a bitch.
Oh. See, none of those kinds of things other than just your random fanboy.
The Fantastic Four trailer just dropped.
And?
I don't know. We haven't seen it yet. People are going nuts on the social medias about this.
Oh,
nuts.
boy.
Scott?
Yes, sir.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Well, let's do it.
What's going on in the news today?
And your Headline Goose, sponsored by
Schicker Auto Group, your headquarters for American-made Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles. Shop local. Visit shopschicker.com.
All right.
The Trump administration says when it comes to trade negotiations, the ball is in China's court. Unfortunately, it's a ping pong ball, and China is much better at hitting those.
Politics.
Yeah.
Spicy.
The owner of a Colorado funeral home was caught storing a corpse in a hearse for 18 months. And the neighbors said the vehicle smelled so bad they assumed it was an Uber. McDonald's is bringing back snack wraps after 9 years. And 9 years is also how long it takes to digest one of them.
Can confirm.
Shots fired at McDonald's.
Still doing it.
McDonald's politics.
Thank you, Moon, for that joke. Scientists have replicated the cellular environment found inside the vaginal canal on a microchip, and it's the closest most of them will ever get to the real thing.
What's going on, guys?
Putting down the scientists, putting down everybody.
Getting them.
Nobody's
these are all
safe
written by
today.
Moon today, by the way. Yeah.
What?
Huh? Steven Tyler allegedly used the scarves on his microphone to hide drugs, and Keith Richards hid his drugs in a thing called veins.
Pretty good.
Time magazine has released its list of the 100 most influential people. Unfortunately, the chances are that all of them combined can't influence people to read a magazine. Wink Martindale died.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah, zinger.
What the heck?
All right, man. I've never really laughed at one of these. That's good.
I've never really laughed at one.
You got me.
All right. You guys were friends.
Oh, you're so red right now.
I thought
Scott.
y'all loved each other.
I'm trying to pull it together now.
Oh, you're doing good. You're doing good. You're going to write about
Wink
this in your
Martindale
diary.
died.
Oh, wait. That's not just that.
There's more.
No, stop. Just don't.
Okay, you're right. But this is really good. I got to finish.
All right,
it.
go ahead, guy.
You'll remember him for hosting Tic Tac and also inspiring 0 baby names. The former manager of Guns N' Roses says Axl Rose takes 50% of the band's income and 100% of the band's catering.
I like the ham.
And finally, Friends actress Maggie Wheeler says Matthew Perry visited her as a hawk. And how'd she know it was Matthew Perry? Well, it flew off with her Xanax. It made the goo be with you.
And also with goo.
Okay.
Really ended on a sad note.
You'll get him next
I'm
time, pal.
upset.
Well, he flew.
All right. We'll take one final break. We'll come back and we'll wrap her up.
I teared up.
Oh, hey. How's it going, man? Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. Have a seat, man. Just wanted to have a chat with you, King Scott's Virginity, just to talk with you real fast and just to say, first of all, thank you for everything that you've done for King Scott and for his lovely fiance. And I also wanted to say that you've been such a big part of our lives, you know, whether it's the show or just in our personal lives. And relationships end, and it's time for you to go. And I didn't want you to be shocked, to be surprised or anything, so I wanted to give you an idea of what's going to be happening on the wedding night, what's to come, so to speak. So when two people are in love.
Did that spring cleanup, huh? You cleaned out the garage, you cleaned out the basement. Now you got all the scrap metal. What are you going to do? You're going to just throw it out and it's going to wind up in a landfill? No, you're going to recycle it. And you're going to make some money doing it. Scrap Mart Metals. ScrapMartMetals.com. You got 3 locations. Valley Park right at 141 and 44. You've got the location in Jonesburg and in Peevely. Unlike the other guys, you know, Scrap Mart is clean, it's safe, it's convenient. Locations, very convenient to you to take your copper wire, brass, stainless steel, aluminum, cans, batteries, electric motors, steel, cast iron, and you'd be amazed about how much junk in your garage and house is worth cash at Scrap Mart. Even drive through on a scale, collect your cash, scale weights visibly to you. Everything's on the up and up. They've been doing it since 2011. Provided the best service and assisted people in receiving the most money for their metals. Collect all those recyclables from the house, all the stuff you normally throw out, load them in the vehicle, drive it over to Scrap Mart and make some money. Recycle smart at Scrap Mart. ScrapMartMetals.com. That's ScrapMartMetals.com.
Oh, hey. How's it going, man? Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. Have a seat, man. Just wanted to have a chat with you, King Scott's Virginity, just to talk with you real fast and just to say, first of all, thank you for everything that you've done for King Scott and for his lovely fiance. And I also wanted to say that you've been such a big part of our lives, you know, whether it's the show or just in our personal lives. And relationships end, and it's time for you to go. And I didn't want you to be shocked, to be surprised or anything, so I wanted to give you an idea of what's going to be happening on the wedding night, what's to come, so to speak. So when two people are in love, they get married, and then after they get married, they normally go away somewhere, someplace beautiful, and then they get, you know what I mean? Like, they will go behind doors. I recommend going behind doors and you so that bitch can't get out. You show her God. You know what I'm saying? This is how you show her. And so strong because she ain't never seen it before. And you drill. Okay, you know how when man first landed on the moon? That's what we're gonna do. She is your moon, and you are gonna take your flag, and you are gonna. No, it's gonna be fine. They're in love. If they got married, seriously, it's gonna be over. We're gonna miss you. We love you. We miss you, but you gotta go. Beautiful. If you need more information, I've got a website. It's jerfinoff@gmail.com. It's all good. Oh, hey. How's it going, man? Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. Have a seat, man. Just wanted to have a chat with you, King Scott's Virginity, just to talk with you real fast, and just to say, first of all, thank you for everything that you've done for King Scott and for his lovely fiance. And I also wanted to say that you've been such a big part of our lives, whether it's the show or just in our personal lives. And relationships end, and it's time for you to go. And I didn't want you to be shocked, to be surprised or anything, so I wanted to give you an idea of what's going to be happening on the wedding night, what's to come, so to speak. So when two people are in love, they get married, and then after they get married, they normally go away somewhere, someplace beautiful, and then they get, you know what I mean? Like, they will go behind doors. I recommend going behind doors, and you that so that bitch can't get out. You show her God. You know what I'm saying? This is how you show her. And so strong, because she ain't never seen it before. And you drill. Okay, you know how when man first landed on the moon? That's what we're gonna do. She is your moon, and you are gonna take your flag, and you are gonna no, it's gonna be fine. They're in love. If they got married, seriously, it's gonna be over. We're gonna miss you. We love you, we miss you, but you gotta go. Beautiful. If you need more information, I've got a website. It's jerfinoff@gmail.com. It's all good.
Mid-America Chevy Dealers present Point Fest.
It's 105.7 The Point, everything alternative. We are backstage at Point Fest, and I have the absolute honor of being joined by Sean and Mike from Alice in Chains. Guys, how are you?
Wow, how do you live up to that?
Yeah, we've been.
Royce Jewelry, ninjabling.com, the exclusive jeweler of the Rizz Show.
I was looking at some Mother's Day ideas, and it got me thinking of a couple different things. And then the first thing I thought was, oh yeah, I don't know anything about this. Like, I need help. Like, whether it's you're going in for an engagement ring, or maybe you're looking for something
for your mom. That's nice.
For your mom, or anniversary or something like that. Like, I'm always starting from scratch because I'm not a good gift giver.
Mom, what do you think about that? Oh, she's into it. All right.
If that's the reaction you're looking for, more it's Royce Jewelry. Yeah, for sure.
You're going to give your mother something. She's going to go, oh my gosh. Wow, that's beautiful.
That's
Where'd you get that?
That's exactly
That's a
what we're
reaction
going
you
for.
want.
But I go to Morris Royce because I don't know what I'm talking about, and I trust him. And trust is a huge thing here. This is a big purchase, whether it's Mother's Day, and you're looking for that reaction, or it's an anniversary gift, or it is engagement season. So you go with the pros. You go with who everybody trusts here in this area.
Yeah, it's Morris Royce Jewelry. People travel from far and wide for a reason. It's Morris Royce Jewelry, ninjabling.com, the exclusive jeweler of the Rizz Show, where you get the jewels and not the shaft.
Hey guys, it's Lux and Jacoby from Papa Roach.
What's up?
How are you doing?
Well, I mean, I'd like to say I'm doing good. I'm just much rather be playing a rock show tonight.
I would much rather be watching you play a rock show. This is such a bummer.
I know, very much so. We just got the news like an hour ago, and I was like, I mean, what am I gonna do?
We did all we could.
I'm here to rock. I'm here to do my gig. You know what I'm saying? And it's Mother Nature is just not having it today.
But the good news is, outside of being here for Point Fest, you guys have a lot of stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
Papa Roach is killing it. I was on TikTok today. Huge fan of your TikTok.
What'd you see?
Well, I saw you reaching out to one of my favorite artists, Kay Flay, for...
Oh, yeah.
So I texted her that video this morning. I haven't heard back, but I did...
Oh, you know her?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, she's
I absolutely did, and I sent her that video.
I love her,
like,
dude. I think she's awesome, man. Good energy, great artist, great live performer, great songwriter, great voice, just awesome. I'm a fan.
Well, good.
Obviously.
Then you're happy. I sent the text message and not like, oh.
Hey, let her know. If she ever want to collab, dude, let's do something.
Yay! So what was it like writing Ego Trip while you were all in quarantine? I know you guys kind of got together, had to get tested, do the whole thing.
Yeah. So we, the rug was pulled out from underneath us, and we were on tour out in Europe at the time. Came home, flew home, thought we were going to be home for a few weeks. A couple months goes by, and I'm settling in. I'm like, I didn't really realize kind of needed a break in a way, and because we've been touring for 20 years straight, pretty much, and then after that, you know, I started to drive everybody in the house crazy, you know, drive my wife crazy, the kids, you know, and had dad home for this amount of time ever, and I was like, I got to create, so we hooked up with the boys, we all tested, you know, did the deal. We brought a chef with us, we brought our engineers and our producers with us into this house, and we just locked in for a month and just bugged out and wrote music, and it was like a floodgate was opened up, honestly.
Let me tell you all about calzones. What time is it? It's 9:41. Now, if you're like me, you're thinking about food all the time. You know, I see something on the news, and I'm like, oh, my gosh, I want that. And sauce on the side, whenever, you know, I'm talking about it on the air with you, it's always just forefront there. And you know what? It's a calzone day. The weather is crap. You know what's going to make you feel better? A calzone. What about the strike zone? This is the April special that they've created. This is apple bratwurst. It's applewood bacon, pepper, jardinera mix, mozzarella, Havarti cheese, served with a homemade queso on the side that you can dunk however you want. You know, or you can drizzle. I know it's called sauce on the side. You don't have to keep it contained in that little container. If you're not a dunk type of person, you're more of a like to saturate the bread type of guy, go ahead. Nobody's going to judge you because at Sauce on the Side, everybody's welcome. They have something for everybody, by the way. Gluten-free person, hey, guess what? They got some calzones for you. Salad aficionado, yes. Are you a child? Do you want some child food? They have little calzones. They have little sides, little appetizers for you. It's delicious. And if you've never been, go support this local eatery right now. SauceOnTheSide.com to find the location nearest you. They also deliver. It's delicious. It's calzones on a crappy Thursday. Go get yourself some.
Everywhere you look at me, you can see I'm in a brace. Yeah, you got a giant halo right there on your face. And anytime I look at you, girl, you know it's true. Yeah, you got a giant halo right there on your face. Hello, hi. Howdy. Hello, hi. That was Beyonce's Halo. Bum, bum, bum. Hi from the outside. I mustard called 1,000 times to say I'm sorry for all things that you've done. I tried to call you, but you were not home. No, you weren't home.
All right, backstage at Point Fest, and for the first time playing our fantastic festival, a rock and roll band that we have come to like quite a bit in the last 6 to 9 months. Gentlemen, it's great to see you from Bad Flower. Welcome to St. Louis and welcome to Point Fest. It's great to have you.
Thank you very much.
Here.
It's great to be here.
So I want
talking into the fart mics.
Talking into the fart mics, absolutely. The first thing that I just want to like kind of cut straight to it. The song Promise Me we're playing right now,
oh, cool,
and I
good.
love it.
Thank you.
Like, I absolutely love it. When we play it, I honestly feel like it jumps out of the speakers and just, I don't know, man, I think it just sounds great, but it definitely sounds different than the first two singles before it. I'm assuming that was a purposeful move on you guys' part.
I think if it was up to me, Promise Me would have been the first single. But there were tactics involved and as to why we went and did it in the order that we did. And I'm glad that we did it in the order that we did because Ghost was such a huge success. And then Heroin, we didn't expect to also be such a huge success. So it was cool to sort of like seal that and now come out with our song that is way less on the rock side that everybody knows us to be. Mm-hmm. And it shows more of who we really are, which is a more diverse group.
Right. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Promise Me went #1 at Active Rock over the week.
Heroin
went number one.
I was like, it did?
There we go. Hey, already screwed up this interview.
Yeah, no, Heroin is currently number one.
We just went there. The reason that I say that is because on the alternative side of things,
Yeah.
Promise Me is the one that we are playing right now.
Totally.
But you know, when you see those kinds of things happen, when you see, you know, the song move up the charts and see people start to play it and really react to it, as a young band, I just cannot imagine that sort of feeling. It has to be just a really rewarding thing, because I'm sure it's something they've been working on for quite some time. Obviously have a lot invested in it. When you start seeing the comeback, more people at the gigs, how does that trigger in your mind?
It is rewarding, but it also like it becomes normalized really fast, and that's the thing that we didn't expect to happen. That a lot of people don't realize happens is we never really have that moment where we're like, oh my goodness, we've made it. Look at all these things that we have. It's just sort of like you keep hitting these small tiers and small tiers and small tiers, and eventually you reach a certain point. And if you do sort of look over that cliff at all your past and everything that you sort of went through to get to that point, it's pretty impressive and it's pretty fun to look at it. But we don't spend a lot of time doing that. We just keep moving forward.
Right. Well, and I think that most bands will kind of say the similar.
Yeah, because we'll never feel like we've made it to any degree. Like there's no level of success that feels like the end or the pinnacle point. We always thought there was, you know, like in the very beginning it was, we just want to get on tour, we just want to be the support band on the tour, and then we had that. Oh, we just want to sign with a record label, then we got that. We just want to, you know, have our own fans who sing the lyrics back to our songs, we have it. Like we kept achieving these things that we wanted, and they never felt like it was the end, which is a good thing.
Right. Well, I was talking to the guys in Seether about this just a few minutes ago. Sometimes when you are writing, I've heard from those that are talented enough to write songs, which I am not one, that
celebrating 57 years in business, one of St. Louis's top names in home improvement, quality and professionalism. That's what they put first in every single thing they do. Provide the best and longest lasting outdoor products available with the skilled installation team who carries out their mission to be the very best in customer service and quality craftsmanship. Decks, sunrooms, screen rooms, patios, retaining walls, and more. Windows. Chesterfield Fence and Deck is a company you could trust with your home. Of course, your biggest investment in the safety of your family. Locally owned and operated. All the products guaranteed by a 5-year labor warranty. Better Business Bureau accredited business with an A+ rating. Better Business Bureau Torch Award winner. I mean, the accolades I go on. SBA Small Business of the Year winner. If you mention the Rizz Show this month, you'll get 48 months interest-free financing on your next outdoor project. It's Chesterfield Fence and Deck online at chesterfieldfence.com. After all, who doesn't want a bigger deck?
.7 The Point. AO. Let's go. It's Liv Maddox, broadcasting live from the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater, and I am joined now by the one, the only, Jelly Roll.
Yeah, baby.
How are you, sir?
I feel like I'm back home, man. I love St. Louis. It's one of my favorite cities in America for dozens of reasons. And then the last time I was here was just sheer disappointment because Point Fest got rained out that day. And
Yeah. We're still mourning that. And the crazy thing is that, you know, I wasn't here yet when that happened, but I keep hearing that when that announcement came out that it had to be pushed out, and then you couldn't make the scheduled show. People were so upset. You've got St. Louis in the palm of your hand, man. How does that feel?
No. I just love St. Louis and they love me. I've been coming here for years. We used to play Pops.
Yep.
I probably played Pops 30 times in my life.
And now here you are at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater.
Awesome.
Well,
yes. With limited tickets. You like limited is in get in your car and come on and grab
exactly. Got to get here. Box office. The music doesn't start till 7. You still got time to settle in before Jelly Roll hits the stage. Now, what's really cool about you, Jelly Roll, is that, and I promise you this isn't a commentary on your size, is that you don't fit into a box musically. Right. You got the hip hop, you got the country, you got the rock all in one. So if somebody comes up and they're like, Liv, what kind of musician is Jelly Roll? What do I say?
He's a music man.
He's a music man.
Right, listen, so in the 90s, I was listening.
Is on Sunday, and I got new savings from Schnucks for Easter. So get Schnucks Easter meal deal and feed your guests for $5.08 or less per serving. That's unbelievable. $5.08 per serving or less. Whether you're hosting it, you know, like hosting a big Easter gathering or maybe just a small family get-together. You don't have to spend a fortune on your feast. And the deal includes everything from your Easter ham to potatoes to rolls, plus ingredients for your green bean casserole. They got dessert cover, too, with savings on fruit and yellow cake dessert shells. So don't miss this delicious deal. It's available now through the 22nd. You can get all the details in the Schnucks Weekly ad or right there in the Schnucks Awards app. Ham's available while supplies last, so get to Schnucks today. Easter meal deal for $5.08 or less per serving, only at Schnucks this Easter.
We are backstage at Point Fest, and we have the absolute pleasure for the first time of speaking to Ash from New Year's Day. Welcome, and it's great to have you at Point Fest.
We're so honored to be at Point Fest today. It was so much fun.
You had that crowd going. You know what I mean? How do you handle the challenge when you are coming into a situation where you know, there's a headliner, we're playing a little bit earlier on in the day. That is not an easy thing a lot of times, but a lot of bands enjoy that challenge.
We are one of those bands.
Yeah.
Obviously I'd love to be the headliner eventually and play later time slots, but I really do enjoy being one of the openers, even though it was hot.
Yeah.
Even though it was so hot. But we enjoy opening the crowd because, one, they're energetic, they're ready to start the day, and I feel like I can really get them to rock out.
Yep.
They're not, 5 beers deep and have been in the sun for 8 hours yet.
Right.
I do enjoy that. And I like a challenge. I grew up, I love wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So I always love the idea of being the heel and having to go out and turn the crowd. And I let the crowd kind of look at you like, who the hell are these guys?
Yeah.
And then have them in the palm of your hand by the end.
Absolutely.
Even if they're booing. Just kidding, but they weren't.
But the power of you know what I didn't understand when I was a kid and watched wrestling so much and
Are you a
now.
wrestling fan too?
I am a wrestling fan, absolutely. The power of the heel. You know what I mean?
I would rather be the heel than the baby face.
Right.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, I would have never thought that, never got how cool that aspect of it was. But it's the answer. So as a wrestling fan, you got to play WrestleMania.
I did. Yeah, WrestleMania 37.
Right.
Yeah.
So how many WrestleManias ago was that at this point? 'Cause I'm not
one
sure.
WrestleMania ago.
So can you kind of talk about that experience and like how incredible, I mean, I know it was incredible, but like how did it happen, the whole thing?
Long story short, I was doing a songwriting session for our last record in New York, and it was with a songwriter that didn't really understand what we were going for as New Year's Day. And he was very polite. He goes, I don't really get you, but there's some metal guys down the hall that might love it. And so all I did was knock on their door, and they happened to be the songwriting team for WWE. It literally was like that, just fate.
Wow.
And they go, wow, we love your voice. We have a new up-and-coming wrestler who loves metal music. We think you would be great for her. Would you be interested? I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Of course I'd be interested. It was Rhea Ripley. Can you believe that? Not at the start of her. She's had a very long career. She's worked very hard. But it was at kind of the earlier stages of her NXT days.
Right.
So I've been her theme song for 5-6 years. Yeah.
It's incredible. What is it like playing that venue when it's that big on TV,
Unreal.
the whole thing?
Unreal. I think I blacked out.
I was just going to say, do you remember things from it or just
no,
before and
it happened
after?
so fast.
Right.
I feel like it was raining. It was in Tampa, Florida. It was at the Buccaneers. I forget the stadium. Anyway, but it was raining all day, so we didn't get a sound check, and it felt like the longest day until it was time to go. And it happened so fast.
Yeah.
They said, hurry up, go around this corner, get on stage. We didn't know where we were going. We just all of a sudden turned a corner, and it was 50,000 people. They didn't tell us where the pyro was or where the fireworks were going to be or when they would go off.
All right. Well,
they just said, get out there and go.
Well, that's a little alarming and maybe not particularly very safe now that we're talking about it.
But you know what? None of us went up in flames,
Good.
so all is well, and it was awesome. And a little fun fact about it is
South County Urological, 314-843-8000, southcountyurological.com. That's where I went for my vasectomy. Hundreds of RizzShow listeners have gone to South County Urological for their vasectomies. It is busy over there. March, usually the busiest time of year for South County Urological when it comes to the vasectomies. And it makes sense. The guys get the snip done on a Friday. The rest over the weekend, they ice themselves down. No heavy lifting, no mowing the lawn. Just sit back, relax, watch college basketball. Friday relax, Saturday relax, Sunday relax, and you're back to work on Monday. Quick procedure. My insurance covered it. Again, going on Friday for the procedure. You rest over the weekend, you're back to work on Monday. How painful is recovery? For me, minor swelling, maybe discomfort for about a week. The big question is, will my sex life be affected? For me, no change in interest level or ability to do anything. Just no more kids. South County Urological, also for kidney stone treatment and prostate health. 314-843-8000, southcountyurological.com.
By the one and the only Brent Smith of Shinedown.
I forgot how that song goes. All I heard was ding, 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 ding. I'm like, what are the actual words?
I don't think anybody actually knows.
Is that Girls?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
There we go. That is some 80s.
You know what? We
That
got
is
to bring it back
hardcore.
for the weekends, right?
Okay.
The holiday weekends. So we got Brent Smith, Shinedown. It's a Point Big summer show. Couldn't be more excited to have you guys, Jelly Roll, back in St. Louis.
Yep. And John Harvey for the first time.
And John Harvey. It's going to be insane. So this is the Planet Zero World Tour.
It
and,
is.
You know, I'm not supposed to play favorites, but I'm a little obsessed with the album.
Cool.
A little obsessed with it. Now, what I think makes this album so interesting and so cool is that every few songs, there's a Siri type AI
Siren.
voice. Siren. Okay,
her
can
name.
you tell me a little bit about Siren?
I can tell you how it was born, the dynamic of this album, because our last record was Attention, which was a story album and was always meant to be conceptual. We did not set out to make a conceptual piece again with Planet Zero. It just kind of fell into place. But, you know, we wrote this album in the midst of a pandemic.
Sure.
And there was a lot of things going on in the United States. There was a lot of things going on in the entire world. And I just remember getting to Charleston with Eric Bass, our bass player, who's also the producer, engineer, and the mixer of Planet Zero.
The brain.
Yep. And I remember it was like June of 2020, and he just looked at me, and it was pretty early on in the writing process, but he just said, it feels like we're on Planet Zero right now. And so it just opened up a floodgate of emotions and very, very thought-provoking ideas, and a lot of the subject matter were things that we had never tackled before, but very rarely does an artist and an audience and a world, not just a country, experience something like a pandemic for the first time. At least in our generation, the last one was 100 years ago. And so we're all in the same playing field. And we had to write about what was going on, but we also needed to make sure that we talked about the road forward. And the only way, I don't care who you are, the only road forward is together.
Amen.
You can have opinions, you can have disagreements and all those types of things, and nurture those elements with each other as human beings, but we are much stronger together. So it's a very ferocious record, but it's also...
We know it's almost summertime, and I'm sure you've gone to your backyard. I know I have been staring at my backyard because Friday, I finally have a crew that's coming over. We're going to start repairing my home, but maybe you've been out in the backyard and your home's already beautiful, but you're like, you know what I need? A new patio. I need a swimming pool. I need something back here, but I need some money to do that. Well, this is where First Community comes in handy, and First Community is absolutely incredible when it comes to helping your dollar go so much further. You can open a home equity line of credit right now with First Community. And what is awesome, when you open up that home equity line of credit, you can advance what you need when you need it, and you pay one monthly affordable payment. Plus, you can pay your balance off at any time, and there's no prepayment penalty. But your line of credit stays open, which is fantastic news, because maybe that kitchen needs to be redone, or that master bedroom, whatever it is, you need to get it done. So right now at First Community, they are offering a first-line home equity loan for the amazing introductory rate of just 4.99% for the first 12 months. Do not miss out. This won't last long, and it's a great rate. So reach out to First Community. Get your projects done the right way. Save a ton of money. Go to First Community. Over 40 locations throughout the area at firstcommunity.com.
All right, so the lead-off interview for Point Fest 2019, my guy Claudio from Coheed and Cambria. How you doing, man? Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
You know, I believe the last time that you were here, and I so wish that I could have talked to you while that it was happening. Coheed was playing a show at the pageant, and oh my gosh, the hubbub about your hair was on that day, man. Like, it was so fascinating to watch some of your fans completely lose their minds about that. And I'm curious from your perspective because, I know that the music is so important, and everything that goes involved in this is such a big deal. And the hair thing to me seems like it would be something that you would be a little uncomfortable with, as far as like the direct attention of it all. How do you take it? Do you just think it's kind of a goof and move on with it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was just having a good time. You know, doing this for a living, you don't want to take yourself too seriously. And I know that that's something that a lot of people think with Coheed and its whole like concept, and it's just so inflated. But at the same time, it's like we're really just out here to kind of have a good time, and that was just a way to kill time and just have fun. So
what was amazing to me was that you had made a social media post about it, and then like an hour later, like all of the websites picked up on it. So it was just like social media crazy for a few hours. Like it just really caught fire, and I was like, this is about this man's hair. So I think today, if I'm not mistaken, even though Mastodon is not here, this kind of sort of begins that trek with Mastodon. And when I was reading an interview with you kind of talking about both of you guys going out, it was really cool to read and really kind of feel you a bit fanboy out about being able to be on the road with those guys. So this is nothing that's ever happened before. The first time that you've been out on an extended run with them.
Yeah.
But they've been friends with you guys for a while. You've been mutual friends, kind of thing.
Somewhat. I mean, we've just kind of been in the same circles, and we've seen each other's bands on tour, like whether it's in a festival situation or at NAMM shows or just sort of gatherings. So it just kind of made sense. I mean, both bands being these like kind of progressive rock, things that like, why not? So.
Yeah, one of the things you kind of alluded to it a little bit before, do you obviously have this intricate storyline that's laid out for these records, but I feel as though that you can love these records even if you don't exactly know the ins and outs of the storyline. Are you okay with that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, all the songs are really written from like a personal experience. So right at the creation of them, they're all very real songs. It's just I kind of take them and then kind of translate them into this other piece of fiction, so people can experience the music and the stories in another way. But yeah, it's very personal stuff. If you actually like kind of dive into Coheed's music and actually read the lyrics and get in there, I mean, it's really they're basically love songs,
right?
That's all they are. It's like so yeah.
I really appreciated the last time that we had a chance to sit down and talk. You guys had just released the record that broke out of the storyline, and kind of did like the one-off because your kid had just been born and all of those kinds of things. And I think that it was very remarkable to see your band to be able to kind of do that. Like kind of jump off, do that record kind of in and of itself as an anomaly, and then come back and kind of get back into things. And I think it says a lot too about the fan base that they are along for the ride, kind of in however you want to do. That's got to be an amazing feeling to have that kind of trust of the fans.
Absolutely. I think they respect us and understand that, again, like the concept stuff was really just a creation. It came about because I had a hard time, singing about myself. You know what I mean? Being this.
Ladies, gentlemen, it's okay to start a New Year's resolution. I know it's March, but if your resolution this year is for more self-care and building your confidence, Parkrest Plastic Surgery, they're there to help you out. Not your cookie-cutter provider where patients all leave the practice with similar results. At Parkrest, they cater their treatments, procedures, and surgeries to each individual to make sure everyone leaves happy with major confidence boost. It's the best part of what they do. Dr. McGuire, Dr. Kaplan, they're amazing. They both treated patients from all over the world. Both have helped lead vital clinical research that has led to major changes in the industry. If you're looking for the mommy makeover, any combo of breast and body surgery to help a body recover from the after effects of pregnancy and breastfeeding, they do that there at Parkrest. Their aesthetic center can do anything from laser hair removal to hydrofacials to permanent makeup to radio frequency microneedling. Parkrest Plastic Surgery here in Creve Coeur on New Ballas. Make yourself an appointment. Go to parkrestplasticsurgery.com, parkrestplasticsurgery.com.
By the one and the only Brent Smith of Shinedown.
All right, that is it for us. Appreciate you all tuning in. I appreciate Clownvis.
I appreciate the Rizzuto Show.
Clownvis at the Mill tomorrow in Granite City.
At the Mill tomorrow night, Friday night in Granite City, and tonight doing a special Thursday night episode of Clownvis to the Rescue on YouTube.
So Clownvis to the Rescue tonight, a special edition.
Yeah, tune in 8 p.m. on the Clownvis YouTube page.
What else you got going on? What else is going on in Clownvis's world?
A lot. Looking at a busy summer. Some of the biggest things I've ever been working on that I'm not going to tell you about yet. Nice. But I'll be back to tell you all about it, I promise.
Anytime. You know that.
Appreciate it.
Door's always open.
I appreciate it.
The great Clownvis. Also thanks to Ed Belfours, Hall of Fame goalie.
Yeah, very
He'll
cool.
be at Macadoodle's tonight from 6 to 9. 6 to 9 o'clock. He says, come out and talk trash to him. Free.
Fight him.
Fight him if you want.
Yeah.
And buy some of his whiskey. As long as you buy his whiskey, he'll fight you.
Yeah, ask him about the bottle shape. He has a really cool story about his family and why the bottle's designed the way it is.
So 6 to 9 o'clock at Macadoodle's in Dardine Prairie. All right, today's clip of the day is brought to you by Michael's Flooring. Also, the podcast sponsored by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. It's titled
Clownvis and Ed Belfours Macadoodle Connection.
Okay, there it is.
What a perfect name.
Scott, what else?
Come out Saturday from 9 till noon over at St. Louis Family Church. I'll be hosting their giant Easter egg hunt. It's really fun, and they have church services all weekend, Friday and obviously Sunday morning. So go to slfc.org
all right,
for all
Lern.
that info.
So unfortunately, because of the rain at 9 Mile Garden, my band Lane Narrows, we were wanting to move indoors, but I guess there was a private event happening at 9 Mile Garden during the same time. So we are figuring things out. We may be playing later in the evening on Saturday night, or maybe rescheduling altogether.
I'm at the edge of my seat.
Well, please follow me on the socials. I will post once I know what the hell's going on at Lern versus Radio. Thanks.
Hey, make sure you watch the latest episode of the number 2 show, I'm in it with Rafe, with my wife. So
It's so good.
It's everything Rizzuto.
Ooh, I'll
It
tune
really
into
is great.
that.
Yeah, me and the missus.
Your wife is changing the way I think about food.
Okay, well.
Wow.
So thank you.
Download the number 2 show and listen or watch, or do both. Listen and watch.
Definitely watch.
Watch.
I'll listen and watch, and I'll talk back to the screen.
Nice. Do that.
Yeah.
For the real experience.
Click the like.
All right, we leave you with a song from our Teamers Remember the Day, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill from Union. Kiri Seavey is our Teamers Remember the Day.
Right.
And Kiri wants to hear this song. Here it is. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Adios.
Rizzuto.